Hello. Welcome to the Fanfic Majesty. If you want more content, you can follow me on Patreon. I will be uploading more content on there that will be exclusive. The link is in the description. Please support me. 8 MTFI. Chapter 351 Princess Shirahoshi. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Since you can't invite them, we will invite them in person. Yi Fei was worried that he couldn't find an excuse to deal with him. Since he is so dragging. Well, Yi Fei can just give them a crime. The crime of not seeing the white group. Immediately, Ace took the initiative to lead a group of people to Murloc Street under the guidance of the Murloc. King Neptune was a little confused. As long as Ace brings a team, he can bring Hody Jones. He couldn't believe it. You know, that guy has a Murloc army of nearly 100,000 people in his hand. If there is a real fight, the king's army will not be an opponent. The reason Hody Jones didn't dare to make trouble directly was because they knew that King Neptune was backed by a white group. Yi Fei didn't take Neptune's reaction seriously. He knows that Ace's strength is no longer the same as before. It's no problem dealing with someone like Hody Jones. Seeing that Yi Fei was as stable as Mount High, King Neptune didn't think much about it. He has also heard about Yi Fei's strength for a long time. The highest reward in the world should not come in vain. Immediately, they were preparing to invite Yi Fei to the banquet hall. At this moment, a mermaid rushed to report. Lord Neptune, Princess Shirahoshi was attacked again today. Advertisement. Hearing this, King Neptune's expression changed suddenly. Damn it, is that guy Vander Decken IX again? Send someone immediately to strengthen the protection of the hard shell tower. King Neptune said angrily. After finishing speaking, he ordered people to arrest Vander Decken IX again. Prior to this, he had sent people to arrest him many times, and even sent his own son. However, Vander Decken IX escapes each time. And every time, he would throw the axe at the shell tower with the same move. Her only daughter lives under the threat of being threatened every day. And he, as the king of the Fishman Island, can do nothing about it. Suddenly, my heart was filled with deep self-blame. Hey, King Neptune, are you talking about the Vander Decken IX who has been taking revenge on Princess Shirahoshi since he failed to confess his love to Princess Shirahoshi? Yi Fei suddenly remembered that guy. Vander Decken IX is also a strange existence. He throws an axe at the girl he likes. Captain Yi Fei knows about this. King Neptune was quite helpless. However, he was still very surprised that Yi Fei knew about it. Originally, he thought Yi Fei didn't know, so he didn't plan to say it. Seeing Yi Fei's question, King Neptune had no choice but to answer. Heard about it, since Princess Shirahoshi is threatened by him every day. Advertisement. Then why not kill him? For this kind of rogue, the best solution is to get rid of it. Quote. King Neptune was speechless for a moment. Captain Yi Fei, you think I don't want to? The Fishman Island is so big. It's hard to find that fellow Vander Decken IX. Besides, that guy is very powerful. Even if he finds it, it will be difficult for them to solve it. Besides, this guy was very close with Hody Jones. To attack directly, King Neptune was worried that it would cause more trouble. Although he really wanted to get rid of that guy Vander Decken IX. But things are not that easy. Therefore, Shirahoshi had to be wrong to live in the hard shell tower. Not being able to protect even his own daughter is King Neptune's greatest sorrow. Seeing where Nidalang was, I was at a loss. Yi Fei also guessed probably. Immediately, he comforted. King Neptune, you don't have to worry, maybe I can help you settle this matter by the way. With Yi Fei's comfort, King Neptune instantly saw hope. If Yi Fei could really help him understand this matter, how much would it be? He very much hopes that Shirahoshi can live freely on the Fishman Island. Captain Yi Fei, what are we going to do? Advertisement. King Neptune asked immediately. Yi Fei smiled lightly. Then maybe Princess Shirahoshi must be wronged first. Hearing this, King Neptune looked puzzled. What do you mean by a little bit of aggrieved? At the same time, Ace has brought people to Murloc Street. Murloc Street, the special existence of the Fishman Island, was originally a large place for orphans. Many years ago, many pirates would capture Murlocs from the Fishman Island for sale, and most of their children became orphans, wandering in Murloc Street. Over the past 10 years, Murloc Street has gradually changed from a shelter to a gathering place for outlaws. Even King Neptune has no way to govern, but to allow chaos and disorder. We got here. The Murloc guide who led the way was still very afraid of the Fishman Island. Previously, even if King Neptune's army came here, they were not welcome. Their purpose is to bring Ace and others here. Ace nodded, then let them go. He led the people and walked into Murloc Street. Along the way, many Murlocs cast hostile glances at Ace. Instigated by Hody Jones, they hate humans very much. In this regard, Ace does not take it seriously. Along Murloc Street, he soon found the flag of the new Murloc pirates. There, a large group of Murloc pirates were eating and drinking. Without thinking too much, Ace pushed away from the crowd and walked in. Chapter 352 Murloc Street, Ace takes leopard. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Hey, where's Hody Jones? Ace came to the crowd of fish and shouted loudly. Everyone's eyes quickly fell on Ace. When they saw that it was a human being, they immediately showed fierce eyes. However, when they saw that it was Fire Fist Ace, they immediately took a few steps back in fright. Fire Fist Ace, how did he come here? Didn't he follow Yifei into Res Rosa? That guy escaped from Marineford last time. The current reward has exceeded 600 million. What did he do with Captain Hody Jones? Facing Ace, the Murloc pirates could only discuss in a low voice. However, they did not dare to take Ace's words. Let Hody Jones come out. Seeing that they were afraid of him, Ace also had courage. He despises this group of bullying and fearful things. Leave me alone. A drunken octopus pushes through the crowd. The 8 big feet walked straight towards Ace like swimming. I saw that this man had an ugly face, smelled of alcohol all over, with a long sword pinned to his waist, a jug in his hand, and his face was flushed. Obviously, he had already drunk a lot, and he still hiccuped from time to time. Hey, who are you? Ace didn't know the person in front of him. Advertisement. Ace, this is the leader of our new Murloc pirates, Leopard Zo. Soon, someone reminded. Kadri, hey, Leopard, where is Hody Jones now? Let him come out quickly. Follow me to the White Regiment. Ace pointed at Leopard and shouted. He didn't say Yifei's name directly. Of course, he has his own purpose. Belch. Baozang couldn't help but burped again. Where is Captain Hody Jones and what are you doing? Fire Fist Ace, don't think that you are so great because you have a high reward. Didn't Marine get caught? Belch. Facing Fire Fist Ace, Leopard Zhang didn't seem too scared. Maybe it's because of drinking too much. The so-called wine can strengthen courage. As long as you drink 3 cups, Uranus Lousy is not afraid of coming. After finishing speaking, Baozang picked up the jug again and took a few sips. Then, he stuck out his tongue, with a look of great enjoyment on his face. The drunken taunts, if it was the usual Ace, he would not be able to control his temper. However, since following Yifei, his personality has changed a lot. Then he smiled and said, I've already been polite to you, but this is shameless of you. Ace laughed. Advertisement. The purpose of his coming today is to find trouble. Compared with the past, this trouble will be affirmed by Yifei. Everyone was stunned, not knowing what Ace meant by this. Between Ace has ignited the fist of fire. In an instant, there was a sea of flames all around. The Murloc pirates who had no time to escape were burned and rolled all over the floor. At the same time, the 8 tentacles of Leopard Zhang also felt the burning of the flames, and immediately retracted them. Facing Ace who used fire, Leopard began to wake up a little bit. Just as he threw the flagon behind his back and was about to draw his sword, he saw that Ace was already on top of his head. The huge fire fist hit directly on top of his head. Boom. All of a sudden, flames shot out. When Ace puts away the flames, I saw Leopard Zhang already lying on the ground, unconscious. New Murloc Pirates Kadri. That's it. Ace showed a disdainful expression. With such little strength, are you embarrassed to be called a Kadri? The reason why they suddenly attacked the new Murloc pirates. Ace is not out of impulsiveness, but because it is too much trouble to find Hody Jones. I want to find him in the huge Murloc Street. It's better to wait for him to find himself. Immediately, he walked directly to the unconscious leopard. Grabbed one of his tentacles directly. Advertisement. Then, he dragged him outside. Hey, tell Hody Jones that you want to bring this guy back. Come find us at Geelong Cod Square. Ace said a word to the Murloc pirates lying on the ground. As for the Murloc pirates lying on the ground, they had already been severely burned all over their bodies, so they still had no ability to resist. If Ace hadn't stopped, they would have died here immediately. Then, under the watchful eyes of everyone, Baozang was dragged away directly. Along the way, it's like no one's land. Fire Fist Ace, no one dares to stand in his way. When Hody Jones returned to Murloc Street, he learned what had just happened. Today, King Neptune sent someone to inform him to meet the Whitebeard pirates. It was because he didn't want to deal with the Whitebeard pirates, so he avoided it on purpose. Unexpectedly, they would actually come to the door. Hody Jones was furious. The Whitebeard pirates, although he is a little afraid. However, at this moment, he is already different from the past. In the Fishman Island, there are nearly hundreds of thousands of his subordinates. This is his capital. Fire Fist Ace, this is not de Res Rosa. Calling all the pirates of Murloc Street, we are going to Geelong Cod Square. Hody Jones ordered loudly. Captain, that is the pirate who offered a bounty of 600 million berry. Soon, someone reminded him. Chapter 353 50,000 crew members headed to Geelong Cod Square. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The name of Fire Fist Ace has already resounded across the sea. Now, want to go over and turn against him? If you are afraid of trouble, you don't have to go, but before that, you can escape from me. Hody Jones suddenly showed a weird smile. Then, on the palm, a water polo that was about to drip immediately appeared. Here's his specialty. Hitting the water. Seeing this, everyone backed away in fright. They knew the character of the captain, and they would attack their subordinates if they disagreed. Why don't you hurry up and gather people? Hody Jones ordered again. If you don't teach Baituan a lesson today, then how will you mess around in Murloc Street in the future? Whitebeard pirates, so what? Soon, he gathered 50,000 pirate crew members in Murloc Street, murderously planning to settle accounts with Ace. At the same time, Ace has returned to the banquet hall with Leopard. Seeing the comatose Leopard, King Neptune looked quite nervous. He knew very well that this person was the cadre of the new Murloc pirates. Ace, what does this mean? I went to Murloc Street just now and found that Hody Jones was not there, so I brought this Murloc leader here. Advertisement. After all, Ace threw the Leopard on the ground. Ace, Hody Jones, there are hundreds of thousands of people under his command. King Neptune was a little nervous. Not even his troops could stand against them. But Ace and the others only brought 2 or 3,000 people today. Even with his troops, they might not be able to eliminate them. Ha 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 ha, it turns out that we were underestimated. Ace suddenly laughed. A mere Hody Jones, he hasn't taken it seriously yet. Hey, Ace, you captured his men, don't you know they're coming for revenge? Yi Fei asked intentionally. Ace nodded immediately and said with a smile, I'm not that interested in looking for him. My purpose is to let them come to us. Where is the location? George Cod Square. Hearing this, Yi Fei turned his head and looked at King Neptune. Now, where shall we go? Also, remember to bring Princess Shirahoshi. King Neptune was dumbfounded. Obviously, with Hody Jones' character, he would definitely bring people to the square to make trouble. At this time, bring Shirahoshi over. This is what Yi Fei said, to make Shirahoshi feel wronged. King Neptune hasn't figured out the situation until now, and he doesn't know what kind of medicine Yi Fei is selling. Advertisement. However, seeing Yi Fei was full of confidence and promised to solve the matter. King Neptune finally nodded. Soon, Shirahoshi was brought out of the crust tower. Seeing Princess Shirahoshi with her own eyes, Yi Fei also had to sigh. With a height of nearly 12 meters, it looks like a hill. Are you Master Yi Fei? The first time I saw Yi Fei, Shirahoshi had a cute face. Before that, she had heard a lot about Yi Fei in Yinketa. For Yi Fei, she is also full of admiration. He wanted to go out and see, but he could only stay in the crust tower. Princess Shirahoshi, hello. Yi Fei nodded. This seemingly harmless Murloc girl in front of her eyes. No matter who it is impossible to imagine that she will be the king of sea kings. Moreover, Poseidon, one of the 3 ancient weapons. A group of people soon came to Geelong Cod Square. Yi Fei ordered people to tie the leopard to the pillar, and then waited for Hody Jones and his gang to arrive. Soon, they received a report from spies. Hody Jones has brought a large group of people to kill. It was densely packed, and I don't know how many people there are. Hearing the report, King Neptune and the 3 Murloc princes unconsciously felt nervous. Ever since Hody Jones took control of Murloc Street, he has been recruiting Murloc pirates. So far, King Neptune has no idea how much strength he has. Advertisement. On the other hand, Yi Fei, Ace and others seemed extremely calm. Shirahoshi, on the other hand, had a cute face. She didn't know what happened at all. I don't know why my father and the big brothers brought me here suddenly. And Mao Haifeng came to the Fishman Island with Yi Fei, Ace. It was also a look of bewilderment. Originally, he thought Yi Fei was just passing by the Fishman Island. Unexpectedly, Yi Fei came here for other purposes. Hody Jones, this Murloc, he knows. Before that, he had purchased arms and supplies from Jufeng Trading Company. That guy is not easy to mess with. Now, he was wondering how Yi Fei would deal with those people. Next, everyone saw that there were Murlocs and pirates rushing towards the other side of the square. Densely packed, countless. Soon, the gigantic Garankald square was filled with troops from the new Murloc pirates. How many people did they come? 30,000 to 40,000. Absolutely not less than 50,000 people. The faces of the 3 princes of the Fishman Island changed drastically. This time, they only brought a few thousand people. As for the Whitebeard pirates, most of them were resting on the White Pearl, and only a dozen or so came here. High in the square, Yi Fei is counting. Joe, I Carlos, Bodhidharma, Hammond, Kashikoba, Hurakan. Headed by none other than Hody Jones himself. Chapter 354. We are not your subordinates. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Well, the cadres of the new Murloc pirates are all here. Yi Fei smiled slightly, counting Leopard Zhang. The number of people this time came quite neatly. Hody Jones invested his capital this time and brought all his wealth with him. At the same time, Hody Jones, who was holding a trident, raised his head and saw that the other party was only a small number of people, and his confidence suddenly increased. However, when he saw the giant mermaid Shirahoshi, his face changed suddenly. He knows very well that the mermaid princess has a huge hidden power. Fortunately, Shirahoshi doesn't know his abilities yet. Still, Hody Jones wondered why Shirahoshi came here all of a sudden. Didn't she stay in the shell tower to avoid Vander Decken? Captain Hody, help me. Bao Zhang suddenly shouted loudly. After being in a coma for so long, he just woke up. However, he soon discovered that he was chained to a post. And his original sword has long since disappeared. Until now, he hadn't noticed that Yi Fei was standing beside him. Seeing Baozang calling for help, Hody Jones suddenly yelled to the opposite side. Hey, what do you mean, you dare to arrest my people? Let him go quickly. Shout out to Hody Jones. Shirahoshi took a few steps back in shock. This move reminded Yi Fei. Hody Jones is Shirahoshi's mother-killing enemy. Advertisement. However, she never dared to speak out. Today, you will not let anyone go, no one can leave here alive. Seeing that no one answered, Hody Jones became more and more arrogant. Immediately, he began to walk towards the opposite side. The cadres who had stayed in the crowd soon followed behind the captain. Ace, will you have a problem dealing with those cadres? Yi Fei looked at Fire Fist Ace, who was already about to move. It means those new Murloc cadres. Miscellaneous fish, leave it to me. Hody Jones, that guy, it's cheap for you. Ace grinned badly. At this moment, he didn't feel like he was fighting at all, but like playing. All right, Yi Fei nodded. Afterwards, the two walked towards Hody Jones and his group. Stay until the distance between the two sides is only tens of meters. Hody Jones and the others discovered that the person who came this time turned out to be the number 2 member of the Whitebeard pirates, Yi Fei. Immediately, everyone was dumbfounded. Damn, isn't it just Fire Fist Ace that Baituan came this time? Why, that monster Yi Fei is here too. Earlier, in Marineford, Yi Fei knocked Akainu away, and they could see it clearly through the video phone bug. Why no one has mentioned this before? Advertisement. Hody Jones was puzzled and stood there blankly. At the same time, Yi Fei and Ace had walked up to them. Hody Jones, bring so many people here, are you going to rebel? Yi Fei asked coldly. Quote. Yi Fei's preconceptions made Hody Jones speechless for a while. He still hasn't figured out why Yi Fei came to the Fishman Island suddenly. According to the news, it is not said that Yi Fei will visit the Fishman Island in person. Captain Yi Fei, didn't you hear clearly? Ace said loudly. Only then did Hody Jones react. I have no intention of rebelling. This time, people from your white regiment injured our Murloc crew and even captured our cadres. I'm just here to ask for someone. Hody Jones replied awkwardly. In front of Yi Fei, he didn't dare to directly say that Ace injured and even took his people away. At this moment, he hated himself for not figuring out the situation beforehand. That's right, I did this thing, what's wrong? Ace replied arrogantly. There's nothing wrong with admitting this kind of thing. Do you know what Ace would do? Advertisement. Yi Fei sneered. If you don't mention Ace, then I'll just say it. This question made Hody Jones even more embarrassed. Although he is in the Fishman Island, he is still number 1 or 2. Yi Fei didn't give him any face at all in front of all his subordinates. However, in front of Yi Fei, he knew very well that he was only a rookie at best. Do not know. At this moment, Hody Jones wished he could leave here immediately. But he vaguely felt that the other party would not let him leave so easily. Did King Neptune inform you that our white group will come to the Fishman Island? Hody Jones, do we still have to invite them in person? Yi Fei asked. The implication is that you look down on me and don't respect me. The purpose of coming this time is to find something. Even if Hody Jones can come honestly, Yi Fei will find other excuses to kill him. However, this excuse is not only direct, but also more appropriate. Moreover, all the responsibility was pushed on his head. We didn't know it was Captain Yi Fei. Also, our new Murloc pirates are not subordinate to the Whitebeard pirates. Even if you come here, we can't see you. Hody Jones whispered back. If it were someone else talking to him like this in the past, he would have been unable to hold back his temper and would have killed the other party. Chapter 355 The Evil Drug ES. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. But the person in front of him is Yi Fei. Even though he has a big temper, he doesn't dare to act recklessly in front of Yi Fei. Therefore, he has no confidence. Hearing this, Yi Fei felt even more proud. If he knelt down and bowed his head to admit his mistake at this time, it would be a bit difficult for him. But Hody Jones in front of him dared to refute himself. I really don't want to live anymore. Facing Hody Jones' rebuttal, Yi Fei reprimanded loudly. Presumptuous, don't you know that the whole the Fishman Island is the territory of our Baituan? Even the king of this country will personally greet us when he sees us. What are you, Hody Jones, we dare not see. Ace who hurt you just wanted to teach you a lesson. You don't come here to explain, but you have to bring a large group of people to kill you. In your heart, do you take our Baituan seriously? It's not a rebellion, or what? Yi Fei's reprimand. Hody Jones was speechless. Originally, he thought that only Ace, the Baituan, would be easy to deal with. Therefore, he brought 50,000 people. However, what Yi Fei said was not wrong. He knew that the people from Baituan were coming, and he dared to send people to attack. This really showed that he didn't respect Baituan, and even wanted to destroy Baituan. Advertisement. Dare to attack the Whitebeard pirates, this is absolutely unbearable for Yi Fei. See Hody Jones standing there without saying a word. Yi Fei finally revealed his purpose. Hody Jones, do you want to look good for yourself, or do we look good for you? If you are decent, I will give you respect. If you don't want to be decent, you're not decent. The Fishman Island can be counted as one of the rear areas of the Baituan. The turmoil will directly shake the foundation of the White Group. Yi Fei didn't want to see it at all. If you want the Fishman Island to be peaceful, the first thing you need to do is eliminate Hody Jones. This is Yi Fei out of consideration for the overall situation. Yi Fei would not hesitate to kill those 50,000 people. Quote. Hody Jones didn't expect that they were going to kill him just because he didn't meet the Whitebeard pirates. For this matter, Hody Jones could not imagine it at all. Judging by Yi Fei's expression, it seemed that he really wanted to kill himself. Could it be that this guy did it on purpose? Other than that, he couldn't think of any reason. Thinking of this, beads of sweat kept coming out of his forehead, and his legs trembled unconsciously. All the cadres of the new Murloc pirates were also there. It never occurred to them that Yi Fei wanted Hody Jones to die. Hey, Captain Yi Fei, are you kidding me? Hody Jones feigned composure. Advertisement. But his voice has already started to tremble at this moment. I came all the way from New World, just kidding you. Are you going to do it yourself, or shall I help you? At this moment, he didn't want to give the other party any chance. Yi Fei's aggressiveness made Hody Jones unbearable. Damn humans, have you forgotten that this is the bottom of the sea? After finishing speaking, Hody Jones suddenly shouted loudly. He had a premonition that there was no possibility of any reversal of this matter. That being the case, why not fight to the death? Little ones, kill all the humans here. Don't let a single person get out of here. Want him Hody Jones to be willing to obey the law. Is he that kind of person? Yi Fei, so what? This is the bottom of the sea, a paradise for Murlocs. As Murlocs, they have natural advantages. Hody Jones' shouts echoed in Geelong Cowed Square. Woohoo. Go to hell, human. Behind him, tens of thousands raised their weapons in response. Yi Fei, I told you to stop talking nonsense with them. Ace spread his hands and said helplessly. Facing the cadres of the Murloc pirates rushing forward, Ace suddenly showed a weird smile. Advertisement. Fire fists were ignited in both hands, and he jumped forward. 2 fire dragons rushed towards the new Murlocs and pirates. The fast-flying fire dragon turned the rushing pirates on their backs. Yi Fei was expressionless. The reason why I did that was entirely to let them do it first. They did it first, and I was just forced to fight back. That way, other Murlocs would naturally have nothing to say when they saw it. Just as he drew his weapon, Hody Jones suddenly opened a box. Yi Fei was taken aback for a moment, and soon he remembered. That is the evil drug ES in the original book. As long as you take this medicine, you can become stronger in a short period of time. The more you eat, the stronger you will be. But this drug also has a very strong side effect. It consumes life. It will also accelerate the aging of the drug user. Therefore, in the original book, after being defeated by Luffy and imprisoned, Hody Jones aged rapidly. It seems that he wants to use medicine to enhance his strength. On the side, Yi Fei was not in a hurry. He just wanted to wait for Hody Jones to take the medicine before hitting himself. Otherwise, it will be very boring. Yi Fei guessed right. That's exactly what Hody Jones intended. He knew very well that what he was facing now was the pirate with the highest reward in the entire pirate world. If you don't use ES, you will have no chance of winning. Chapter 356 Vander Decken IX. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Only rely on the use of drugs to gamble. Immediately, Hody Jones swallowed all the medicine without any hesitation. After a burst of severe pain, the whole body expanded rapidly. The originally black hair instantly turned white, and his eyes also turned red with white pupils. Die, Yi Fei. Hody Jones swung his trident and hit Yi Fei. And Yi Fei has already swung his own mace. When the trident was split into 2 in an instant, Hody Jones hadn't reacted yet. The mace in the armed form has already fallen. And he didn't have time to react at all. His shoulder was instantly hit. The huge impact made him kneel directly in front of Yi Fei. He did not expect that Yi Fei's reaction speed would be so fast. The severe pain in his body made him unable to move. And Yi Fei didn't stop there, and swung the mace again. Seeing the weapon that was about to fall, Hody Jones realized just how far he was from the opponent. Even if he took all the medicine, there was no room for resistance in front of Yi Fei. Bump. Advertisement. The mace fell, and Hody Jones fell to the ground before he even had time to scream. Hody Jones' head had been crushed, leaving only the instinctive twitching of his limbs. Well, this is the virtue of taking medicine. Yi Fei was a little contemptuous. Originally, he thought that after taking the medicine, Hody Jones would be able to fight with himself for a while. But I didn't expect it to be so unbeaten. Ding. Host beats Hody Jones, rewards 10,000 experience points. Hody Jones, do you have 10,000 experience points? Yi Fei was a little surprised. Next to him, the officers of the new Murloc pirates who were fighting Ace. Seeing his captain fell to the ground, bloody and bloody. In an instant, it was already a mess. They don't understand, the dignified captain of the new Murloc pirates. In Yi Fei's hands, he couldn't last 2 rounds. At this moment, the fire fist that descended from the sky struck again. Soon, they were covered in flames. There was a sea of flames in Geelong Cod Square. Countless new Murloc pirates roared in the fire. Woo woo woo. At the height of the square, Shirahoshi saw Hody Jones fell to the ground, couldn't bear the grief in his heart any longer, and suddenly burst into tears. Of course, she was not thinking of Hody Jones, but of her own mother, Princess Otahime. Advertisement. The enemy who killed his mother was finally executed on the spot at this moment. The vengeance was avenged, so she couldn't control her tears. Shirahoshi's actions quickly aroused the doubts of King Neptune and the three mermaid princes. You know, Hody Jones was an outlaw, and he was dead when he died. Why is Shirahoshi crying all of a sudden? Little Shirahoshi, what's wrong with you? Several people asked at almost the same time. They also thought that seeing someone die on the battlefield frightened Shirahoshi. Woo woo woo. Shirahoshi still didn't stop crying. This left King Neptune and the three princes wondering what to do. Meanwhile, Yi Fei held Hody Jones' body aloft. Hey, your captain is dead. There are still those who are not afraid of death, come here. Soon, everyone saw his body. What? Captain Hody was killed. How is that possible? That is the #1 master of the Fishman Island. The captain is dead, and the cadres are all down. What else can we do? Surrender. The new Murloc pirates, who had already been defeated badly, put down their weapons one after another, and then sat directly on the ground. Some people in the back can't see the situation in front at all. All they knew was that their captain, Hody Jones, was dead, and when they saw others put down their weapons, they could only follow suit. Advertisement. A riot on the Fishman Island ended quickly with the death of the captain and the downfall of the cadres. Yi Fei, how was my performance just now? Ace put away his fire fist and returned to Yi Fei. Hey, you guy, do you want to claim credit in front of me? However, your performance just now was really good. Several cadres of Hody Jones were knocked down. Yi Fei threw Hody Jones' body aside. Ace's performance is indeed remarkable. This made Ace quite proud, and then, he glanced at the corpse on the ground. This guy really deserves to die. Hearing this, Yi Fei nodded. The scourge of the Fishman Island is finally solved. See, the new Murloc pirates have surrendered. Yi Fei affirmed the importance of the saying that the king should be captured first. This trip came to the Fishman Island, and my goal has also been achieved. Seeing the surrender of the new Murloc pirates, King Neptune was about to bring people down to meet Yi Fei when a voice suddenly came. Shirahoshi, answer me quickly, do you agree or refuse? Agreeing can save you from death. Everyone looked up, and a figure suddenly appeared in the sky. This person is none other than Vander Decken IX. Lord Vander Decken. Shirahoshi looked at the sky and responded timidly. His eyes were full of fear. He, Shirahoshi, Mary Lousy. Chapter 357 captured. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Vander Decken IX showed a weird smile. Just now, he got the news that Shirahoshi has come to Geelong Cod Plaza. So, he couldn't wait to come here. Now that Shirahoshi is here, now is the best time to confess. Quote, you are not the type one like. Shirahoshi blushed and mustered up the courage to refuse. The voice of rejection echoed in the square, and everyone heard Shirahoshi's voice clearly. The heart of Vander Decken IX was also broken on the spot. Cough. After struggling painfully for a few seconds, he pulled out his axe. Since you no longer have me in your heart, then, living is just an eyesore. Go to hell. Vander Decken IX threw his axe directly at Shirahoshi. The rapidly turning axe was flying towards Shirahoshi. And Shirahoshi was naturally frightened, and immediately closed his eyes. Seeing that he was about to hit Shirahoshi, a figure stood in front of Shirahoshi. Lord Yi Fei. Shirahoshi opened his eyes and saw Yi Fei took the axe. Well, you're fine. Advertisement. Yi Fei replied lightly. If he was hit by an axe, then he would have no way to explain to King Neptune. You know, he asked him to bring Shirahoshi out. He took the axe and threw it aside. Immediately, he looked at Vander Decken IX. At this moment, he has landed on a building. Of course, let Shirahoshi come out. Yi Fei's purpose is to lure out Vander Decken IX. Take him out with Hody Jones by the way. It seems that this goal has also been achieved. On the side, King Neptune saw Vander Decken IX, and suddenly understood Yi Fei's intentions. Although he had already sent someone to apprehend Vander Decken IX, he had not been able to catch him. Now, Yi Fei lured him out directly. It seems that Yi Fei is more straightforward. Without Yi Fei, he wouldn't have dared to take the risk of getting Shirahoshi out of the Crust Tower. Now with Yi Fei, King Neptune is full of security. At the same time, Vander Decken IX also saw someone take over his axe, moreover, it was a man. This made Vander Decken IX, who had been rejected in the first place, unacceptable at all. He simply couldn't accept having a man by Shirahoshi's side. Shirahoshi, is it because of this man that you rejected me? Vander Decken IX shouted heart-piercingly. It was a great insult to Shirahoshi to see a man next to him. Master Vander Decken, you are not my type at all. Advertisement. With Yi Fei, Shirahoshi also started to be brave. The heart of Vander Decken IX was broken again. He acquiesced that Shirahoshi rejected him because of the man in front of him. I understand. Then I'll kill all of you guys and dogs. Immediately, he took out two axes again. Target Yi Fei, Shirahoshi and the two. Hey, Ace, it's your turn. Yi Fei glanced at Huaquan Ace who was watching the excitement. That guy has been watching the excitement from the sidelines. He felt that Vander Decken IX was too noisy. No problem. Ace nodded. Immediately, it turned into a flame, towards Vander Decken IX. Fire punch. After a loud bang, Vander Decken IX fell to the ground along with the building. Immediately afterwards, Ace took him to Ye Fei's side. When he walked in front of Ye Fei, he realized that the person who just took his axe was the great pirate Ye Fei. Quote. In an instant, Vander Decken IX's mind went blank. Ye Fei, how did he suddenly come to the Fishman Island? Advertisement. At the same time, King Neptune has brought people to Ye Fei's side. Seeing Vander Decken IX, King Neptune's teeth itch with hatred. If it wasn't for him, Shirahoshi wouldn't have been hiding all the time. Tie me up with this guy and Hody Jones' gang of cadres. Ye Fei ordered. Soon, all the cadres of the new Murlocs, plus Vander Decken IX, were all tied up. And Shirahoshi looked at Hody Jones' body on the ground. Couldn't hold back the tears again. Shirahoshi, what's wrong with you? That guy is a criminal from the Fishman Island. Beside Shirahoshi, the Murloc prince noticed. Although Hody Jones used to be a soldier of the king's army. But since becoming a pirate, it has completely changed. For such a person, there should be no sympathy at all. What he didn't know, though, was that Shirahoshi wasn't out to pity him. Seeing what Big Brother said suddenly, Shirahoshi burst into tears again. Hey, I see Shirahoshi is not crying because of Hody Jones. Ye Fei said deliberately. Of course, he wanted Shirahoshi to tell the truth about his mother's murder. In that way, just after he killed Hody Jones, his name would be justified. Ye Fei wants to maintain the peace of the Fishman Island. Hody Jones must be killed. Chapter 358 Execution. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. And in the name of not seeing the Whitebeard pirates and rebelling, he didn't effectively deter them. You know, the Fishman Island has nearly 5 million Murlocs. There are also many Murlocs who are very dissatisfied with this. At the moment, Ye Fei just conquered them by force. In order to maintain the long-term peace and stability of the Fishman Island, they must be obeyed from the heart. Then, the matter of Princess Othime is very important. You know, Princess Othime has a very high prestige in the Fishman Island. If the Murlocs know that Princess Otahime was killed by Hody Jones, then, Ye Fei avenged Princess Yi Ji, that is, revenge for the Fishman Island. Therefore, Ye Fei needs Shirahoshi to speak out about this matter. This is exactly the purpose of Ye Fei's deliberate statement. Of course, it is not easy to explain directly to Ye Fei who knows the plot. Sure enough, Ye Fei's words attracted everyone's attention, especially King Neptune. Immediately afterwards, King Neptune came to Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi, tell your father, what are you doing? Have you been hiding something from me? King Neptune also saw that something was wrong with Shirahoshi's situation today. Father, Shirahoshi wiped his tears secretly. In order to abide by Otahime's last words, don't hate the murderer, she dared not say it directly. Advertisement. For so many years, she could only secretly wipe away tears. Seeing this situation, King Neptune was completely anxious. He had a hunch that Shirahoshi must know something, otherwise, she would never be like this. Seeing his daughter like this, he wanted to know the reason even more. It seems that there is really something to hide. Shirahoshi, if you don't speak out, how will people know the truth of the matter? Say it directly, but you won't feel so much pressure in your heart. Ye Fei added oil and vinegar again. The purpose is to guide her to tell the story. Facing everyone's questioning, Shirahoshi could no longer hold back the grief in his heart. Woo woo woo, it's that person who killed the Queen Mother. Pointing to Hody Jones on the ground, Shirahoshi burst into tears again. Hearing this, everyone present was completely stunned. What? Hody Jones killed Princess Otahime? How can that be? Hey, Shirahoshi, what's going on? The expression on King Neptune's face was extremely shocked. Wasn't Otahime killed by humans? It was him, he was the one who blamed human beings. I saw with my own eyes that he killed my Lord Mother. After confirmation from Shirahoshi, King Neptune finally believed this fact. Advertisement. It turned out that Hody Jones did everything. Immediately, he looked at the corpse on the ground with disgust. This guy is no longer hateful, but extremely sinful. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have endured the pain of losing my wife. And Shirahoshi wouldn't have lost his mother at such a young age. Killing Otahime and inciting civil strife on the Fishman Island are both capital offenses. Captain Ye Fei, if it's not you this time, perhaps Shirahoshi will bury her in his heart for the rest of his life. Immediately, King Neptune thanked Ye Fei. He not only solved Hody Jones, but also restored the truth of the matter. I just hope that the Fishman Island can be stable and harmonious under the jurisdiction of the Baituan, so that our Baituan at least has a rear like the Fishman Island. For Ye Fei, this matter is not that complicated. I know, the Fishman Island will always be the only white group leader. King Neptune expressed his loyalty in front of Ye Fei. Ye Fei was very satisfied with this. After sending Shirahoshi away, Ye Fei turned to look at the officers of the captured new Murloc pirates and Vander Decken IX. Captain Ye Fei, what are you going to do with these people? King Neptune asked. Ye Fei helped him quell the unrest on the Fishman Island this time. These people, he intends to hand over to Ye Fei. These men, like Hody Jones, are a source of unrest on the Fishman Island. Kill it, for the long-term peace and stability of the Fishman Island. These people must all be wiped out. Advertisement. Quote. King Neptune was slightly taken aback. From Ye Fei's flat tone, he felt an extremely strong murderous aura, and he was a ruthless character. After thinking about it, Ye Fei's words are correct. If they are not effectively deterred, the Fishman Island is really difficult to manage. This is the real reason why it is difficult for him to really control the Fishman Island. Immediately, he agreed with Ye Fei's idea. I heard that they will be executed, the officers of the new Murloc pirates. Immediately, she was scared out of her wits. King Neptune, we were bewitched by Hody Jones, and we are also victims. That's right, we really don't know about Princess Otahime. Captain Ye Fei, please let us go, I am willing to join the Whitebeard pirates. Forgive me. Facing the cadre's calls for help, Ye Fei ignored them. Just you guys, still want to join the white group? Do you think we are a place where filth is hidden? At the same time, Vander Decken IX panicked when he learned that he was about to be executed. Only after being captured by Ace did he know that it was the great pirate Ye Fei who blocked his axe just now. I won't marry Shirahoshi anymore, she will be yours from now on. Vander Decken IX also hurriedly begged for mercy. He thought Ye Fei had that kind of relationship with Shirahoshi. Completely in the wrong direction. Chapter 359 Entering East Blue. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. You bastard, talk too much nonsense. Drag me down. Ye Fei gave a loud shout. Dealing with Vander Decken IX would not only help Shirahoshi, but also King Neptune. That way, they'll appreciate themselves more. Therefore, Vander Decken IX must die. Soon, several pirate cadres and Vander Decken IX were brought before the new Murloc pirates. The Axeman notified by King Neptune has arrived. In front of everyone, beheaded directly. Immediately, the entire new Murloc pirates were in complete chaos. They worry that Ye Fei will deal with them the same way they dealt with the cadres. However, Ye Fei had no intention of doing this at all. The scene was chaotic. Ye Fei stepped forward and shouted loudly. The captain of the new Murloc pirates, all the officers, were all killed. I'll let you off this time. If you continue to make trouble as usual, I will definitely not let it go. Advertisement. I order you to disband on the spot. I want you to remember that on the Fishman Island, there is only one king, and that is your King Neptune, and everyone must listen to him. For these tens of thousands of Murloc pirates, Ye Fei didn't intend to kill. First of all, most of them were bewitched by Hody Jones and his gang. Secondly, there is no value in killing them. The leader has already been executed, and that is the most important thing. Seeing that they don't need to be punished, the Murloc pirates burst into cheers. You know, they came here to make trouble this time, Ye Fei can kill them completely. King Neptune also nodded in satisfaction. All in all, those people are all their own people. Things are done. The corpses of Hody Jones and others were soon hung up in Geelong Cod Square for public display. At the same time, Ye Fei and his party were invited to the banquet hall. Vander Decken IX was executed. Shirahoshi didn't know about it. In order not to scare her, King Neptune just told her that the man had been imprisoned. And she, from now on, can roam freely in the Fishman Island. Upon hearing this, Shirahoshi was as happy as a child. For so many years, being trapped in the shell tower had bored her. Of course, she is most grateful to Ye Fei. Stayed in the Fishman Island for 2 days. Advertisement. Ye Fei decided to continue on his way. Under the farewell of King Neptune, Ye Fei led the team to leave the Fishman Island. Returning to the surface again, the White Pearl returns to the Grand Line. Here's the first half of Grand Line, Paradise. If you go further, it is the sphere of influence of Naval Headquarters Marineford. Of course, Ye Fei doesn't want to meet with them just yet. Therefore, Ye Fei's plan is to bypass Marineford, take the waters of the Sabayati archipelago, cross the Magic Triangle, and enter the Calm Belt. After 2.5 days of sailing, the White Pearl successfully sailed into the Calm Belt. Along the way, Ye Fei and his group didn't meet Marine, so it went smoothly. Then, it's time to enter the Calm Belt. The most dangerous place in One Piece world is the Calm Belt. The reason why it is called Calm Belt is that there is not only no sea breeze, but also no current, and the sea is absolutely calm. In the world of pirates, most of the ships are sailing ships powered by wind, and there is no way for sailing ships to pass through, they can only stay on the sea forever. In addition, the Calm Belt lives a large number of oversized sea kings. As long as passing ships touch them, they will be in great danger. Of course, the extremely dangerous Calm Belt is nothing to Ye Fei and the White Pearl. The White Pearl uses electricity and steam power. When there is no wind, there is no need to worry about the lack of wind. As for sea kings, let alone. Advertisement. Along the way, they met many sea kings, but with the cooperation of Ye Fei and Ace, those sea kings who came to make trouble were beaten back to the bottom of the sea one by one. In less than a day, Ye Fei and his group successfully left the Calm Belt and officially entered East Blue. Finally back to East Blue. The moment he set foot on the East Blue Sea area, Ace suddenly said with emotion. He came out of here a few years ago. Looking back, it's like yesterday. Here, all the memories of his childhood are carried. Coming back this time, Ace seemed to smell the smell of his hometown again. Hee, Ace, it seems that you like this place very much. Yi Fei laughed. Ace looked disdainful. Of course, this is where I grew up. I haven't been back for a long time, I feel very missed. He went to sea for more than 3 years, and he never went back once. Now that he's back, of course he wants to relive his East Blue memories. Seeing Ace immersed in it, Yi Fei continued. Since you miss it so much, why not go back to Windmill Village? I can approve you to go back alone. Hearing this, Ace immediately became interested. Real. Chapter 360 Shu Hai. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Yi Fei smiled and nodded. Now that I have come to East Blue, I can go to see Shu Hai by myself. As for Ace, it doesn't matter if he takes a leave of absence. After getting Yi Fei's nod, Ace hesitated. Frankly speaking, he really wanted to go back to Windmill Village and visit Bandit Dayton by the way. After struggling for a while, he gave up the idea. Forget it, I still won't go. He came to East Blue this time to do business, and he didn't forget it. Not going. Forget it, I'll go find Shu Hai with you. Ace gave up his plan to go to Windmill Village. Hearing this, Yi Fei smiled and shook his head. From his words, he felt that Ace is a very affectionate person. That's why he had that expression just now. He is not someone who delays business because of himself. This also shows his character. You didn't go by yourself, don't regret it then. Yi Fei smiled. Of course. After all, Ace's face was slightly disappointed. I won't go this time, I don't know when the next time will be. Under the guidance of Mao Haifeng, Yi Fei and his party arrived smoothly. That is a big island. Advertisement. Just arrived at the port, Yi Fei saw a large group of people staying on the shore. In the middle, stood a tall and strong man. After getting ashore, Yi Fei finally got a clear view of this man's appearance. He was about 40 years old, with good facial features. Unexpectedly, Captain Yi Fei would come to East Blue in person. I am Shu Hai from Jufeng Trading Company. The muscular man first introduced himself. Then, he looked Yi Fei up and down. His appearance was exactly the same as that on the reward poster. It is indeed me. At the same time, Yi Fei was also watching him. I heard that President Shu Hai used to be a monk. I don't know if this is true. Shu Hai was taken aback for a moment, then smiled and said, Captain Yi Fei really has great powers. It is true. Before joining Jufeng Trading Company, he was a monk on Hupao Island. He was tired of ringing the bell every day on the island. Therefore, he escaped secretly and joined Jufeng Trading Company. He never told anyone about this. Even Jufeng Trading Company, only a few people know about it. And, that was 20 or 30 years ago. Where did Yi Fei get the news from? That man is really not simple. Although he was very curious, he didn't delve into this matter. Immediately, Yi Fei, Ace and his party were invited into the tent. I heard that Captain Yi Fei wants to buy a warship from us. Advertisement. Shu Hai's face was quite serious. Things like warships are no small matter. That's why I came to East Blue myself. Yi Fei nodded in confirmation. As the deputy captain of the Beituan, it is Yi Fei's mission to strengthen the Beituan. Want to stabilize their position in the sea. There must be enough and good enough warships. In the 4 seas, there are many shipbuilding companies, why did they find us? Shu Hai was also a little surprised. Why would you choose yourself? Because only your ship can meet my requirements. Yi Fei didn't want to hide this from him. Hearing this, Shu Hai nodded. If so, it is more reasonable. The boats built by Jufeng Trading Company are not inferior to the 7 capitals of water in any aspect. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come in person. But this matter did make him a little embarrassed. I can feel the sincerity of Captain Yi Fei. But this matter is really troublesome. Shu Hai's face showed embarrassment. Yi Fei's face was a little unhappy. Come so far, are you embarrassing me? Be sure to ask clearly. To be honest, Marine does not allow us to sell warships without permission. Advertisement. Especially in large quantities. Shu Hai replied directly. He had a hunch that Yi Fei's coming this time must be buying in bulk. Once Marine knows about this, it will definitely bring trouble to Jufeng Trading Company. But his words, now, have made Yi Fei angry. Marine. My purchase of warships with you is just a business relationship. What's wrong with Marine? Could it be that your Jufeng Trading Company is an office under Marine? Yi Fei asked. That's not it. Our Jufeng Trading Company does not participate in any disputes at sea. We are just businessmen, Shu Hai replied awkwardly. He already sensed Yi Fei's temper. That guy is not someone to mess with. Since you are businessmen, why don't you do my business? Yi Fei didn't want to let it go. In New World, Mao Haifeng has confirmed that Shu Hai will sell the warship. But here, Shu Hai, this guy, actually played this trick with Lousy. Don't be angry, that's strange. But the warships you bought. Shu Hai felt helpless. He didn't want to offend Yi Fei. After all, in New World now, Yi Fei is his biggest customer in arms. Chapter 361 60 New Warships. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. What happened to the warship? Aren't you still trading arms with us? Is there any difference between the two? In Yi Fei's view, there is no difference between the two at all. Quote. Facing the aggressive Yi Fei, Shu Hai was suddenly speechless. However, Yi Fei did not stop there. I heard that you recently had a warship purchase agreement with Marine. Also, I also got news that you have also sold warships to pirates before. Why did you come to my place, and you can't do it? Do you look down on me, or our Baituan? Is this how you do business? Hearing this, Shu Hai looked at Yi Fei with some horror. How much does this guy know? Not only did he know his own background, but he was also very clear about his deal with Marine. In addition, Yi Fei seemed to be very clear about his sale of warships to other pirates. It turned out that this guy came prepared. Shu Hai didn't expect Yi Fei to know so much before. He knew he couldn't hide it anymore. Immediately had to answer. Captain Yi Fei, you are right, we have a deal with Marine. They recently bought a lot of warships. It is true that warships are sold to pirates, but they are very rare. Advertisement. Shu Hai answered truthfully. According to his guess, Yi Fei's purchase of warships this time is most likely to deal with Marine. Therefore, in this matter, he must be careful. So you have violated Marine's agreement. Since the agreement has been violated, what if we violate it again? Yi Fei replied. He already clearly felt that Shu Hai lacked confidence. This is your best chance. Quote. I don't know how many warships Captain Yi Fei needs. Shu Hai asked this sentence with difficulty. The implication is that he has agreed to Yi Fei's plan to buy warships. But this determination was not easy for him. You know, agreeing means that he has clearly violated Marine's regulations. Once they knew about it, Shu Hai couldn't imagine what the consequences would be. But if he does not agree, he will face the strongest Whitebeard pirate group in New World. Whether it's Marine or pirates, he can't offend them. Seeing that he agreed, Yi Fei finally smiled. This guy is really loose. What's the price of the boats here? Before saying the quantity, Yi Fei had to figure out the price. Advertisement. If it's just an ordinary wooden warship, tens of millions of berry to hundreds of millions of berry. As soon as Shu Hai finished speaking, Yi Fei immediately shook his head. Wooden ships, we don't need. What we need is the batch that Marine bought from you recently. 30 ships, right? Show me the blueprint of the ship. I want exactly the same. If it's for wooden warships, New World has plenty of them too. There's no need to travel from the New World to the East Blue, either. This time I came here for a new type of warship. The batch purchased by Naval Headquarters. Purpose is on its way to the New World. Yi Fei just saw the model of the ship. Metal hull, electricity and steam power. Yi Fei didn't know the price of those ships. The reason for saying this is to defraud Shu Hai and ask him to quote a real price. Shu Hai was shocked by Yi Fei's words. He talked about the blueprint of the warship, and he could also tell the specific quantity. So, it means that he has seen the batch of ships he sold to Marine, or at least the blueprints. As a businessman, Shu Hai must have wanted to quote a higher price. But Yi Fei knew so much information. He must also be very clear about the price of the batch of ships he sold to Marine. If he lied about the price again, Yi Fei might be in trouble again. Advertisement. I still need them to take care of my New World business. Captain Yi Fei, you know a lot, 1.6 billion berry, that's the price we sold to Marine. Shu Hai replied truthfully. Naval Headquarters has purchased 30 ships this time. According to the information he received, 30 new warships were to be shipped to New World. For more than a month, Marine has made consecutive shots in New World. Coupled with the purchase of new warships, it is naturally to deal with pirates. Yi Fei must have obtained this information from somewhere else. After all, he asked someone to fetch the blueprint of the warship. Soon, the blueprint was held by Yi Fei. I took a look, and it was exactly the same as what I saw in the Marineg 1 branch. After the deceit just now, Shu Hai really became much more honest. Thinking of this, Yi Fei smiled slightly and started bargaining. 1 berry for 1.5 billion, I want 60. Yi Fei blurted out. Hearing this, Shu Hai almost dropped his jaw in shock. He is not because of the price, but the quantity. He knew just now that Yi Fei's visit this time must be to buy new warships in bulk. However, he did not expect that Yi Fei's purchase volume this time would be so large. 60 ships, that's double the number Marine purchased. He wants so many ships, does he really want to confront Marine? Chapter 362 Super Big Order, 90 billion berry. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Shu Hai couldn't imagine it. For a long time, he didn't respond. Why, can't it? Yi Fei asked intentionally. No. Shu Hai's voice seemed a little nervous. As a businessman, this is a very good opportunity to make money. Previously, Marine spent 48 billion berry to purchase their 30 warships, has made him a fortune. But this time, although the price of each ship is 100 million berry cheaper, Yi Fei will spend 90 billion berry to purchase, which will allow him to earn more. He has never encountered a super large order of 90 billion berry in his life. How about the price? Yi Fei asked intentionally. Anyway, people also took a risk. Marine's 1.6 billion berry, Captain Yi Fei, at your price, it's a bit ruthless. Shu Hai immediately resumed his businessman's appearance, looking very embarrassed. In fact, he was already happy in his heart. 1.5 billion berries, he can have at least 50% of the profits. But as a businessman, he always has to tweak it. If you are too straightforward, others will think you earn too much. Advertisement. This is the unspoken rule in the business field. At this moment, he has made up his mind to take over the deal. As for Marine, what should they do, or make money? 90 billion berry, who wouldn't? Doing business is always risky, otherwise, where will the money come from? President Shu Hai, don't forget that the quantity we want is double that of Marine. Large quantity is favored, you should know. Also, you didn't lose money from the arms deal at New World. 100 million less berry per ship, it makes sense. When I negotiate prices with people, I'm never too ruthless. They are long-term cooperation. I hope you can understand. Yi Fei bargained seriously. He could already see the thought of businessman Shu Hai. The so-called see-through but not tell-through, Yi Fei also followed him. The purpose of this time is to buy a boat. Captain Yi Fei, I admire you, your straightforward character, this is what I admire. Since you have spoken, I will give you a face. I will sell each ship to you at a price of 1.5 billion berry. This price is already the cost price. New World's business, please Captain Yi Fei take care of it. Shu Hai nodded while showing a distressed expression. This made Yi Fei feel a little contemptuous. Even though he made so much money, he still pretended to be miserable. Could it be that all businessmen have this face? That's natural, as long as you want, we can cooperate for a long time. Advertisement. Yi Fei laughed. 90 billion berry, that is the money left after defeating Doflamingo, plus the sum of profits from all white teams this time, this is almost the entire property of de Rosa. The banknotes and cash, together with the gold and silver treasures converted by professionals, are just right for this figure. Fortunately, de Rosa now has an income every day. Otherwise, buying these warships would directly bankrupt Yi Fei. And these 90 billion berry are now lying on the white pearl. Thank you Captain Yi Fei. Shu Hai nodded his thanks. I don't know if you have an existing ship now. He has already planned to take over the deal, which means that he is willing to take the risk for this matter. Therefore, he hopes to make some changes to these 10 warships. There are about 10 existing ships. Marine also ordered in advance this time. However, in Yi Fei's view, things are definitely not that simple. Yi Fei looked suspicious, what was that guy doing? Then trade 10 ships first. Yi Fei asked. Shu Hai replied truthfully. However, Jufeng Trading Company does not focus on warships as its main business. As soon as the words fell, Shu Hai's face became troubled again. Yi Fei asked. Even if Marine finds out, there is no real evidence, and there is no way to trouble him. Advertisement. To make some changes, Yi Fei didn't have much opinion. What do you mean? Don't give us the ready-made ones. In response to Marine's sudden purchase again, he built 10 more ships. Shu Hai is indeed an experienced businessman. Yi Fei understood. If on the sea, Marine encounters warships exactly like herself, and the pirate flags are hung on these warships. Sure enough, Shu Hai's answer confirmed Yi Fei's thoughts. Then, they will definitely point the finger at themselves. Shu Hai replied truthfully, if we sold directly to you, then Marine would know about it. It's not bad to bring back 10 ships first, and then let him send them over slowly. Shu Hai looked at Yi Fei with embarrassment on his face. He didn't know in advance that Yi Fei would buy the warship. I also hope that Captain Yi Fei will give us a few days to make some changes to the 10 warships, so as not to give up Marine's excuse. These 10 warships cannot be handed over to you yet. Immediately, he agreed to Shu Hai's plan. The first thing they would have thought was that they had reached an agreement with the pirates. Those 10 warships were produced according to Marine's requirements. He just made it to order. The rest, how long will you finish it? In the best case, they have, and Yi Fei makes the deal straight away. He didn't want to hide this from Yi Fei. Chapter 363 Exploration. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The remaining 50 ships, we will also make some changes, I hope Captain Yi Fei can understand. He can't build exactly the same boat. Those are fine, as long as you don't cut corners for me. How long will it take for me to deliver? Yi Fei asked. According to my estimation, it can be fully delivered within 3 months at most. Shu Hai replied. At present, more than a dozen shipyards under his command start work at the same time, which can produce quickly. 3 months, yes. Yi Fei nodded in agreement. Shipbuilding is not bullet building, certainly not so fast. 3 months is also acceptable to Yi Fei. Immediately, the two sides reached a deal. 10 of the warships were purchased at a price of 1.5 billion berry, a total of 15 billion berry. For the remaining 50 warships, Yi Fei paid half of the deposit, totaling 37.5 billion berry. After a deal is made, two people visit the latest warship together. A few days later, Yi Fei successfully took 10 ships away from East Blue. The rest, after the completion of the project, will be shipped to New World in batches by Jufeng Trading Company. Advertisement. Just when Yi Fei set off to return, the new warship transferred from naval headquarters officially arrived at the G1 branch. 30 new warships were officially handed over to the two admirals of the Marineg I branch. In the past few months, the two admirals have not gone out to sea to chase pirates. Instead, build fortifications and ports in the G1 branch. Although it was an order from naval headquarters, in fact, it was Akainu's intention. He wants to do advance work for the naval headquarters relocation to New World, although the world government has not yet agreed. Those 30 warships were prepared by him to strengthen the strength of the G1 branch. Two marine admirals stopped 30 warships in the newly built port. Then, the two boarded the warship. How do you look at these warships? Standing at the bow, Carl Lily asked. The eyes of the two stayed on the 30 warships. Yes, all of them are powered ships, and they are still metal shells. The barrels have also been improved. Whether it is speed, attack or defense, they all have advantages over previous warships. In my opinion, the 30 ships here can at least be worth 100 existing warships. Yi Fei analyzed them one by one. Those ships are exactly the same as those on the drawings. It is indeed remarkable. This is also the reason why I bought it from Shuhai. Advertisement. However, Yi Fei is someone who has seen the White Pearl. No matter how advanced these ships are, they cannot compare with the White Pearl. What you said makes sense. Carl Lily nodded slightly. This is only part of the reason. As for the real reason, he is to deal with a person. In particular, the arms trade has reached an unprecedented level of activity. Yi Fei used those defected pirates to engage in the arms trade. Especially in the past few months, Derice Rosa has poured in a lot of pirates. She was right. In the past few months, Derice Rosa's development has indeed exceeded everyone's imagination. Yi Fei asked again. However, the world government did not dismiss him for this reason. Yi Fei asked intentionally. There is no way to hide these things from Marine. In the world of pirates, arms trading is very common. It worries naval headquarters. Yi Fei also laughed and said, it's possible, Sakazuki will take revenge. Yi Fei is also very clear, so he continued to warships and expand his armaments. Of course, Carl Lily didn't know that Yi Fei was probing. Carl Lily then continued. That's just part of it. Yi Fei is engaged in the arms trade, can't the world government use this reason to remove him from his position? Advertisement. After Carl Lily paused for a moment, he finally said two words, Yi Fei. Yi Fei pretended to be relaxed. But now it is impossible for the world government to easily resolve Yi Fei's Shichibukai status because of the arms deal. Hearing Admiral Yesi's words, Carl Lily looked at him with a strange look. Strengthen the G1 branch. Then he shook his head. Yi Fei is now the 7 warlords of the sea. Before the world government removes his position, we have no reason to attack him. His territory has expanded several times compared to before. For a long time, he has been more concerned about Yi Fei and Derice Rosa's affairs. Doflamingo was abandoned by the world government because of the Derice Rosa royal family. Yes, see, do you know why Sakazuki transferred all these 30 warships to New World? Carl Lily immediately asked back. Didn't Doflamingo use arms before? Carl Lily asked. The purpose is to test Carl Lily's attitude. Yi Fei replied calmly. What you said makes sense, so should we take the opportunity to win Derice Rosa? Hearing this, Yi Fei immediately became interested. New World, with so many pirates, why did he target Yi Fei alone? Is it because of the summit war? The layout is too small, right? Therefore, in Carl Lily's opinion, why Akainu delivered the warship to the G1 branch as soon as possible? Carl Lily smiled. Don't you think he's that kind of guy? Chapter 364 Four Emperors are our opponents. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. It seems that Sakazuki is planning to bide his time. As long as Yi Fei's Shichibukai status is removed, then he will immediately order. Yi Fei laughed. These 30 warships were prepared in advance. However, Yi Fei believes that as long as the world government does not find an excuse, his Shichibukai status will be difficult to be removed. In addition, he also poked out Carl Lily's mouth. That's right now, she won't take a shot at Derice Rosa. Thinking of this, Yi Fei was relieved. But what he said next made him feel a little nervous. Right now, the enemy to us is the 4 emperors. Carl Lily replied. 4 emperors. Yi Fei's original smile disappeared immediately. Shanks, Charlotte Linlin, Kaido, and Whitebeard, he's our match. Carl Lily confirms. Which one? Yi Fei was extremely cautious. Everyone. You look a little worried, aren't you, scared? Carl Lily remained unflappable. Yi Fei also felt that he seemed to have lost his composure. Advertisement. The 4 emperors are not ordinary pirates, even with the 2 of us, it is difficult to destroy them. I think this matter needs to be discussed in the long run. Yi Fei, that's because he was worried about Papa Whitebeard. If that's what naval headquarters meant, there's nothing he can do to change it. Can only try to deal with it. I see you have no confidence in yourself. Carl Lily laughed. From the last world conscription, she can see that Admiral Yexi's strength is definitely not inferior to the 4 emperors. Right now, that's true. Yi Fei replied awkwardly. Carl Lily didn't dwell on the matter. Instead, it continues to return to the topic of 4 emperors. Now, In New World, our most important opponent is the Four Emperors. Who do you think is better to start with? Hearing this, Yi Fei was stunned. Could it be that she didn't understand what she said just now? Seeing that she was so serious, Yi Fei started to turn on the fooling mode. First of all, Shanks is too hard to find, let's put it aside. Secondly, once we attack Whitebeard, Yi Fei will definitely fight against us. They now occupy 2 territories, echoing from head to tail, attacking Whitebeard. Yi Fei will definitely take the opportunity to attack the G1 branch. We may not be able to win Whitebeard, but if Marine loses the G1 branch, we'll be in trouble. Wait until Naval Headquarters moves to New World. So, now it's just Kaido and Charlotte Linlin. Advertisement. As Marine Admiral, Yi Fei has the right to express her views and decisions. On the other hand, as the Vice Captain of the Whitebeard, Yi Fei doesn't want Papa Whitebeard to be attacked by Marine. Then the war can only be directed to the other 2 Four Emperors. At the same time, Yi Fei also had to make plans. As long as D. Carl Lily attacks Whitebeard, then he will attack the G1 branch at all costs as he just said. D. Carl Lily agreed with Yi Fei's words. At the moment, the weakest Four Emperors is undoubtedly Wano Kuni's Kaido. Although he has the title of the strongest creature. But before de Rosa, he lost Quinn Jack and other important subordinates. The 3 plagues have gone to the 2 plagues. In terms of comprehensive strength, Kaido is currently the worst. Admiral Yexi was right, attacking him should be the easiest. However, D. Carl Lily got definite news that Kaido has already started cooperation negotiations with Charlotte Linlin. Immediately, she told Yi Fei about it. Yi Fei has also heard about this matter. So, we can't let them cooperate now. Once they cooperate, even if the 2 of us attack together, it will be difficult to wipe them all out. Just as Yi Fei finished speaking, D. Carl Lily asked again immediately. In your opinion, how to defeat them? She also wants to crush the 4 Emperors. However, she didn't think of a good way now. Advertisement. So, she wanted to hear Yi Fei's opinion. D. Carl Admiral, don't you know the contradiction between Rosa's Yi Fei and Kaido? Yi Fei didn't rush to answer, but asked her back. D. Carl Lily was slightly taken aback. Soon, she remembered. In Summit War, Kaido attacked the Whitebeard pirates' rear. In revenge for Kaido, Yi Fei captured 2 of his most powerful men in de Rosa and sent them to Marine. No matter from which point of view, the contradiction between the 2 sides has reached the point of daggers at the edge of the sword. Although there is no war between the 2 sides at present, it is only a matter of time. That being the case, why not provoke a war between them? Uncle Yi Shi, do you want to use Yi Fei to deal with Kaido? D. Carl Lily looked suspicious. Of course, his idea is recognized by himself. Kaido and Big Mom, no matter who they deal with, maybe they will help each other. Defeating each one is indeed the best choice. But how to do it? Exactly. We can use Yi Fei against Kaido. Then, that way, we'll be free to deal with Charlotte Linlin. Yi Fei laughed. Kaido, he must solve it himself. Chapter 365 Leaked News, Akainu's Plan. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. D. Carl Lily wants to use himself against Kaido. And I can just use Marine to deal with Big Mom. The solution is a good solution, but how do we do it? You think Yi Fei will definitely deal with him? In D. Carl Lily's view, Yi Fei will never attack Kaido because of Marine. At least, she hasn't thought of a way yet. However, this matter is easy for Yi Fei. I'll take care of this. When the time comes, I will contact Yi Fei. You just need to prepare your strength to deal with Charlotte Linlin. Yi Fei laughed. Is it difficult to convince yourself? Taking down Kaido was originally his own plan. However, it still takes some time to prepare. You contact Yi Fei. Really? D. Carl Lily couldn't believe it. That's right, start a war between them, I will take care of this matter. As soon as Yi Fei shoots Kaido, we immediately shoot Charlotte Linlin. If the plan comes to fruition, in New World, maybe we can bring down at least 2 Four Emperors. Advertisement. Yi Fei is full of confidence, as long as D. Carl Lily agrees to deal with Big Mom. Then, your own plan can be completed. Okay, Kaido, you do it. Charlotte Linlin, I'll be ready. Although I don't know how he does it. But D. Carl Lily still thinks the plan works. The 2 quickly reached an agreement, and then began their respective division of labor. D. Carl Lily ordered his younger brother to go to the nations to monitor Charlotte Linlin. And Yi Fei took a marine warship to de Rosa. Just when the plan of the 2 was in full swing. Naval Headquarters got a piece of news. De Rosa's warship deal with Jufeng Trading Company. Akainu was furious when he heard the news. Damn it, Shuhai doesn't pay much attention to Marine. Marine has ordered that they are prohibited from selling warships to pirates. I didn't expect that guy to dare to directly resist Marine's order. Moreover, his trading partner is still the great pirate Yi Fei. Marshal Sakazuki, is this news reliable? Vice Admiral asked the Ghost Spider. Certainly, Akainu said disdainfully. The news this time came from within the Jufeng Trading Company. Then let's send troops directly to East Blue, and let Shuhai know how powerful Marine is. Collaborate with pirates against Marine's orders. Advertisement. Just by relying on this crime, he can be eliminated. When the ghost spider proposed this plan, Akainu hesitated. The cooperation between Shuhai and Yifei is just news at present. He has no definite proof. And the Jufeng Trading Company controlled by Shuhai also has certain contacts with the world government. Some of the supplies in the Holy Land of Mariajoy were transported by the merchant ships of Jufeng Trading Company. In addition to the world government relationship, Jufeng Trading Company also has hundreds of thousands of people, hundreds of warships, and tens of thousands of artillery pieces. Although they never cause trouble, they are never bullied either. There is no problem in eliminating them, but Marine has to pay a price. It's really hard for them to make a move without direct evidence. It's hard to say about the world government. Send people to collect evidence first. At that time, no matter how much they try to quibble, it won't help. The world government will definitely not turn towards them. At this moment, he is determined to teach Jufeng Trading Company a lesson. All this is because of their cooperation with Yifei. Soon, he sent a large number of spies to the East Blue. Marine discovers the secret of Jufeng Trading Company. Shu Hai didn't know about it. He has been busy processing Yifei's orders for some time. Every time 4 or 5 new warships are built, he will hurriedly transport them to New World, deliver them to Yifei, and collect the final payment. Along the way, within a month, he has already delivered several batches. Advertisement. And their every move was learned by Marine's intelligence personnel. Message back to Naval Headquarters. Even Akainu was shocked. Yifei has purchased more new warships in a row than Marine. Moreover, they are still trading in a steady stream. This made Akainu a little unbelievable. You know, Marine has only ordered 30 ships. Why is there no movement at New World? For several months, almost no news came from the 2 Marine admirals of the G1 branch. Moreover, during this period of time, Naval Headquarters did not get the news that they defeated the pirates. This made Akainu very depressed. Naval Headquarters spent a lot of money to buy a new type of warship. Could it be that you are just using it to support the scene? Immediately, he picked up the phone bug and contacted Admiral D. Carl Lilly directly. Admiral Yassi is on his way back from De Rees Rosa. D. Carl Lilly reported on the situation of Admiral Yassi. What was he going to De Rees Rosa for? Akainu looked confused. He has never been reported by the G1 branch about this matter. You know, Marine Admiral meeting 7 warlords of the sea is a big deal. Thinking of this, Akainu's face suddenly became a little ugly. D. Carl Lilly on the other end of the phone bug doesn't care much, though. He wants Yifei to deal with Kaido. D. Carl Lilly isn't hiding. Chapter 366 Supporting Yi Zai's idea. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Convince Yifei to deal with Kaido. Akainu still didn't understand, but D. Carl Lilly's words completely aroused his interest. Turns out, New World wasn't without action. Could it be that Yifei bought the warship this time to deal with Kaido? If this is the case, then it must be a good thing for Marine. Pirates kill each other. No matter they win or lose, they will lose something. The winner is Marine in the back. And, most importantly, it can please the world government. Earlier, Kaido made a big fuss in Mariajoy, a holy place, which annoyed the world government. Dealing with Kaido can win the approval and support of the world government. As Akainu who relies on the world government, he definitely hopes to continue to receive the support of the world government. It is an excellent opportunity to use pirates and deal with them. He didn't expect that Admiral Yexi actually thought of it ahead of time. For this, he had to start to admire it. Yes, Admiral Yexi said he could do it. As for how to do it, you can ask him yourself. After D. Carl Lilly said it, she didn't bother to explain so much to Akainu. This sentence, her attitude, made Akainu a little unhappy. But to deal with Kaido, he must know. Since Yishi is dealing with that matter, what are you doing? Advertisement. Akainu asked suspiciously. However, Carl Lilly's words shocked Akainu. Ordinary pirates are scared out of their wits, so I'm only going to attack the 4 emperors. D. Carl Lilly is very arrogant. Of course, she has capital. World conscription, she won the title of admiral by virtue of her strength. New World, he wiped out hundreds of pirate groups. This fully demonstrates her strength. Also, D. Carl Cannon has gotten a lot of news from Charlotte Linlin's turf during this time. This laid the foundation for her preparation to attack the nations. 4 emperors. You two really surprised me. After being shocked, Akainu suddenly felt extremely relieved. Originally, he planned to transfer the 2 admirals to New World first, so as to prepare for naval headquarters entering New World. But the behavior of the 2 admirals was indeed beyond his expectation. The first is to attack ordinary pirates, and now the plan is 4 emperors. The 2 admirals are going to attack the 4 emperors. In the past, it seemed impossible. If you need support, I will send someone there immediately. Akainu said excitedly. He absolutely supports the plan of the 2 Marine admirals this time. Advertisement. If this plan is achieved, then, New World Marine's power will be unprecedentedly large. Moreover, D. Carl Lilly didn't say much, and hung up the phone directly. In her opinion, Naval Headquarters, there is no need to send someone over now. At the same time, although Akainu is very dissatisfied with D. Carl Lilly's attitude. But I agree with her approach very much. As for personal attitude, Akainu is too lazy to think so much. As long as they enforce their own absolute justice. After being hung up by D. Carl Lilly, Akainu contacted Admiral Yessi immediately. Yessi, I heard you were in Reese Rosa. How are things going over there? As soon as the phone bug was connected, Akainu couldn't wait to ask. Marshal Sakazuki, how do you know I went to Reese Rosa? Yi Fei was a little strange. Soon, Yi Fei figured it out, it must be D. Carl Lilly who informed her. I didn't report to Marine. The purpose is just not to be disturbed by naval headquarters. D. Carl Admiral said. Akainu replied directly. Advertisement. Marshal Sakazuki, originally, I planned to report back to the G1 branch. Since Marshal Sakazuki asked, then I will admit it. This time, I did go to Reese Rosa and talk to him about Kaido. Yi Fei looked polite. It's okay, I just wanted to ask, how is your talk with Yi Fei going? Akainu asked again. If it was normal, Marine Admiral would be very unhappy when meeting the big pirate. But this time, Admiral Yessi did it to deal with the pirates. Well, it's worth the praise. Or Admiral Yessi did the right thing. He had prepared in advance. If it was him, he would never have thought of this. So, this time, not only did he not blame him, but he began to appreciate Yi Fei from the bottom of his heart. I went to Reese Rosa and talked to Yi Fei a lot. That young man is a very interesting person. Yi Fei replied unhurriedly. On the other side of the phone bug, Akainu couldn't bear it anymore. Facing Yi Zai's praise of Yi Fei, Akainu felt awkward. Of course, he wanted to know more about the result. You want him to attack Kaido, on what terms? If it were someone else, Akainu would have already lost his temper. But this time, he still held back his violent temper. Chapter 367 50 billion berry, he really dares to ask for it. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. With his understanding of Yi Fei. If Marine can't give him conditions, he will never talk about it. Therefore, Akainu is very clear that in order for Admiral Yi Shi to cooperate with the pirate Yi Fei, there must be an exchange condition. Wano-kuni. I told him that if Yi Fei is willing to deal with Kaido, Marine will cooperate with him from behind. Once Wano-kuni is taken, the field will be handed over to him. Yi Fei replied directly. Of course, it is impossible for Yi Fei to talk to himself. Everything is my own idea. It's just that it's just using this identity to say it. These days, it's just a combination of the main body and the avatar to train the pirates. Hearing this, Akainu was a little stunned. Marine cooperated with the pirates and took down the pirates. This is the first time I heard of it. However, the idea of Admiral Yi Shi is indeed very interesting, if Yi Fei really wiped out Kaido. This condition is indeed acceptable. Eliminate Kaido, New World, and Marine will have one less opponent. Therefore, he supports Admiral Yeshi's idea. The Wano-kuni area has always been closed. Leave it to Yi Fei. For Marine, there is nothing to lose. But by defeating Kaido, Marine will lose a powerful enemy in New World. This deal is indeed worthwhile. However, he was more concerned about the next question. Advertisement. Did Yi Fei agree to the condition you proposed? Akainu was distraught. Of course, this kind of thing may not happen once in many years. Of course he will not let go of this opportunity. No, Yi Fei said deliberately. The purpose is to arouse Akainu's interest. Why, doesn't Yi Fei want to own a place as big as Wano-kuni? Akainu, who was on the rise, seemed to be poured a basin of cold water, and felt a sense of loss in his heart, but he really wanted to know the reason. He said it's okay to deal with Marine, but he wants Marine to pay him part of the military expenses. Yi Fei replied with great embarrassment. Of course, it was faked. Since you Akainu want me to deal with Kaido so much. So, why can't first blackmail Marine for military expenses? I'm going to deal with Kaido anyway. So why not take the opportunity to make some money? What, does he want money? Give him Wano-kuni, isn't that enough? What a greedy guy. Akainu almost jumped up immediately. If it were him before, he would definitely not agree with Yi Fei's idea. Because that would lose Marine's dignity. However, in retrospect, this is indeed the past. Dealing with pirates like Kaido is extremely costly. Advertisement. Since Marine wants him to deal with Kaido. Well, he asked Marine to pay military expenses, and this request does not seem to be too much. That's what he said, otherwise, he will never make a move. Facing Akainu, Yi Fei replied helplessly. Hearing what Akainu meant, he still didn't want to give it. In this case, then I will drag you. How much does he want? Akainu's attitude quickly calmed down. 50 billion berry. Yi Fei blurted out directly. 50 billion. He really dares to ask for it. On the other end of the phone bug, Akainu scolded Yi Fei. Giving him such a large territory as Wano-kuni is not enough. I have to ask Marine for 50 billion. However, this time, Marine took the initiative to talk to him, so it's no wonder he opened his mouth like a lion. You know, those 30 new warships are less than 50 billion berry. Marshal Sakazuki, I mean at most half. However, Yi Fei, that guy, admits to death, he won't do it if he loses a penny. Yi Fei said seriously. In fact, taking advantage of this opportunity, they extorted a large sum of money from Marine. Because he is very clear in his heart. Akainu wanted to deal with Kaido himself. Therefore, you must take advantage of this opportunity. Advertisement. Yi Shi, don't agree to it, and don't refuse it. In short, hold him steady. I will discuss this with Naval Headquarters. Akainu ordered. Using pirates against pirates, Marine has never done this before. But he could definitely give it a try. Although he hates Yi Fei. Although the figure of 50 billion is not small, if one of the 4 emperors can really be eliminated, the money is worth the money. It's no problem, Marshal Sakazuki. Yi Fei nodded in agreement again and again. According to what he said, he intends to cooperate. That being the case, then I will fulfill his wish. Then please. After finishing speaking, Akainu hung up the phone in a hurry. Then, he fell into deep thought. Could it be that Yi Fei bought the warship this time to deal with Kaido? Originally, I wanted someone to investigate Yi Fei's purpose for buying the warship with Shuhai this time. But he didn't expect to find out about it by accident. If it is really to deal with Kaido and buy warships, then, I don't need to startle the snake first. Thinking of this, Akainu's goal suddenly became clear. That is to ignore Shuhai's business and let them conduct illegal transactions in private. After they deal with Kaido, they will use this reason to deal with Shuhai and Yi Fei. Akainu called Naval Headquarters again. When he told the matter to everyone. At the venue, the pod exploded immediately. Chapter 368. Lowering the price. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Marshal Sakazuki, Admiral Yexi wants Yi Fei to attack Kaido. What's going on? Did I hear correctly? Wano-kuni handed it over to him, and Marine paid for it. What kind of logic? Who is Admiral Yexi helping? Another 50 billion berry, is he going to rob? We haven't settled with him for his arms sales in the past few months. That's right, over the past few months, pirates from all over the world have gone to Deris Rosa to buy arms. Why don't we use this opportunity to remove Yi Fei's Shichibukai status? Absolutely unacceptable. Vice Admirals, there is a lot of discussion. It is simply impossible for Yi Fei to ask for 50 billion. In their view, Yi Fei is blatant blackmail. Aside, Sengoku remained silent. He knows Akainu well, since he's speaking out about it. So, it means that Akainu agrees with this kind of thing in his heart. Otherwise, it is absolutely impossible to come up with it. It's just that the Marine Vice Admirals didn't pay attention to what Akainu meant. After being a Marine Marshal for so long, I can still see the meaning of this. From his heart, as long as Kaido can be eliminated, Yi Fei's request is not unreasonable. Previously, he had frequent disputes with Akainu. But since Akainu didn't accept his suggestion last time, he stopped arguing with Akainu. Just train and recruit with peace of mind. Advertisement. However, as a senior Marine, he was still invited by Akainu to attend the meeting. Sure enough, Sengoku's conjecture was not wrong. Faced with vice admirals who didn't understand his attitude, Akainu's face turned livid. Hey, don't you want to kill Kaido? If you don't agree, then whoever is willing to lead troops to fight against Wano-kuni, I will give you the 50 billion. Akainu's tone was low. Anyone with a discerning eye could tell that he was really angry. At this moment, everyone understands. Akainu agrees with Admiral Yeshi this time. After all, in the existing Marine Vice Admiral, except for Garp, no one dares to go to Wano-kuni. What Marshal Sakazuki said is that, in my opinion, the conflict between Kaido and Yi Fei has been going on for a long time, and they can just be used to eliminate Kaido, thereby weakening Yi Fei's strength. Yes, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. No matter who wins or loses, we will profit from it. After Akainu lost his temper, those who responded quickly chose to side with Akainu. Soon, the situation changed. Almost everyone is on the line of Akainu. The change in form immediately changed Akainu's attitude. In that case, then we agree to Admiral Yesi's plan. Akainu was satisfied with this. However, the price of 50 billion is indeed a bit high. I can't say as much as Yi Fei said, so let's give as much as we want. In case he wants to go smoothly, in the future, every time he hits a pirate, he will ask us for money. If you get used to it, then it's okay. Advertisement. That's right, he must not be allowed to mess around with money matters. Soon, someone present asked a question. That's why we negotiated. Akainu nodded. 50 billion berry is definitely not a small number. Sure enough, they are still good at calculating. D. Carl Lilly blinked and looked at him strangely. Before leaving, Yi Fei told D. Carl Lilly that he was going to Deris Rosa again. 40 billion berry, not a lot. Ha ha. At this moment, she is watching the drill of the new army on the coaching field. Of course, it is to prepare for the attack on Wangguo. However, Yi Fei didn't think about it now. The bottom line left by Naval Headquarters is 40 billion berry. For now, hold Marine first. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. So, now I can only pay money and let Yi Fei do it. Just return to the G1 branch in the morning, and set sail again in the afternoon. Yi Fei smiled awkwardly. Soon, he understood what Naval Headquarters meant. Soon, everyone reached a consensus. Advertisement. Everyone chattered about, after negotiating a price. In my opinion, 40 billion is about the same. Wait until all of Shuhai's warships are transported over. but don't want to spend more money. Immediately, he told her about the cooperation with Yifei in naval headquarters. However, that's fine too, now, they have something to ask of themselves. At this time, Yifei had already returned to the Marineg 1 branch. But Yifei probably wouldn't do it if he didn't pay. Of course, the most important thing is that Admiral Yi Shi needs to talk to Yifei about the price. Moreover, Yifei must have an excellent reason to attack Kaido. So, why don't you procrastinate for a while? Seeing that there was no way to unify the opinions, Akainu had to vote by show of hands. I think I can only give 30 billion berry. And told him Marine's bottom line, and at the same time, asked him to keep the price down. They want to use themselves to attack Kaido. Yifei smiled slightly at this. Uncle Yi Shi, didn't you just come back? Why are you going to Rosa again? Akainu quickly contacted Admiral Yesi. A chance to get them to pay is fine too. Chapter 369 played by Yifei. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Yifei wants 50 billion berry from Marine. D. Carl Lily let out a giggle. Yes. Yifei looked confused. What does she mean? Pirate Yifei asks Marine for money, are you still smiling so happily? You can still laugh. Yifei asked awkwardly. Yifei, that guy is quite interesting. D. Carl Lily, flushed slightly. Really as greedy as ever. Quote. Yifei was stunned for a moment. He couldn't figure out that D. Carl Lily, who had always been cold and murderous, would react like this today. Baffling. Thinking about what happened last time again, I still don't understand. Not much to say, wait until I get back. The warship is ready to go. Yifei didn't have time to talk to her. Immediately, he hurried away. Advertisement. Going to Rosa again, Yifei decided to stay there more. At the same time, Yifei also made plans. Since the bottom line drawn by Marine is 40 billion berry. Well, follow them. However, this time, you have to accept the money first, and then let them wait. A few days later, Yifei arrived in Rosa as scheduled. Started negotiations between myself regarding the agreement between naval headquarters and myself. After more than 10 days of negotiations with myself, I finally agreed to the bottom line request of naval headquarters, agreed to receive 40 billion berries military expenses for attacking Kaido. Soon, Yifei accepted Marine's high military expenses. This time it was a big blow to them. At the same time, all the warships of Jufeng Trading Company also arrived at Rosa as scheduled. 60 new warships were all delivered. Under Yifei's reassembly, these 60 new warships were replaced with the latest artillery ammunition. Count the main ship, White Pearl. Yifei already has a maritime armada, comparable to marine warships. Now, Yifei needs people, ships, and money. In Yifei's view, with his current strength, he can completely win Wano Kuni. While developing Rosa, Yifei did not waste his practice. Currently, this body only has 70% strength. Yifei still plans to combine the two bodies into one to be safer. At the same time, to attack Wano Kuni, Yifei must have a very good opportunity, a legitimate opportunity to attack Wano Kuni. Advertisement. So, he was waiting for an opportunity. It's not so much an opportunity as it is a person, a very important person. Therefore, he has been standing still. Meanwhile, naval headquarters. After they handed over 40 billion berry to Yifei. Marshal Sakazuki, why has Marine's military expenses been paid, but Yifei has not taken any action? After waiting for half a month, there was no news of Yifei attacking Kaido. Moreover, there are more and more noises in Marine. There is still no news from New World that Yifei is going to attack Kaido. Facing the discussion among Marine, Akainu had no choice but to try his best to appease. Akainu became more and more anxious. In this way, Marine waited for another half a month. There is no reason for not doing anything after receiving money. He can take Rosa, doesn't he want to take Wano Kuni? Let's wait and see. Hey, Yi Shi, why has it been so long, and there is no news from Rosa? This made many people in naval headquarters unable to wait any longer. But right now, the best thing to do is wait. However, he told me to wait and see. Then have you asked clearly, what is that guy waiting for? Advertisement. I am indeed waiting for an opportunity. In Marine, many people are very dissatisfied with Yifei's behavior. Soon, even Akainu himself felt cheated by Yifei. Facing Yi Shi on the other side of the phone bug, Akainu couldn't help himself anymore. Immediately, he contacted Admiral Yesi immediately. The money has already been paid this time, and Yifei didn't say no to it, but just didn't take any action. At this time, if you quarrel with him again, maybe things will get worse. Hearing these voices, Akainu felt uncertain. Pirates have no faith at all, Marshal Sakazuki, we may have been tricked this time. Yes, pay back, Yifei replied directly. They felt that they might have been fooled by Yifei this time. Marshal Sakazuki, during this time, I have been urging Yifei to fight as soon as possible almost every day. According to his own understanding of Yifei, he is a very greedy person. Could it be that Yifei's purpose this time is not to deal with Kaido, but to cheat Marine's money? Now Yifei must be made to work immediately, otherwise, let him pay back the money. If he dares not to pay back, we will take him down directly. Of course, Akainu also has his own bottom line. If Yifei dares to deceive Marine, then he will let him know the consequences. Maybe he's just biding his time. This made Akainu a little bit unbearable. At this moment, it is not the best way to directly withdraw the money, or to urge Yifei. Chapter 370 Momosuke. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. I asked, and he just said that the secrets of the sky should not be leaked. Marshal Sakazuki, please rest assured. Yifei made a promise to me, Wano-kuni, he will definitely attack. In order to reassure Akainu, Yifei had no choice but to comfort him. The move was not out of fear. It's that he didn't want Marine to suddenly appear behind him when he was about to deal with Kaido. Hearing Yi Zai's assurance, Akainu seemed to have taken a reassurance. Admiral Yexi gave him the feeling that he was relatively mature and stable. Therefore, his words are quite credible. Soon, he chose to believe. Then please urge him more. Akainu breathed a sigh of relief. The plan to use money to buy Yifei to attack Kaido was what he promised Marine. So much money has been spent, and the work has not yet begun. Therefore, during this period of time, he has been under the pressure within Marine. Marshal Sakazuki promised to complete the mission. From Akainu's point of view, it seems that time can still be given. That being the case, Yifei is going to delay for a while. The purpose is to wait for that opportunity to appear. Advertisement. Moreover, Yifei knew that opportunity would come. Sure enough, a few days later, in the sea area of de Rosa, on the surface of the sea, on a broken board, several people were lying on their stomachs, including a child. Master Momonosuke, don't worry, there is an island ahead. A middle-aged man on the wooden board said to the child lying beside him. This person is the retainer of the Kazuki family, the head of the 9 men in red sheaths, Foxfire, Kinemon. On the wooden board, the remaining people are Kanjuro Shower, Raizo Ninja Mist, and Momosuke. A few days ago, they traveled from more than 20 years ago to the present. Originally, they planned to go to Zo to find Inuarashi and Nekomushiro. But the boat they were on encountered strong currents, causing the boat to capsize. The 4 of them had no choice but to lie on the board and drift with the tide. Kinemon, I'm so hungry. Momosuke only felt that his eyes were blurry and his speech was weak. The little food he carried with him had already been eaten up. These days, he didn't know how he got here. Fortunately, Kinemon and the others brought some food with them. Barely survived until now. Master Momonosuke, hold on a little longer, there must be something to eat on the island. However, you have to remember my words. From now on, you will call me my father. Kinemon reminded. In order to ensure the safety of Momonosuke, he must keep the identity of Momonosuke secret. Father, I understand. Momonosuke nodded. Advertisement. Immediately, he lay down again. They were soon spotted by a patrol boat from de Rosa. 4 people who appeared out of nowhere. The people on the patrol boat took them to the headquarters of the White Regiment as suspicious persons. Then, Yifei got the news. 4 people who came suddenly. And a child. Yifei was a little nervous. This is the person I have been waiting for. Immediately, they were summoned non-stop. When seeing the 4 of them, Yifei knew that his chance had finally come. Where are you from? What are you doing at de Rosa? Yifei pretended not to know them. As this de Rosa. At this moment, Kinemon knew that he had drifted along the current to de Rosa. We are past guests. A few days ago, the ship accidentally encountered a shipwreck and drifted here. We hope to exchange for some supplies. Kinemon replied. He will never reveal the secret until he has figured out the other party's bottom line. Kinemon didn't recognize Yifei in front of him. And Yifei still pretended not to know them. It turned out to be in trouble. Then where are you going? Yifei questioned them as usual. Advertisement. Hearing this, Jin Wyman was stunned for a moment before answering. We are businessmen, and we are going to New World to do some business. After speaking, he began to introduce the people around him. This is my son, and my 2 friends. It is impossible to talk about this place of Zou easily, so as not to be discovered by others. Kinemon could tell that the young man who was asking questions in front of him was a pirate. It's the pirates who have taken over Wano-kuni. Therefore, for pirates, he would never dare to leak secrets easily. He knew very well that if he said anything casually, he might harm his own people. I see. Yifei smiled knowingly. This guy's tongue is still tight. However, their outfits have long since betrayed them. Yifei was also unambiguous and directly exposed them. Businessman, are you cheating on me? We've never seen a businessman wearing a kimono and carrying a weapon. Are you from Wano-kuni? When their identities were revealed, Kinemon, Kanjuro, and Raizo immediately became vigilant. Indeed, they were all warriors of Wano-kuni. For the identity to be exposed, then, next, it is possible to fight to the death. And Momonosuke had never seen such a scene before, and hid directly behind Kinemon. Facing the vigilance of several people, Yifei didn't do anything, just smiled. You don't have to hide your identity anymore. Our Whitebeard pirates are going to deal with you, and I won't talk so much nonsense with you anymore. Yifei deliberately named the Whitebeard pirates. Chapter 371 Confirm your identity. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The purpose is to attract their attention. Sure enough, several people quickly put down their weapons. Are you from the Whitebeard pirates? Kanamon, who was alert at first, suddenly became very excited. It seems that there is a feeling of finding an organization. Hee, don't you see the flag on the island? Yi Fei laughed loudly. Hearing this, several people began to look around. Soon, he saw a flag not far away, the skull flag of the Whitebeard pirates. That's right, this is really the Whitebeard pirates. Kanamon quickly confirmed the familiar pirate flag. That's right, we are from Wano, and we are here to find you, the Whitebeard pirates. Kanamon said excitedly. It seems more appropriate to find the Whitebeard pirates than to go to Zou to find Neko Mamushi and Anuarashi. As people who lived more than 20 years ago, they still know very well that Whitebeard is someone who can rival Roger, the One Piece King. As long as the Whitebeard pirates are willing to help, then the probability of Momosuke's reset will be extremely high. Hey, what are you talking about? Didn't you just go to East Blue? Why are you looking for our Whitebeard pirates again? What's the situation? Advertisement. I see that you have bad intentions. Yi Fei asked intentionally. The purpose is to let them reveal their identities. I am Kanamon of Wano. This is Kanjuro, Raizo, and this child, Momosuke, son of Kazuki Oden. In the past few days, Jinwei's goalkeeper has introduced Yi Fei one by one. Since he is a member of the Whitebeard pirates, he is not afraid to tell these secrets. Kazuki Oden was originally a member of the Whitebeard pirates. At the same time, Fire Fist Ace just walked in, and Jinamon's words were heard by him. Kazuki Oden's son. Don't be kidding, that's the general of Wano, who died 20 years ago. This child is only 7 or 8 years old. Tell me how it was born. Ace looked disdainful, even angry. You know, Kazuki Oden is the former captain of the Whitebeard pirates. More than 20 years ago, he followed Roger to the final island, and was killed after the crusade against Kaido. He'd heard Whitebeard say it. Oden has a son and a daughter. However, it disappeared more than 20 years ago, and has not been whereabouts until now. But how could it be possible to maintain the appearance of a child for more than 20 years? With normal thinking, this is absolutely impossible. So, in Ace's view, these guys are here to bluff. Advertisement. As for the purpose, he is not clear. We are Kazuki Oden's retainers, and this kid is indeed Lord Oden's son. It's Master Shi, using the ability of Shishiguo to send us to today's 20 years later. If you don't believe me, you can now confirm with Whitebeard that Master Oden was once a member of the Whitebeard pirates. Kanamon couldn't wait to release Shikai. Although he didn't know the two young men in front of him, Fire Fist Ace, and Yi Fei. Of course, he didn't want to miss this opportunity. Facing the phone bug, Momonosuke suddenly burst into tears. Momonosuke, he has seen it before. That familiar voice made Whitebeard Edward Newgate stunned. Oden has been dead for 20 years, and a son emerges today. Uncle Whitebeard, I'm really Momosuke. Yi Fei still pretended not to know. Soon, Kanamon brings him to Ace. That Momonosuke is here. On the other side of the phone bug, Whitebeard Edward Newgate was also in a daze. Thinking of Oden, he still has some regrets. We don't know each other, I want to confirm with you. However, they said that they traveled from 20 years ago. Ace cut to the chase, since he said that Dad knew Momonosuke. After Ace finished speaking, he beckoned Momonosuke to come over. Advertisement. It's nothing anyway. Oden, as the captain, gave birth to 2 children on the ship with Kazuki. All right, Ace, it doesn't look like they are lying, why don't you ask Dad to confirm? Ace nodded. Soon, Whitebeard was contacted. In the world of pirates, there are all kinds of fruits. Confused, Ace took out the phone bug. He also wanted to confirm, so as not to be misunderstood. Kanamon said immediately, please help me, could it be that there is really the time-traveling fruit? He said, traveling through time. Father, someone here says he is Kazuki Oden's retainer and son. Dad, I thought so too. Hurry up, Whitebeard met Momonosuke-sama. Oden has a son, but he disappeared more than 20 years ago. This is the biggest opportunity for him. Ace, are you making a mistake? Looking at a few people, it doesn't seem like they are lying. Sailing on the sea for more than 20 years, he has never had a chance to help him take revenge. Hearing this, Ace, who was originally dismissive, was also stunned. Chapter 372 Responding from inside to outside, attacking Wano. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. More than 20 years ago, that kid said that about himself. He will never forget that familiar voice. It's been decades, and I haven't been so sober. He confirmed that it was Oden's son. Ace, he is Oden's son. By sound alone, Whitebeard can confirm. Quote, son of Oden. Ace stared blankly at the pitiful kid in front of him. Real. Whitebeard has personally confirmed, how can it be fake? You let Yi Fei talk. On the phone bug, Whitebeard said suddenly. Soon, the phone bug was handed over to Yi Fei. Yi Fei, the kid in front of you is the son of former 2nd Division Captain Kazuki Oden, Momosuke. What request does he have? You have to try to satisfy him. Whitebeard said. Of course, this is also to make up for my regrets over the years. Daddy, I know how to do it. What Whitebeard meant was already obvious. The implication is that Momonosuke asked himself to help Wano-kuni restore the country. Advertisement. Then, you must do the same. Of course, Yi-Fei will do it. However, he will use his own way. After hanging up the bug, Yi-Fei confirmed their identities in public. Daddy has confirmed that they are really from Kazuki Oden. After finishing speaking, he asked their request. You have heard what Father Whitebeard said just now. I can help you with whatever you want. Hearing this, Kinemon and his party immediately knelt down on the ground. I beg you, defeat Kaido and Kurozumi Orochi, and help Momonosuke to restore the country. Kazuki Oden's humiliation, they never forgot. Sure enough, as Yi-Fei expected, their goal is to restore the country. That being the case, Yi-Fei has no reason to refuse. After all, Papa Whitebeard had spoken. Don't worry, Yi-Fei will help you deal with Kaido. Ace comforted immediately. As the captain of the White Team's second team, he still respects Oden very much. Yi-Fei, Kinemon and the others were a little puzzled. Afterwards, several people looked Yi-Fei up and down. This young man seemed to be only in his 20s. He helps us deal with Kaido. Is it a bit? Isn't it Whitebeard himself? Advertisement. Facing the doubts of several people, Ace laughed loudly. Sure enough, it has passed through. I don't even know the famous Captain Yi-Fei. I'll tell you right now, the young man in front of you is the vice captain of our Whitebeard pirates. His strength may not necessarily be worse than that of Dad. Also, we have already planned to deal with Kaido. Kinemon's actions also made Ace believe again that they really came here from 20 years ago. The best way now is to cooperate with the outside world. I have already planned to shoot Kaido and avenge Oden. On the side, Kanjuro and Raizo also nodded. However, I need your cooperation. You know, the risk of going back to Wano-kuni is extremely high. In this case, then, we will set off in 3 days. Yi-Fei said directly in front of Ace. I saw that he didn't squint, and didn't make any unnecessary movements. Kinemon immediately expressed his attitude. Yi-Fei nodded and said, if I directly send people to attack Wano-kuni, then even if they are eliminated, the loss will be huge. But in order to help Wano-kuni, I heard from Ace before that you are in Wano-kuni, and you still have many subordinates. Captain Yi-Fei, we would like to inform Neko Mamushi to be with Inuarashi. Okay, since you've talked all the way to this point, I'm not going to hesitate. Advertisement. There is no need for Daddy to take action at all. Captain Yi-Fei, don't say you cooperate. For Momonosuke to return home, even if we die, there is no regret. Yi-Fei nodded silently, then looked at several people. To deal with Kaido this time, only Derice Rose's white team shot is enough. After hearing Yi-Fei's proposal, Kinemon thought for a while. Captain Yi-Fei, this is indeed a good idea. Hearing Ace's words, several people looked confused. Yi-Fei said. Kinemon immediately replied. That's right, in Wano-kuni, there are still many samurai who are loyal to Oden-sama. Yi-Fei has realized that the time to eliminate Kaido has come. The current situation at sea is still unclear. In this way, winning Wano-kuni will definitely become inevitable. Even though he still couldn't believe it, he still decided to take a gamble. Wano-kuni, there is hope for the restoration of the country. It was Kinemon who reacted quickly, and then fell to the ground again. Captain Yi-Fei, please. Kinemon said. Kinemon felt that this risk had to be taken. After speaking, Yi-Fei glanced at Kanjuro shower. The inside should be combined with the outside, this method is very good. However, the only thing Kinemon worries about is Momonosuke. You secretly summon the old ministry, we attack from the outside. That young man named Yi-Fei is no less powerful than Whitebeard Edward Newgate. Chapter 373 Hiding the News and Going to Sea. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. They originally planned to go to Zou to find them. Yi-Fei intends to attack Wano-kuni. Well, bring them now, there will be 2 more powerful helpers. I'll put Marco in touch with them so they can reconcile. Yi-Fei replied flatly. Hearing this, Kinemon was a little surprised. Marco has been with Whitebeard's crew for many years, and is also the captain of his first team. Let Marco do things. How powerful is this young man? He looked like he was only in his 20s. Originally, he still had some doubts about Yi-Fei. But at this moment, all his doubts have been dispelled. You know, in the Whitebeard pirates, only Whitebeard himself can command Marco. Now, Yi-Fei can also direct. Then, it undoubtedly shows his strength. Please Master Yi-Fei. Master Yi-Fei, are you planning to go to sea again? When she heard that Yi-Fei was about to go to sea again, Rebecca was a little surprised. In Derice Rosa, Yi-Fei will practice with her whenever she is free. She has fully learned how to use the ability of Bing Bing Fruit. Advertisement. Now Yi-Fei suddenly wants to leave again. I guess I have to practice alone again. That's right, go to sea to do something. Yi-Fei replied. She didn't tell Rebecca about attacking Wano-kuni. How long will that take? Rebecca immediately asked. As for what Yi-Fei is going out to do, she didn't want to know. Yi-Fei thought for a while. I guess 2 to 3 months. Rebecca was a little disappointed. It seems that I have to practice alone again. Didn't I ask Uncle Blind Swordsman to help you last time? Could it be that he didn't come? Yi Fei was a little curious. I just teach Rebecca when I am free. As for the blind swordsman, he didn't know. I've been here, but that blind man is too strict, I'm not used to it. Rebecca pouted and said, every time, the blind swordsman is very serious, a bit like his father Cyrus. This made her very uncomfortable. It is most natural to stay with Yi Fei. It's better to be strict, then you can learn quickly. I said how you have improved so fast recently. It turns out that it is his credit. It seems that I have to reward him well. Yi Fei nodded, then smiled. Advertisement. Since Master Yi Fei said that I am improving fast. Then why don't you take me out to sea? Rebecca didn't answer Yi Fei's words, but changed the subject directly. However, he was immediately rejected by Yi Fei. Then how? You are just a kid now, you haven't grown up, and you are not suitable for going to sea at all. If I take you away now, Cyrus, King Riku will blame me. Yi Fei said awkwardly. This time, the opponent is Kaido. With Rebecca, Yi Fei couldn't guarantee her absolute safety. That's the point. I already knew Master Yi Fei that you would say that. I was just joking with you. Rebecca imitated the appearance of adults. She had a premonition that Yi Fei would reject her. To avoid embarrassment, she said that on purpose. Hey, this kind of thing is not a joke. Yi Fei is deliberately serious. Then I'll wait for you to come back, and I'll challenge you again. Seeing Yi Fei being so serious, Rebecca's attitude eased a lot. She knew that Yi Fei was very busy, so she didn't intend to make trouble for Yi Fei. It's good to know. I practiced with Rebecca for half a day. Advertisement. Returning to the headquarters of the Baituan again, it was already dark. That night, Yi Fei made arrangements for Derice Rosa. The blind swordsman, Atmos continues to sit for Derice Rosa. Yi Fei took Fire Fist Ace, the crew of the headquarters, and part of the recruited crew went to sea. 3 days later, the port of Derice Rosa. More than 20 pirate ships and 5,000 pirates are already in place. This time, Yi Fei did not intend to bring the White Pearl and the newly purchased new warship. Of course, it's not that Yi Fei doesn't want to. Rather, the geographical conditions of Wano are very special. There is no coast outside the open sea, and there are only cliffs and waterfalls around. Even if the White Pearl and the new warship have their own power system, it is difficult to climb a waterfall somewhere. Therefore, this time Yi Fei chose an ordinary pirate ship. In addition, it is not easy to attract the attention of others. Yi Fei planned to make a surprise attack this time. In order to prevent someone from inside the pirate group from reporting, Yi Fei also chose to keep it secret. To the outside world, it only claimed to go to sea, but did not say where it was going. Although the people in this department chose to keep it secret. But Yi Fei shared this news with Admiral Yi Shi. Word quickly spread back to naval headquarters through Admiral Yexi. They finally made a move. Facing Admiral Yexi's report in the phone bug, Akainu finally nodded in satisfaction. After waiting for more than a month, that guy is finally willing to make a move. That saved him some face at naval headquarters. The military expenditure of 40 billion berry was not spent in vain. Chapter 374 2 Requirements. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Captain Sakazuki, Yi Fei, there are 2 more requests. Yi Fei said directly. In fact, that is my own request. Huh, he still has a request. What request? Akainu looked puzzled. That man, why are there so many things? First, Marine will now keep the attack on Wano a secret. No problem. Second, he wants me to cooperate. Hearing this, Akainu was taken aback. Taking our military money and sending Marine Admiral to help. What's the situation? In this regard, Akainu found it somewhat difficult to understand. Too much shit. Why did he do this? With doubts, Akainu asked. He said that Kaido is very strong and must have helpers. Yi Fei replied. With this move, Yi Fei just hopes to put the 2 bodies together and have a good fight with Kaido. If you go secretly, once someone finds out, it will be troublesome. As long as he gets the consent of Marshal Marine, then he will be able to pass in the open and above board. What is your opinion? Akainu replied. Although, he hates Yi Fei. However, if Kaido can be eliminated smoothly, it will be worthwhile. Advertisement. Admiral goes to cooperate and will definitely be able to eliminate Kaido. However, before doing so, he still had to seek Admiral Yesi's own opinion. After all, he is Marine Admiral. Marshal Sakazuki, it's up to you. It doesn't matter if I go or not. Yi Fei acted like it had nothing to do with him. Of course, this decision has to be made by him, which is safer. Yi Fei kicked the ball back to Akainu. On the other end of the phone bug, Akainu was silent for a moment. Then you'd better go, this time the plan must be achieved. Hear Akainu's answer. Yi Fei showed a smug smile. He already knew that Akainu would do this. As the Marine Marshal, he tried his best to destroy the pirates. Especially pirates like Kaido. Yi Fei also took advantage of this point to successfully grasp his character. And all of this is precisely because of the word, interest. After hanging up the bug, Yi Fei prepared a Marine warship. Then, they called the Marine Vice Admiral Nameless. When he learned that he was going to attack Kaido, Nameless was completely excited. Hey, boss Yexi, this time, are we really going to attack Wano-kuni? Until now, he still couldn't imagine it. Akainu will suddenly send them to cooperate with Yi Fei. Do you want to go? Advertisement. Yi Fei asked intentionally. Of course, I've long wanted to meet that Kaido guy. Boss, you are really mean. Nameless is grateful. Similarly, as Zone's fruit ability user, Wuming has always known that Kaido is almost the top existence of Zone fruit. It has always been his idea to challenge Kaido. Then come with me. Yi Fei laughed. I am very clear about the unknown strength. Not necessarily much worse than Kaido. With him as a helper, this plan will definitely go much smoother. When the two were about to pull anchor and set sail, met D. Carl Lily again. Learned that they are going to help Yi Fei attack Kaido. D. Carl Lily was also very surprised. Sakazuki would agree with you to go. They could tell that it was the exclusive warship of Admiral Yasi of the Marineg 1 branch. Well then, wait for our guy to come back. I'd better forget it, my work here is almost finished. D. Carl Lily smiled and shook her head. Ace, sitting on the wooden sail, yelled in embarrassment. Akainu actually asked them to help Yi Fei. Hey, don't mess around, that's here to help us. A few days later, on the sea, the warship successfully met Yi Fei's pirate ship. The sudden marine warship. Advertisement. This woman. There is a great intention to fire soon. At this moment, they still don't understand the situation. She was very curious about this matter. What she didn't know was that all of this was Yi Fei's plan. Yi Fei asked intentionally. The crew below still couldn't believe it. Immediately, dozens of pirate ships aimed their cannons at the warship. Ace, that's a marine admiral ship. The navigators shouted to the crew below as soon as they retracted the binoculars. How suddenly? Remember to take back Kaido's head, or let alone Marines. D. Carl Lily couldn't figure out why. Charlotte Linlin is my match. It made Bai Tuan feel a little nervous. Quote. They just saw Admiral Yesi's exclusive warship. Gunners in place. D. Carl Lily left a word and walked away on her own. Yes, do you want to go? Yi Fei laughed. The warship sailed away from the port smoothly. Doesn't he hate Yi Fei? It doesn't take that many people at all. In her opinion, go to attack Kaido this time. Yi Fei had black lines all over his face. Chapter 375 Marine, Pirate Cooperation. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. And a few months ago, the scene where the two marine admirals of New World wiped out the pirates, they still haven't forgotten it. I told you to stop. Ace yelled. He knew that Admiral Yi Shi was Yi Fei himself. But this time, he must have come here through some kind of plan. However, Yi Fei once told him that this matter must be kept secret. Ace remembered very clearly. It is impossible for him to disclose Yi Fei's identity to the crew. On Ace's order, a friendly signal was sent from the main ship. Soon, all the warships got the news. Friendly ships were approaching and no attack was allowed. Si Baituan put away the cannon. Yi Fei on the marine warship finally nodded in satisfaction. Come with me to meet that legendary pirate. Yi Fei turned to look at Wuming beside him. After all, the two of them directly landed on the main ship of Baituan. And Wuming finally saw Yi Fei again. Seeing the two of them, Wuming seemed a little excited. The two people in front of them had a bounty of more than 6 billion berry, almost insurmountable existence. Wu Ming, are you interested in becoming my subordinate? Advertisement. I can make you my deputy just like Ace. As soon as they met, the pirate Yi Fei couldn't wait to talk to Wu Ming. Sudden recruitment. Let the Nameless be a little inexplicable. You know me. Nameless was a little surprised. Why didn't you invite the boss, but me instead? What's the situation? Of course, I have seen your battles before, and your strength is very strong, just what I need. Are you interested? Yi Fei asked again. The purpose is to try the Nameless water. Let's talk about it after you beat our boss. Nameless replied awkwardly. He knows Yi Fei's name in the sea very well. To his embarrassment, he was obviously defeated by Yi Shi. Why didn't Yi Fei invite Yi Shi, but invited a defeated general instead? But Wu Ming was very happy to be recognized by the big pirate. Hey, Yi Fei, you are too ignorant. Wu Ming is my most important subordinate. Let him follow you, what should I do? Marine Yi Fei pretended to be angry. Advertisement. Aside, Wu Ming was very happy to see this. This shows that the boss still cares about him very much. Just kidding. In order to ease the atmosphere, the pirate Yi Fei immediately said with a smile on his face. Wu Ming really cared about Yi Zai's thoughts. What if Yi Shi let him join the pirates? However, now is definitely not the time. Okay, we're here to discuss business matters this time, let's not talk about anything else. Marine Yi Fei changed the subject directly. Then, several people entered a room in the cabin. Immediately afterwards, Ace closed the door. Yi Fei found a map. The four immediately sat together. This plan to attack Wano-kuni. Now, only the four of us know. Before reaching Wano-kuni, I hope everyone can keep it a secret. This is the map of Wano-kuni. Currently, we have two main directions of attack, the capital of Flowers and Ghost Island. On the map, Yi Fei quickly pointed out the location. Between the city of Flowers and Onijima, not only the convict quarry and Babu port are separated, but also a piece of sea. After specifying the location, the pirate Yifei began to reveal his plan. Flower City is the residence of the current Wanokuni General Kurozumi Orochi. There are many troops there. I plan to send Fire Fist Ace there. Do you plan to send someone to go with him? After explaining the plan, the pirate Yifei looked at Marine Yifei and Wuming. Then let Wuming and Ace go together. Advertisement. I heard that there are many masters under Kurozumi Orochi. No name just happens to help Fire Fist Ace. Marine Yifei is well aware of the pirate Yifei's intentions. This move is just to pay off Wuming. Against Kaido, Yifei intends to combine two bodies. Then it has become inevitable to pay off Wuming. Quote. After listening to Marine Yifei's words, Wuming was a little speechless. Going to Wanokuni this time, he originally planned to meet Kaido. Once you go to the capital of flowers, then, there is no chance to go to Oni Island. This frustrates him. However, Marine Yifei is his boss. For this, he also has a way. In Marine, the most important one, you must absolutely obey the orders of your superiors. Okay, that's it. Ace and Wuming led a fleet to the capital of flowers. Yexi and I led the team to Ghost Island. No matter what, you must stay in touch. Pirate Yifei looked at Marine Yifei. Immediately, everyone nodded in agreement. After making two arrangements, the next step is how to enter Wanokuni. Yifei clicked on the map again. Chapter 376 Calling the Old Ministry. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. To enter Wanokuni, there are two ways. The first one is to pull the big boat by the carp and go straight up the waterfall. The second line, from the other end of Wanokuni, enters Wanokuni through the dark hole in the waterfall, arrives at the terminal diving port, and then raises the boat to the water surface through the suspension cable. This road can bypass the Ghost Island and directly enter the capital of flowers. However, it is heavily guarded by Wanokuni's troops. Of course, the first way is for me and Admiral Yexi to go directly to Ghost Island. Article 2. Ace Wuming will lead the team. If they encounter enemies, they will be eliminated immediately. Yifei arranged them one by one. Of course, Yifei had already done his job before attacking Wanokuni. The two routes attack directly, making it impossible for them to merge into one. After hearing Yifei's arrangement, everyone nodded. After making a plan, Marine Yifei returned to the warship with Wuming. At the same time, Yifei summoned Kinemon, Momonosuke, Kanjuro and Raizo again. Marco has notified Neko Mamushi and Inuarashi that they set off with a boat 3 days ago. 2 days later, we will meet up on the sea and head to Wanokuni together. Hearing the news, the faces of the four showed joy. The rendezvous with Inuarashi and the others was exactly what they expected. The strength of these two people is very strong. After landing in De Reis Rosa, Kinemon also contacted them. They have set out from Zou with the most elite fur tribe. Captain Yifei, thank you for your help this time. Advertisement. Kinemon prostrated himself on the ground. He felt an indescribable excitement at the thought of the imminent recovery of Wanokuni. Stop saying that. Odin is also a member of the Baituan. We did this to avenge the Baituan. Ace and I have split into two groups, one is going to Flower City, the other is going to Ghost Island. After you meet up with the Cat Viper and Inuarashi, go to Wanokuni first, gather your subordinates, and join us inside and out. In front of everyone, Yifei arranged directly. Go to Wanokuni first. Hearing Yifei's arrangement, Kinemon was a little surprised. Don't we go together? This arrangement seems very reasonable. But Kinemon is very clear about the risk of going to Wanokuni first. Yes. Yifei confirmed again. Aren't we together? Kinemon asked suspiciously. Aside, Fire Fist Ace suddenly spoke. Kinemon, if we go together. Once the war starts, it is estimated that there will be no distinction between the enemy and the enemy. I am afraid that the scene will be extremely chaotic. At that time, if one of us is injured, it will be difficult to handle. In Fire Fist Ace's view. Advertisement. Yifei's arrangements are very reasonable. Kinemon had said it before. In Wanokuni, there are quite a few of their companions. Thousands of people rushed in. Swords and guns have no eyes, and it is extremely easy to hurt one's own people. This matter also has to be considered. Therefore, it is necessary to send Kinemon and his party to Wanokuni to gather in advance. Hearing this, Kinemon nodded thoughtfully. It's okay, we are over there. There are indeed many people, the boy Ashera is there. Ace is right about that. After all, there are thousands of people here, plus all the troops of Wanokuni. It is estimated that there are 20,000 to 30,000 people. If you don't plan ahead, it's not easy to hurt your own people. Okay. Let's go to Wanokuni early when the Cat Vipers come over. After thinking about it, Kinemon immediately agreed to Yifei's arrangement. So best. You go to Wanokuni in advance, you must ensure absolute safety. Otherwise we won't be able to talk to Papa Whitebeard. Yifei reminded. Thank you Captain Yifei for the reminder, we will pay attention. Kinemon nodded. Advertisement. Looking at the people around him, they are all partners who have followed Lord Odin for many years, and they are all very trustworthy. This is a phone bug for you. In case of emergency, you must keep in touch with us immediately. After Yifei finished speaking, he handed the phone bug he had prepared to Kinemon. Captain Yifei is really thoughtful. This time, we will gather the old Wano-kuni team and fight against Kaido Kurozumi Orochi. Kanamon's phone bug replied confidently. So best. This time, we're going to Wano-kuni, not only to defeat Kaido, but also to decapitate the Kurozumi Orochi. In front of everyone, Yi-Fei blurted out. Hearing this, everyone present was very excited. Especially Kanamon Momonosuke, since the moment Oden died, they have been waiting for this opportunity. 2 days later, the Fur tribe led by Maomushi Inuarashi joined Yi-Fei's fleet as scheduled. Under the arrangement of Yi-Fei, Kanamon, Momonosuke, Kanjuro, Raizo, Neko Mamushi, and Inuarashi went to Wano-kuni first. Yi-Fei gave them a fast boat, the purpose is to hope that they can arrive quickly. The big troops slowed down. Soon, there was a huge distance between the front and back. A few days later, Kanamon and his party soon arrived at the boundary of Wano-kuni. Following the waterfall, they entered Wano-kuni without any problems. On the first day they arrived at Wano-kuni, they began to gather the old department work in full swing. Chapter 377 Momonosuke gets arrested. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. However, on the second day, Kanamon and his party were all surrounded. See the Kurozumi Orochi in front of you, and Kaido. Everyone was completely stunned. How can that be? Facing the siege of thousands of people, Kanamon was completely bewildered. As soon as the plan started, it was surrounded by people. And, it's Kurozumi Orochi and Kaido himself. He couldn't imagine it anyway. Hehehehe. Ooh, Kurozumi Orochi and Kaido both let out their characteristic laughter at the same time. Of course, they are very proud. The day before Kanamon and his party entered Wano-kuni, Kurozumi Orochi got the news. Of course, this top secret news naturally came from Kanjuro Shower. Quote. Before Kanamon and the others reacted, Kurozumi Orochi laughed again. Hey, Kanjuro, there's no need to act now, hehehehe. Kanamon was startled. He turned to look at Kanjuro beside him. Advertisement. Kanjuro. Kanamon was dumbfounded again. Suddenly, he saw a face with a strange smile, it was Kanjuro. Before he could react, Kanjuro suddenly grabbed Momonosuke, and then ran towards Kurozumi Snake. General Orochi, Momonosuke is in your hands. After saying that, Kanjuro grabbed Momonosuke by the collar and handed him directly to Kurozumi Orochi. Take Momonosuke. Guhehehe. Kazuki Oden's son, finally caught by me, guhehehe. Kanjuro's operation finally made Kanamon come to his senses. He finally understood that it was Kanjuro who betrayed them. However, no matter what, he couldn't believe that Kanjuro, who seemed simple and honest, would suddenly betray them. This move completely stunned Kanamon and his party. Kanjuro, Momonosuke is our master. Yes, he is the only son of Lord Kazuki Oden. Kanjuro, tell me, why are you doing this? Everyone shouted heart-piercingly. They couldn't believe what they saw. Kakaka, I was originally General Kurozumi's man. How about my acting skills? Kanjuro smiled smugly. He heard Yi-Fei's plan on the boat clearly. As soon as he returned to Wano-kuni, he told Kurozumi Orochi all about Yi-Fei's plan. Advertisement. Kurozumi Orochi then teamed up with Kaido to trap all Kanamon and his gang. Kanjuro's words were like a bolt from the blue to Kanamon. He originally thought that this plan was seamless. But he never thought that he would be betrayed by his own people. Moreover, Kanjuro Yuyu, one of the 9 heroes of Chishao. We are partners. Kanamon still couldn't believe it. You know, when Kazuki Oden was put into the frying pan, he also went with him. Such a person, would it be someone from Kurozumi Orochi? Kakaka, Kanamon, my name is Kurozumi Orochi. I can't believe you are still so stupid. Yi-Fei, however, it is still important to deal with the enemy now. Kaido is extremely unhappy with his orders. Kanamon yelled angrily. Kanjuro, if you dare to attack Master Momonosuke, we will not let you go regardless of Cape Tianya. Hearing this, Kaido's eyes turned to Kurozumi Orochi. Kaido was furious. Kaido's words made Kanamon feel a little overwhelmed. He didn't expect that Yi-Fei, who is famous in the world of One Piece, is not worth mentioning in Kaido's eyes. Immediately, he looked at Kaido beside him. Yi-Fei's fleet has come to Wano-kuni. Now only the name of Yi-Fei can be used to frighten them. Advertisement. If it wasn't for Jin's suggestion, he would have attacked Iris Rosa long ago. What happened to Quinn, Jack and others had already made him very angry. Hearing Yi-Fei's name, instead of being afraid, Kaido became furious. Kurozumi said with a sneer. Quickly release Momonosuke-sama. Hehehehe, just relying on you people, wanting to defeat us is simply ridiculous. However, Kanamon seemed to be thinking too much. Kaido, mind your own business. Doflamingo's matter hindered his devil fruit plan. Raising the mace in his hand, Kaido sneered. Then, several people beside them also drew their weapons. Immediately afterwards, his subordinates also laughed. Kanamon pulled out his sword excitedly. As long as he dares to step into my territory, I will directly smash his head. Hey, Kaido, Kazuki Oden's gang, I leave it to you to kill them all. I have been waiting for him for a long time. Just a few hundred of them are not enough for Kaido to solve it by himself. Not knowing the situation, Momonosuke was frightened and cried. Kanamon, save me quickly, woo woo woo. Oh lol, it's just a bunch of miscellaneous fish. He is very clear about Kaido's strength. I haven't settled with Yi Fei yet, that guy actually dared to come to the door on his own initiative. Kanjuro mocked. Chapter 378 The Executed Momonosuke. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Kaido, this group of guys, leave it to you, I'll go first. Kurozumi Orochi said something intimidating, and then turned and left with Momonosuke. He is not interested in listening to those boring words. Today, the happiest thing is to catch Momonosuke. Kurozumi kills the snake, let go of Momonosuke-sama. Kinemon leapt forward and drew his sword to slash at the Kurozumi snake. At this moment, a voice came. You really think I don't exist anymore? Kaido roared, and Bajai called. Bump. This move hit Kinemon firmly. Boom. Kinemon was knocked out of the air. Seeing their companions being knocked down, the Red Sheath 9 heroes could no longer hold back the anger in their hearts. They rushed forward one after another and started a duel with Kaido. The strength of the Red Sheath 9 heroes is certainly good, but this time they are facing Kaido, one of the 4 emperors. In the battle with Kaido, several people were quickly defeated by Kaido. And the hundreds of companions they recruited yesterday were quickly slaughtered under the siege of thousands of people. Hehehehe. Kanjuro, let's go. Advertisement. Kurozumi smiled triumphantly. He's not interested in watching this. At this moment, he is happiest than catching Momonosuke. Kanjuro then took out his brush and drew a large bird. Immediately, the two took Momonosuke and left in a big bird. Back in the capital of flowers, the first thing Kurozumi Orochi did was to disclose the news that Momonosuke had been arrested. Hearing that Momonosuke was arrested, the entire Flower City was completely shocked. The child who disappeared for more than 20 years was arrested. Is it true? This is a message from the general's mansion. But how did they find it? They haven't been seen for 20 years. Residents of the Flower City are talking about it. Many people don't want to believe this fact. But when they saw Momonosuke himself, they were completely stunned. That was the child 20 years ago. It's exactly the same as it was more than 20 years ago. Why hasn't he grown up? Could it be that the rumors are true? 20 years ago, many people still remember Momonosuke's appearance very clearly. Finally, they began to believe the legend. In the meantime, that's exactly what the Kurozumi Orochi is for. Not only did he want to make public the news that Momonosuke was arrested, but he also wanted to execute him in public. These years, Kurozumi Orochi knows it all too well. In Wano Kuni, there are still many chaotic parties in the future, who are full of expectations for the restoration of the Kazuki family, and they have been waiting for the opportunity. Advertisement. It is also what Kurozumi Orochi has been most worried about for more than 20 years. Now, the purpose of executing Momonosuke in public is to completely cut off the hope of that group of rebellious parties and let him take the position of General Wano Kuni. On the day he was captured back to the Flower City, Kurozumi Orochi couldn't wait to take Momonosuke to the execution platform. This is the woe of Wano Kuni. Today, I will execute him here. From now on, Wano Kuni, only the Kurozumi family. Kurozumi Orochi announced in public. Then, dozens of gunmen pointed their guns at Momonosuke who was tied to the pillar. Kinemon, come and save me, I want to live. Faced with this scene, Momonosuke was frightened and cried. You know, he is still an 8-year-old child, and he has never seen such a scene. In the past, every time he shouted, Kinemon would appear. But not this time. Master Momonosuke. In the crowd, a person suddenly came out. Kill all the way, go straight to the execution platform. This person is none other than Kurozumi Orochi's subordinate, Quangshiro. And his true identity is Kazuki Oden's retainer, the second person of the Red Sheath 9 heroes, Denjiro. Crazy man, Kurozumi Orochi yelled. For Kushiro, he was very surprised at first, but it was obvious that he came to save Momonosuke. Advertisement. However, Denjiro ignored him at all. Just go straight to the execution platform. It turns out that you are also from Kazuki Oden. Unexpectedly, you have been hiding for so long. Kurozumi Orochi finally understood. Of course, he didn't expect it either. However, for the execution of Momonosuke this time, he was already prepared for someone to rescue him. Immediately, the several masters beside him were all dispatched immediately. Blocked in front of Denjiro. Shoot quickly, we must not let him save people. Kurozumi Orochi yelled, the most important thing now is to execute Momonosuke. He was very worried about an accident at this time. With one order, dozens of muskets fired at the same time. Momonosuke was completely cooled. Denjiro, who was originally fighting, saw that Momonosuke was not killed. Master Momonosuke. Kushiro fell to the ground in pain. At this moment, the hope that had been pressing in his heart for 20 years was completely shattered. Immediately, a group of people directly tied him up. Quangshilong, your account, I'll settle it with you later. Take it down. If it weren't for this execution, Kurozumi Orochi would never have found out that his valued General Kushiro was a member of Kazuki Oden. Under his order, Denjiro was forcibly taken away. Just as Kurozumi Orochi was preparing to celebrate Momonosuke's death. Chapter 379 Little Purple. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Suddenly, a beautiful scenery appeared in the crowd. Xiaozi, you are finally here. Look, Kazuki Oden's son, has been executed by me. Come and have a drink with me now. Kurozumi said excitedly. Today, the happiest thing is to kill Momonosuke and find the Red Sheath 9 heroes. What moved him even more was Xiaozi's beauty. Xiaozi is not only the Ouran of Wano-kuni, but also the #1 beauty of Wano-kuni. For her, Kurozumi Orochi is also fond of her. However, he still didn't know anything about Xiaozi's identity. Xiaozi didn't pay attention to the favor of Kurozumi Orochi, and just walked onto the execution platform expressionlessly. Without even looking at him, he walked directly to Momonosuke. Suddenly, Xiaozi burst into tears. Hey, Xiaozi, what are you crying for? Could it be that you're from Kazuki Oden too? Kurozumi Orochi shouted angrily. Just like before, he thought of this very quickly. Xiaozi still didn't respond, but continued to cry. Her crying also confirmed Kurozumi's thoughts. Hey, it's really busy today. Those who follow me, the people I like, are actually related to Oden. Hehehehe. Kurozumi Orochi laughed, but soon, his face became extremely gloomy. Hey, Xiaozi, tell me, what is the relationship between you and this brat? Advertisement. Suddenly, Kurozumi seemed to be a different person. Today, he wants to figure out the relationship between the two. Big brother. Xiaozi lay on top of Momonosuke's body, tears in her eyes ran across her face. Quote. Kurozumi Orochi finally remembered at this moment. Kazuki Oden also survives a daughter. That too disappeared for 20 years. It turned out that it was Xiaozi. Bump. After a loud noise, Xiaozi fell to the ground. Everyone turned around in shock. I saw the gun in Kurozumi Orochi's hand still smoking. Xiaozi was shot, which made the onlookers feel uneasy. Xiaozi, but Aro Iran. She's not wrong at all, why kill her? Facing everyone's questions, Kurozumi suddenly roared. People of the Kazuki family, all be damned. Even if he likes Xiaozi very much, so what? That's from the Kazuki family. There must be no future troubles. At this moment, in his mind, it was extremely clear. After killing Momonosuke, if Xiaozi is left behind, there will be hope for that group of rebellious parties. Now, only a complete solution will make them despair. Advertisement. Facing the wrath of the Kurozumi Orochi. In the presence, no one dared to speak. They could only stare blankly at the two people on the execution platform. At the same time, Yi Fei's group, with a large force, has arrived in the waters near Wano-kuni. Yi Fei ordered the fleet to stop sailing. According to the previous plan, he had to wait for Kinemon's signal. However, after waiting for a day, there was no movement. Soon, Ace realized something was wrong. This was not normal. Yi Fei, Kinemon and the others have not heard from each other for a day. Ace is a little worried. Before that, he could still keep in touch with Kinemon. However, today, there is no signal from them. Ace contacts them via phone bug. Ace drives a small boat alone, using the fruit ability to quickly head towards Wano-kuni. Okay, let's set off immediately. You are waiting to meet us over there. Yi Fei walked straight out of the bow. How? At this moment, he regretted it very much. That's Ace's phone bug, and Yi Fei continued to rush to wait under the waterfall. Everything is going according to plan. It is good. Yi Fei ordered immediately. It couldn't be Kinemon and the others who exposed them. Advertisement. Kinemon and the others shouldn't be allowed to take risks. Oden's son Momonosuke was killed, Kinemon and the others were attacked by Kaido, and now, life and death are unknown. Yi Fei jumped out of bed and asked anxiously. Yi Fei ordered suddenly. Yi Fei asked tentatively. Ace, you are not lying to me. Yi Fei, whenever you think I'm still in the mood to joke with you. Ace, maybe something happened to Wano-kuni. Yi Fei was sleepy and hadn't started asking questions yet. The notice goes on, head towards Wano-kuni immediately, get ready for battle. On the other end of the phone bug, Ace said nervously. Of course, what he needs to determine is whether Momonosuke is really dead. It's not too late, you go to investigate immediately. If you find a problem, report it immediately. What? Yi Fei also had a premonition that something was going to happen. The next day, Yi Fei, who was still asleep, was woken up by the phone bug beside him. On the other end of the phone bug, Ace jumped anxiously. Logically speaking, Kinemon is definitely not such a careless person. As a result, it was found that there was no way to connect at all. Ace said suspiciously, this matter is very wrong. Hang up the bug and get dressed. Yesterday, according to Yi Fei's request, he inquired all the way, only to find out about Momonosuke's execution. I heard Ace's urgent tone. Yi Fei, something big happened to Wano-kuni. Received orders from Yi Fei. Chapter 380 Feet Fire Calamity, Jin. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Immediately, the main ship where Yi Fei was on sent out a red signal flare. Dozens of ships behind them also saw the signal immediately. The red signal flare means that you must be ready for battle at any time. Below the waterfall, the fleet splits in two and advances. A group led by Yi Fei headed upwards through the Carp. The other group, led by Marine's nameless team, circled Wano-kuni, walked behind the waterfall, and then walked through the dark cave. According to Yi Fei's plan, Wano-kuni should be reached soon. However, just as Yi Fei's fleet stepped onto the waterfall, I saw a figure with a look suddenly appear in the sky. Soon, it was discovered by the ascending crew members. Attention everyone, there are people in the sky. The voice just fell. I saw that figure swooping in quickly. A pirate ship walking in front was directly washed down the waterfall by the huge shock wave. They haven't had time to see their opponents clearly. And this news was immediately learned by Yi Fei. At the moment, he is staying with his double, Admiral Yesi. It's time to show up. Then, the two bodies merged together again. Then walk out of the room. Stepping onto the bow, a figure suddenly appeared in the sky. One of the three plagues under Kaido's hand, the fire disaster, Jin. Yi Fei was talking to himself. At the same time, the crew members beside them were already scared and overwhelmed. Just now, they saw with their own eyes a boat being kicked under the waterfall, if he was allowed to go on like this. There are no boats to board Wano Kuni. Advertisement. Of course, Yi Fei absolutely does not allow this kind of thing to happen. Immediately, he jumped and went straight to Jin. In the air, seeing someone flying towards him, Jin immediately turned into a pterosaur and swooped down on Yi Fei at a very fast speed. Boom. The two collided in the sky. Then, the two were ejected separately. Yi Fei. When seeing that the person who came was Yi Fei, Jin couldn't help but widen his eyes. It was Kaido who asked you to stay here. I heard that you are very powerful, I really want to meet you. Yi Fei laughed. Through the eyes of the stars, Yi Fei saw clearly his registration, quasi-S rank. In other words, he has the Admiral entry level. A big pirate with a reward of more than 1.3 billion berry is offered. Jin was slightly taken aback. Yi Fei was right, it was indeed Kaido who asked him to stay here. The waterfall is the first entrance here. As long as you guard well, no one can pass through here. However, Jin forgot that Yi Fei has similar abilities to Kaido. Wano Kuni, that's not where you guys came from. You go back now, I can forget the past. Facing Yi Fei, Jin tried his best to maintain his composure. I can give you a choice, if you are willing to leave Kaido and follow me, then I can let you go now. Otherwise, your end will be worse than that of Quinn Jack, I can assure you. Yi Fei replied flatly. However, that seemingly flat tone. But it contained a very strong murderous intent. Advertisement. Jin can feel it keenly. The aura exuded by Yi Fei was no less than that of Kaido. That feeling gave him a kind of fear from the bottom of his heart. But ask him to leave Kaido. That is absolutely impossible. Immediately, he shouted loudly, then come and try. After finishing speaking, he rushed towards Yi Fei again. Sure enough, a stubborn guy. Yi Fei smiled lightly. With both hands clenched, armament haki has already been activated. Facing the rushing Jin, Yi Fei didn't dodge at all. Bump. Haki spilled. Yi Fei, who remained motionless, directly blocked Jin's impact with his right hand. Then, he freed his left hand and hit Jin directly. Jin hastily resorted to armed defense. But his haki is not at the same level as Yi Fei. From the moment the two first met, Jin already knew that he had lost. With a scream, Jin flew out directly. Fortunately, its own strength is not bad. After all, it is also the first of the three disasters. After being hit not far away, he finally settled in the air. Facing an opponent like Yi Fei, ordinary moves are definitely not enough. Jin stared at Yi Fei coldly, and at the same time, pulled out the knife in his hand. Guardian Fire Dragon Emperor. Jin swung the knife in his hand. Advertisement. A burst of flame burst out, and then instantly turned into a huge fire dragon, directly attacking Yi Fei. Yi Fei smiled slightly, but didn't dodge it. When the fire dragon approached, Yi Fei's entire body was instantly surrounded by water polo. The fire dragon struck and swallowed the entire water polo directly into its stomach. The bright fire dragon illuminates the entire waterfall. The crew members who were climbing the waterfall were also terrified when they saw this. But they soon discovered that the fire dragon seemed to be twisting in the sky. Its belly is slowly growing. Jump. A huge water ball directly broke through the body of the fire dragon. The fire dragon that was split in two gradually disappeared into the air. Quote. Jin's eyes widened. Guarding the fire dragon emperor is his strongest move. It was so easily resolved by the other party. And he didn't see any move of Yi Fei. How can that be? Moreover, Yi Fei in front of him can use the ability of the water system. That's pretty much his nemesis. Known as the fire disaster, what he fears most is water. But Yi Fei has this ability. Thinking of this, Jin trembled unconsciously. This is the strength of the four emperors level. At the same time, Yi Fei, who was wrapped in the water polo, released the fruit ability. This ability is not bad. Yi Fei muttered to himself. Chapter 381 Kaido's second line of defense. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Now I have been able to master the ability of Yu fruit very proficiently. Just when the ability was unlocked, the huge water polo, like rain, falls with the waterfall. Under the shining of the sun, a gorgeous rainbow is formed. Jin couldn't believe the scene in front of him. Just before he could react, Yi Fei has already come behind him. When Jin turned his head, a steel-like fist hit him directly on the cheek. What? With a scream, Jin was hit directly by Yi Fei, and then quickly fell into the water. Make huge waves. Woohoo! Captain Yifei is amazing. On the pirate ship, the crew shouted excitedly. They had just witnessed Yifei defeating Kaido's fire calamity. Ding! Congratulations to host for defeating Jin of Flame. Open black lens bracket reward host experience points 60,000 points close black lens bracket. Hearing the system's reward, Yifei seemed a little surprised. It seems that the experience points for defeating Jin are not bad, with 60,000 points, which is worthy of a quasi-admiral level character. This is much higher than Shichibukai. I feel that Jin is not that powerful, and even somewhat inferior to Quinn. Advertisement. Quinn belongs to the strength type, while Jin belongs to the skill type. Yifei didn't think much about it, and then jumped back to the boat. Crew cheers again. Yifei didn't care too much. At this moment, many pirate ships have already boarded the waterfall. Wait until after all the boats have gone up the falls. Yifei decides to go directly to Ghost Island to fight Kaido through the waterway between Julie and Nozomi. This was the plan that Yifei had drawn up before. However, the fleet did not go far. The oncoming ones were blocked by more than a dozen pirate ships. That was Kaido's second line of defense for Yifei, intending to consume Yifei's forces. Yifei's pirate ship has arrived, get ready to attack. Beast's pirates, a dozen large ships lined up. Then, turn the bow of the ship and use the cannon on the side of the ship to aim at Yifei's fleet. Bump. More than a dozen pirate ships opened fire at the same time. Gunpowder smoke billowed, and shells shot out like raindrops. When it fell on the sea, a water column more than 10 meters high was stirred up. Among them, a small number of shells hit Yifei's warship. Just when they are excited about it, they soon discovered that under their own fire, the other party did not fight back. Advertisement. It was just divided into two sections and retreated a certain distance. Soon, there was no way to cover them with artillery fire. Just when they decide whether to rush at each other. In the sky, a dark cloud suddenly appeared above their heads. Then, it began to drizzle. What's the situation? Is it going to rain? Hey, it's going to rain before it starts. Will our gunpowder get wet? Hurry up and move the gunpowder in. Immediately afterwards, the beast's pirates stopped their artillery attack. This rain is heavy. However, the dark clouds above also moved backwards with them. What's more terrible is that these gunpowder are placed on the deck. Inside the cabin, there is rainwater everywhere. In order to deal with Yifei, the dozen or so pirate ships this time were all filled with gunpowder shells. If this continues, none of us will survive. Although there is a drainage system on board, the water volume is too large, and there is no way to drain it all at once. It's too evil. Only then did everyone realize that this rain was not simple. Everyone, return to the cabin immediately. What was originally a drizzle turned into a torrential rain in an instant. Once it rains, the gunpowder will be wet and there is no way to fire it. Afterwards, people kept falling on the deck. Advertisement. Then, the rainwater directly entered the cabin along the crack. The sudden black cloud, and it just appeared above their heads, made the beast's pirates look confused. Under the order of the main ship, all the fleets retreated to avoid. At the same time, all personnel tried their best to move the gunpowder into the cabin. It hit the deck with a thud. This shit is too evil, it will follow us. Could it be that it's just the beginning and it's about to end? The wooden boards on the cabin were smashed and cracked, and soon, cracks appeared. Also, why is it only on our heads, and it seems to be sunny on the other side? Raindrops the size of a basketball directly smashed the pole of the boat. What kind of rain is this? It feels like a stone falling from the sky. And the crew members inside were taken into the sea together. Help, I don't want to be a pirate again. Everyone lamented their tragic fate. Every drop of rainwater is like 100 caddies. It can kill people directly. Those who were originally fighting were hit by the rain and screamed in pain. The voice just fell. The decks of several old-fashioned warships were pierced, seawater poured into the ships, and soon sank to the bottom of the sea. What's the situation? All the personnel of more than a dozen pirate ships dropped their weapons and began to run into the cabin, regardless of the gunpowder on the deck. Chapter 382. All solved. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Just when everyone thought they were going to be buried in the rain. The rain suddenly stopped. Look up and look up. The dilapidated cabin roof can already see the blue sky. Everyone was dumbfounded. It's over so soon. The rain has stopped. Let's go out and fight quickly, otherwise Master Kaido will blame you again. Wait until they get back to the deck. Yifei's fleet has approached from both left and right directions. At a distance of only tens of meters. It was seen that the ships dealt with were still intact. The beast's pirates are completely confused. Dare to feel that this rain is falling on us. The approach of the Yifei fleet caused the beast's pirates to panic completely. Hastily set up the cannon to deal with it. But at this moment, all the gunpowder has already been wet. Some shells have already fallen to the bottom of the sea due to the impact of rain. Water is also bubbling out of the iron cannon. Although some cannons can be used, there are only iron cannons, and the gunpowder used for boosting has already been soaked. In this case, there is no way to use cannons at all. Advertisement. Even the muskets in their hands could not be fired because of the water. Just when they were completely messed up. On the opposite side, in the left and right directions, artillery fire suddenly rang out. Boom, boom. At such a short distance, the shells landed with precision on the beast's pirate's ship. The huge iron cannon directly crashed into the hull, and then exploded. The people on board were either blown away, or they jumped into the water voluntarily for fear of being blown away. One after another sank to the bottom of the sea, and some were directly blown up by shells. A dozen large ships that were originally intact were instantly wiped out under the fire of the Yifei warship. On the surface of the sea, there are scattered logs everywhere, and the crew of Beast's pirates lying on the logs. Help! On the sea, the crew of the Beast's pirates let out heart-piercing cries in the face of the approaching Yifei fleet. It was the exact opposite of the momentum when we first met. Now, they hope that the other party can not only let them go, but also save them. But they were wrong. On board, countless crew members of the Whitebeard pirates pointed their guns directly at them. Boom, boom, boom. On the surface of the sea, countless gunshots suddenly sounded. As for the Beast's pirates, they don't care. It is to avenge the sneak attack on Kaido last time. Advertisement. And Yifei, in the face of these pirates who oppressed the people of Wano, had no mercy at all, allowing his subordinates to shoot and kill them wantonly. More importantly, they are enemies and must be eliminated. Hey, we have all surrendered, why are you still attacking us? Whitebeard pirates, taking advantage of others, damn it, why should I come here? Can't we join the Whitebeard pirates? Stop shooting, please. On the surface of the sea, people kept screaming in despair. They didn't expect that the other party not only failed to save them, but also killed them. At that moment, they finally realized what despair is. Even how they beg for mercy. But no one took care of it at all. The sound of despair, screams, and gunfire immediately filled the entire sea. An hour later, on the sea, gradually began to calm down. The corpses of countless pirates are floating on the sea. Of course, those were the Beast's pirates. Keep going. Yifei gave the order blankly. Facing the corpse on the sea, Yifei didn't look at it, but just looked ahead. The purpose this time is to destroy Kaido. Of course, for those under Kaido. Yifei could have taken advantage of this opportunity to recruit. But this time I didn't bring enough boats. Most importantly, it is not safe to pull these people on board. Advertisement. When confronting Kaido, if this group of people turned against each other, wouldn't they be put on the same line? As the boss, Yifei naturally didn't want to take this risk. Therefore, the best way is to eliminate them all. After crossing the sea, Yifei successfully entered the waterway between Julie and Exame. Onijima, Kaido, who was drinking, soon learned the news that the fleet ahead had been wiped out. What? The entire fleet was wiped out? Kaido looked puzzled. Originally, he thought that the two lines of defense could hold Yifei back. Let him consume where he is. Unexpectedly, Yifei crossed the two lines of defense so quickly. What about Jin? Kaido asked coldly. Before that, he didn't get any news from Jin. At present, I only have this most powerful subordinate. Go back to Master Kaido. Our people saw that he was shot down by Yifei and his whereabouts are currently unknown. The informant responsible for the secret observation replied tremblingly. They didn't dare to report the news that Jin was knocked into the sea. It's just that now it's time to report. HMPH, that guy, it's not that easy to die. For Jin, Kaido didn't worry too much. On the contrary, he was very curious about the destruction of the fleet of the second line of defense. Soon, he was confirmed. Chapter 383 Casualties, Kaido was furious. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Yes, Master Kaido, nearly 4,000 people were killed in our dozen or so large ships. Yifei their boats, shoot us overboard. The intelligence personnel saw with their own eyes the destruction of dozens of warships, and all of them were killed. Hearing that the warship was destroyed and his subordinates were killed, Kaido frowned. 4,000 people were all killed in less than one morning. Since we lost so much, then Yifei and the others must be the same. Kaido asked coldly. He knew that the second line of defense couldn't stop Yifei at all, it could only consume him. So, now he is concerned about the casualties of the Yifei fleet. Naval battles have always injured 1,000 enemies and 800 self-damages. In his opinion, Yifei's loss should be equal. However, he was wrong. Slight damage to one ship. Intelligence personnel dare not answer. What? Kaido was furious when he heard the news. He naturally refused to accept this fact. More than a dozen large ships, plus 4,000 people died, in exchange for a small ship with minor injuries. Have I, Kaido, ever fought such an aggrieved battle? It's not just a shame, it's a shame. Immediately, he smashed the wine gourd in his hand to pieces. Advertisement. The people around were immediately frightened to the ground. My majestic beast's pirates, more than a dozen pirate ships, would they fail so disastrously? Tell me what's going on here. Anyway, Kaido doesn't believe this fact either. More than a dozen well-equipped warships were only exchanged for minor injuries to one of the opponent's warships. When the war started, our fleet was suddenly attacked by a strange rain. All warships have no way to fire, so Yifei and the others take advantage. The person in charge of monitoring explained. At the moment, he can only do his best to blame the weather on the weather. Strange rain. That's right, because of the rain, our artillery fire couldn't attack. Damn, it turned out to be demon fruit power. Immediately, Kaido thought of this question. If demon fruit power, it can definitely be done. Speaking of this, most of Kaido's anger disappeared. Although he has a bad temper, the reason for this failure is not the fault of this side. In this regard, there is no further investigation. The next step, Yi Fei's plan, should be here. Send the order down, get everyone ready. Next, I'm going to fight Yi Fei on Ghost Island. While Kaido was deploying troops, Yi Fei was heading towards Ghost Island. Wu Ming led another group of people through the water hole and arrived at the diving port. Soon, he joins up with Ace and wipes out all the defenders in the submerged harbor. Then, a drawbridge was erected to raise the boat to the surface. Advertisement. Go directly to the capital of flowers. Fire Fist Ace, why are you listless? Along the way, Ace didn't say a word. The son of Odin is dead, Ace said helplessly. If he had been allowed to stay on the big ship, this kind of thing probably wouldn't have happened. Now, he has no way to explain to his father. It is estimated that they will be scolded severely. People can't be resurrected after death, let's forget about it. Although we are people with different paths, our mission is the same this time. Nameless reminded. All along, he has heard of the name of Fire Fist Ace. For him, although it is an enemy, but it is worthy of respect. Ace nodded awkwardly. He did not forget his mission to Wano this time. Ahead is the capital of flowers, let's kill them now. Immediately, the two took everyone out of the boat. Started to rush to the capital of flowers. Along the street along the way, as long as you encounter resistance, you will be killed on the spot. The subordinates of the big snake, those who were killed retreated back and forth, and fled in all directions. Just when Ace Wu Ming was walking all the way. In the distance, there was turmoil again. Run away. Advertisement. The subordinates of Kurozumi Orochi were killed and returned. Who the hell? Just when the two were wondering. In front, a huge figure suddenly appeared. Child Ashera. Ace recognized the figure quickly. Yizang, the captain of the 16th Division of the Whitebeard Pirates, often talks about the 9 heroes in the red sheath. Although Ace has never seen him before, his figure and appearance are exactly what Yizang said. Immediately, he yelled at him. Hearing someone calling him from the opposite side, Ashera boy reacted quickly. Looking straight ahead, he saw Ace. Fire Fist Ace. The boy Ashera recognized Ace immediately. Immediately, he froze there. See Ace coming at a gallop. He didn't do anything. Just when Ace was approaching suddenly, the Ashera boy suddenly pulled out his sword and slashed at Ace. Fortunately, Ace reacted quickly, so he didn't get hit by him. Hey, Ashera boy, I'm Fire Fist Ace. Ace looked puzzled. He didn't know why the boy Ashera was attacking him all of a sudden. I know you are Fire Fist Ace, it was you who cut it. After that, he raised his knife and chopped off again. However, this time Ace did not dodge, but directly blocked his attack with the Fire Fist gun. Chapter 384 Ashera boy, misunderstood Ace. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. However, this time Ace did not dodge, but directly blocked his attack with the Fire Fist gun. Before you attack me, at least speak clearly. We came all the way to help you. Ace snapped. In his view, there must be a misunderstanding. Why did you let Momonosuke-sama come here? Ashera's teeth itched with hatred. A day ago, he suddenly got the news that Momonosuke was killed. Momonosuke came here with the Whitebeard pirates. In his opinion, Momonosuke cannot be allowed to take this risk at all. But something went wrong. We are here to help you. Nobody knew it was going to happen. Ace was very angry, but also very regretful in his heart. Originally, he was depressed enough. He hadn't dared to tell Father Whitebeard about this matter until now. But now someone wants to put Momonosuke's death on Baitone's head. Ace would definitely not agree. Why don't you keep him in Rosa? The boy Ashera was still furious. Do you think it's safe to let him stay there? There is an inner ghost among you. Advertisement. Don't you know? Ace said loudly. In his opinion, this guy is simply making trouble for no reason. Inner ghost. It's impossible. Boy Ashera didn't believe Ace's words at all. HMPH, that's the guy named Kanjuro Showeryu. Ace replied coldly. Originally, he didn't know about it. But he sneaked into the Big Snake mansion last night. Seeing Kanjuro and Kurozumi Orochi together, I understand why. If he knew about this in advance, then he must have personally killed him in Rosa. Kanjuro. Impossible. Just like us, he has been following Lord Odin for many years, and he will never betray the young master. It must be your people who leaked the news, which caused the young master to be killed. The boy Ashera said angrily. Let him admit that Kanjuro is the ghost. Totally impossible. Hearing this, Ace let out a contemptuous laugh. It's you who are too stupid, the ghost who has been hiding for decades, you still don't believe it, it's ridiculous. It was because of his betrayal that Kinemon was ambushed by Kaido. Momonosuke died unexpectedly, and you actually pointed the finger at us. Hehe, if we really want to deal with Kinemon and the others, Rosa, we will do it. Advertisement. Could it be that you're still going to Wano? As soon as this remark came out, the boy Ashera was immediately stunned. Ace's words did make sense. Oden-sama is originally a crew member of the Whitebeard pirates. Logically speaking, such a thing would never be done. A few days ago, he also inquired about the news that Yifei and his group were coming to Wano. Therefore, he has been waiting for the opportunity. For this reason, he is also ready to meet the white group. But yesterday, he suddenly learned that Kinemon and his party were suddenly intercepted and killed by Kurozumi Orochi and Kaido, and the young master Momonosuke died unexpectedly. But he didn't have time to join Kinemon and the others. Under the rage, he couldn't stay awake at all, so he attributed all the crimes to the Whitebeard pirates. After thinking about it, Kinemon and the others might really have been betrayed by the ghost. Ace, I will trust you for now. If I find out that you are lying to me, I will not let you go. Even if you are members of the Whitebeard pirates. The Ashera boy put away his sword. HMPH, this is the truth, you can't help but believe it. However, we have to go to Orochi City to see, I bet Kanjuro must be there. Facing this fat man, Ace was very angry. He still doubts. Ace, I heard that the man named Yifei has come to Wano. Excuse me, what about others? Advertisement. Ashera boy is still domineering. Originally, he was the gangster leader of Wano. If he hadn't been subdued by Kazuki Oden, he'd always be a punk. For the character of this man, Ace has heard. Yifei and the others have already gone to Ghost Island by another road. I believe, he will meet Kaido soon. Ace answered truthfully. Although he is very angry. Since Yifei has gone there, what are we waiting for? Let's go directly to Ghost Island. Ashera boy said immediately. Yifei has given me a mission, my goal this time is Kurozumi Orochi. Ace is very depressed. He really wanted to go to Ghost Island, but he couldn't directly disobey Yifei's order. After all, now I am preparing to lead people to attack Kurozumi Orochi. Then we will kill Kurozumi Orochi now. Go to Onijima again to clean up Kaido. The Ashera boy responded immediately. Shouldn't we take back Momonosuke's body first? I heard that there are heavy guards there. Hearing this, the boy Ashera remembered. He has been hiding in the mountains, and when he heard the news that Momonosuke was killed, he rushed aimlessly all the way. In my heart, I only thought about revenge. Chapter 385 Let Kaido increase staff. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. If it wasn't for Ace's reminder, he wouldn't be able to remember Momonosuke's body at all. You said, well, let's go now. Immediately, according to the news from the previous inquiry. The boy Ashera met Ace Wooming and ran towards the square together. Kurozumi Orochi after the execution of Momonosuke. Hang his body over the square. Purpose, there are 2 points. First, attract the Oden rogue, and get rid of it again. Second, give warning to the people of Wano. Kurozumi Orochi's calculations are good. However, he underestimated the opponent who came this time. With Shichibukai level Ace, and Admiral level unnamed, plus Ashera boy, one of the 9 heroes of the Red Sheath. Under the joint attack of the 3, Kurozumi Orochi's troops were defeated for a while, and several cadres were also killed on the spot. Soon, the 3 arrived at the square. The 2,000 people who were originally stationed here were all killed by the troops led by the 3 in an instant. At the same time, Fu Lu Shou, a cadre highly valued by Kurozumi Orochi, had no time to escape and was defeated by an unknown blow. Fu Lu Shou, you were originally a retainer of the Kazuki family. Why do you want to go to the Kurozumi Orochi and deal with the Kazuki family? The boy Ashera was furious. Advertisement. Quote. Fu Lu Shou said nothing. At this moment, he knew that it was useless to say anything else. Seeing that he didn't answer, Ashera boy was completely angry. Immediately he drew his sword and chopped off his head. Originally, those subordinates who refused to surrender. Seeing that the Orochi Yuding fans' blessings and longevity were killed, they were frightened and knelt down and begged for mercy. For those who followed Kurozumi Orochi and turned their backs on Kazuki's family. The Ashera boy showed no mercy, and raised his knife and dropped it. Kill them all and go fast. At the scene, none of Kurozumi Orochi's people were spared, and all of them were executed. While solving Kurozumi Orochi's subordinates, they also got another piece of news. Kinemon and his party were escorted to Rabbit Bull, prisoner quarry. After Kaido defeated Kinemon's group, he didn't kill them directly, but sent them to the prisoner quarry. The plan is to wait until the Yifei gang is dealt with before making a decision. After hearing the news, Ashera boy decided to rescue Kinemon and the others first, and then attack Kurozumi Orochi. Ace agreed to the plan. After burying Momonosuke, everyone set off together to the prisoner quarry. At the same time, in Orochi City, Kurozumi Orochi learned the news that the garrison troops were all wiped out. Immediately, I was shocked immediately. In Changgong, he arranged for 2,000 subordinates, and in Flower City, he arranged for 6,000 subordinates. In less than one morning, they were all slaughtered. Advertisement. The most important subordinates, Fu Lu Shou and others were also decapitated. Only then did he know that the people who came this time were Fire Fist Ace and Marine Vice Admiral. Pirates, team up with Marine against Wano. This made him never think of it, nor did he get this news before. Immediately, Kurozumi Orochi yelled in a hurry. Where is Kaido? Let him immediately send someone over for reinforcements. At present, in his hands, there are not many people who can use it. If Kaido doesn't send someone over, then, your own status will be in jeopardy. He knew very well that Ace and the others' next plan must be Big Snake City. Therefore, in any case, Kaido must be increased. You know, Beast's pirates are very powerful. Besides that important cadre, Beast's pirates also have hundreds of demon fruit power. Soon, Big Snake City sent someone to contact Ghost Island. The news that came back was indeed very disappointing. What? Kaido won't send troops over. I'm the general of Wano Kuni. That guy dare not listen to me. Kurozumi Orochi was furious. Had he not taken them in by himself, Kaido would have settled in Wano Kuni. Advertisement. How dare that guy break his promise? Kurozumi hopped his feet like a snake. Immediately, I personally took out the portable snail, which is unique to Wano Kuni, basically the same effect as the phone bug, and can be used for communication. Hey, Kaido, why don't you send me troops? As soon as I got in touch, Kurozumi couldn't wait to question him. In the face of his domineering, Kaido did not save him any face. Deng even turned back. Orochi, when did Lousy become your subordinate? How ridiculous. Kaido was furious, although I have always treated Kurozumi Orochi very politely. However, he never considered Kurozumi Orochi his superior. Always thought so, but Kurozumi Orochi still thinks so. So, for Kurozumi Orochi's request, he felt ridiculous. Hearing this, Kurozumi Orochi jumped into a rage. Kaido, you wouldn't be where you are now without me. Don't forget, Lousy is Wano Kuni's general and can tell you to F*K off anytime. Kurozumi Orochi is extremely arrogant. In his view, Kaido is his thug. You can do whatever you want him to do. The problem is, Kaido doesn't see it that way. Chapter 386 Ghost Island. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Orochi, don't forget, we are just allies. Didn't I help you deal with Odin? Want to drive me away? Let's see if you have the ability. Ooh, Kaido laughed and cut off the connection directly. Chatting with that guy, the two of them still couldn't talk together. Simply ignore him. In fact, it's not that he doesn't want to increase troops to help Kurozumi Orochi. But he knew that Yifei was coming to Ghost Island soon. Transfer people away at this time. You only do it if you have a brain problem. Also, despite being an ally, he never liked the character of Kurozumi Orochi. If it weren't for the interests of the two, I would have killed him long ago. Cut off by Kaido, Kurozumi is furious. But now without Kaido's reinforcements, it is estimated that Ace and the others will hit here soon. The order goes on, all the troops of Wano Kuni will be transferred back to the Big Snake City. Kurozumi Orochi had no choice but to order. Facing Fire Fist Ace and the others, he will defend in Big Snake City. At the same time, Yifei and his gang have sailed along the waterway between Julie and Exame. Standing on the big boat, he looked around on both sides of the waterway along the way. Advertisement. Odin Castle, the leaking village, was originally a paradise, created by Kazuki Odin. Now, dilapidated, Odin Castle has long been destroyed. The formerly rich Jonlu village is now like a slum. Seeing it with his own eyes, Yifei couldn't help but sigh in his heart. Ahead of the captain, we will soon arrive at Oni Island. The main ship navigator pointed forward. Yifei regained consciousness. Not far away, a building that looks like a giant horn of a ghost clearly appeared in front of everyone. The sky is as dark as night, even during the day. The rough seas in the past are unusually calm today. There is a dangerous atmosphere in the air. Gives a very depressing feeling. Send the order, everyone stop. Immediately, Yifei gave orders to all warships. There is no ship on the sea, which is indeed very suspicious. Yifei couldn't help feeling a little wary. If you break in rashly, if someone makes dumplings, you will be in trouble. Therefore, we must first observe the situation. Yifei was right. Kaido's fleet has been hiding the Ghost Island, the purpose is to let Yifei's fleet approach. On the roof of Ghost Island, many people are observing the sea with binoculars. They had already learned in advance that the ships that Yifei brought this time were not many. As long as Yifei's fleet is close, they can directly surround Yifei's fleet from both sides. Advertisement. Master Kaido, they don't seem to have any plans to move forward. Heian Onigashima, a crew member with a telescope reports to Kaido. Ooh lol, that guy is pretty smart. Let's attack. Kaido wasn't in the mood to play tricks with Yifei, that didn't help much. With the sound of a cannon, hundreds of warships suddenly appeared on both sides of Ghost Island. Divided on the left and right sides, they stepped on the waves and attacked the Yifei fleet. At this moment, on the fleet on both sides, it began to rain immediately. Moreover, the rain is getting heavier. Like last time, this is also rain controlled by Yifei. Oh, lol, so, that's what happened. Kaido burst out laughing. He instantly understood why the previous fleet was wiped out. Someone is manipulating the rain against their boats. Without even thinking about it, it must be what Yifei did. Immediately, without thinking too much, he ordered directly. Fast to them and joined their fleet. Beast's pirates, hundreds of large ships, quickly approached Yifei's fleet. The purpose is only to mix among them. Let Yi Fei's fleet, himself also be attacked by rain. Facing the enemy ships approaching fast, Yi Fei did not panic. Instead, continue to manipulate capabilities. Just a few hundred meters away from the fleets of both sides. Advertisement. In the sky, a rain curtain appeared in the middle. As long as they dare to rush over, all rainwater will directly cover their fleet. Wait for them to come closer. Even hundreds of ships are unable to exert their original combat power. Sure enough, the appearance of the rain curtain stopped the beast's pirates. The heavy rain made their boats wet and damaged to varying degrees. Fortunately, they made preparations in advance, so the same situation did not happen in the morning. If you go directly through this rain curtain, what will happen? So, they stopped. Use the heavy rain to block it. It's really childish. Kaido sneered, then jumped into the air. In an instant, a blue dragon appeared above the ghost island. Then, Xinglong suddenly stirred his body. A series of tornadoes immediately appeared on the sea. The originally calm sea suddenly became rough. The rain curtain in the sky was stirred up by the tornado and spread in all directions. The fleets of both sides were damaged by the wind and rain. Yi Fei kid, I know you're here. At this time, what are you doing sneakily? In the sky, the green dragon opened its mouth wide. The sound resounded throughout the ghost island. Chapter 387 Confrontation with Kaido. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. It's time to. Yi Fei curled his lips and rose into the air. A golden dragon suddenly appeared on the sea. This is Yi Fei. On the sea, the crew of the beast's pirates were stunned. The same scene, last scene, was in Marineford. This golden dragon is exactly the same as last time. In the sky, I saw the golden dragon wagging its tail, aiming at the beast's pirates and sweeping them away. The huge air wave overturned several warships directly. Come closer. At this moment, the sea is raging with wind and clouds. However, the rain has stopped at this moment. If they don't get close to the Yi Fei fleet, they will be wiped out in an instant. Yi Fei didn't hesitate to go down, but rushed towards Kaido directly. Seeing this, Kaido also swam and came towards Yi Fei. Hot interest. Hot interest. Two dragons of the same size made exactly the same moves. Advertisement. Flame-like rays of light intertwined, illuminating the ghost island. Then, a wave of heat in space spread out in all directions. Hateful. See the other party imitate their own tricks. Xinglong was furious, opened his mouth wide, and spit out countless wind blades from the mouth. At the same time, Jinlong followed his example and spit out countless wind blades. The two wind blades collided and stirred together, making a mess. The wind blade with a strong cutting and tearing effect dances all over the sky. The two giant dragons were under the attack of the wind blade at the same time. The pain of being cut forced them to stop attacking and start colliding with their bodies instead. On the surface of the sea, the fleets of both sides are not idle because of the battle between the two giant dragons. On a stormy sea, the fleets of both sides entered the melee mode. This time, Yi Fei brought only dozens of ships, while Kaido brought nearly 100 ships, more than double the number of Yi Fei. On the number of ships, the Yi Fei fleet was at a disadvantage. However, the heavy rain just now caused Kaido's ships to suffer varying degrees of damage. Therefore, there is still a dozen in this naval battle. This is exactly Yi Fei's purpose, to weaken the enemy's strength in advance. Now, dealing with Kaido, he has no time to deal with the ships below, only the people he brings. Advertisement. The cannons and guns of both sides have already entered the mutual firing mode. Countless cannonballs were fired from the barrel, and countless chirping sounds sounded, either falling into the sea to stir up a water column, or shooting into the opponent's hull. The sound of shells, gunshots, shouts, falling into the water, and cries for help resounded throughout the sea. The wind and waves have already caused all the fleets to lose their original formation. The two sides don't care so much, as long as they are not their own people, they will shoot, as long as they are not their own people, they will shoot. As one of Kaido's 6 real fighters. At the same time, within Ghost Island. Although Sasaki is well aware of Yamato's strength, he dare not disobey Kaido's orders. Yamato, Master Kaido does not allow you to leave. Not only that, Kazuki Oden's son Momonosuke also came here. So that Momonosuke can become Wanokuni's general. The reason why Kaido left them in the Ghost Island was to hope that she would not run around. Even though Sasaki raised his sword and chopped it off. Saying so, Sasaki drew out the sword in his hand. She has learned that Yi Fei and Fire Fist Ace have come to Wanokuni. Sasaki knows that Yamato is a woman, but still wants to be consistent with Kaido. After solving a group of blocking fishes all the way, she successfully stood on the roof of Ghost Island and watched the battle between the two. She wants to see her father defeated with her own eyes. If it weren't for the handcuffs in her hands, she would have reunited with Yi Fei Ace long ago. She has been looking forward to this day for a long time, looking forward to the day when Kaido will be expelled from Wanokuni. Advertisement. However, he thought highly of himself after all. If you don't go away, I won't be polite. 472 million Bailey can't last for many rounds. But Yamato wasn't like that. Yamato swung the mace directly. As the 6 strongest real fighters under Beast's pirates, at present, only he and Black Maria are left. Hateful. Although he tried his best, he was no match for Yamato after all. Seeing that Yamato was about to go out, Sasaki, one of the flying 6 children, immediately dissuaded him. Hitting Sasaki, Yamato ran outside without looking back. Don't think that you are Kaido's son, I dare not fight with you. Yamato, who got the news, was also extremely excited. And this opportunity has come now. Soon, he couldn't bear it anymore and was sent flying out. Under Yamato's attack, Sasaki was beaten back and forth. Sasaki has always regarded himself very highly, and often has the intention of replacing Quinn. In Wano Kuni, Kaido always called Yamato his son. Yamato raised the mace in his hand, ready to fight. Now, she just wanted to see how Kaido was defeated. However, she doesn't know that Momonosuke has been killed by Kurozumi Orochi at this moment. Chapter 388 Alliance. Impossible. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. At the same time, Ace, the nameless boy of Ashera, has led a large army to the prisoner quarry. The prisoner quarry was once under the jurisdiction of Quinn the Plague. Since Quinn was captured, Kaido put Sasaki in charge. In order to deal with Yifei, Kaido deliberately transferred Sasaki back to Onijima. Therefore, there are no powerful people to guard the prisoner quarry. Soon, Ace and his party wiped out the garrison troops here. Not only did Kinemon and the others be rescued, but Kawamatsu, one of the 9 heroes of the Red Sheath, who was originally imprisoned, and the former gangster Hananohe Guro and others were also rescued. At the same time, release all the prisoners here and give them weapons. Learned that Momonosuke was killed. Master Momonosuke. Kinemon yelled heart-piercingly. He didn't expect that his young master would really die at the hands of Kurozumi Orochi. After all, if you draw out your sword, you will kill yourself in public. As a samurai of the Kazuki family, the masters are all dead now. What's the point of him surviving? Fortunately, they were stopped by Ace and his team. Kinemon, now Wano Kuni's enemies are not eliminated. You do this, are you sure Oden will be happy? Ace dissuaded. Master Momonosuke has been murdered. Kinemon burst into tears. He had personally promised Kazuki Oden to take good care of Momonosuke. That oath, like yesterday, echoed in his ears. Advertisement. But now he failed to keep that promise. Let's not talk about anything else, let's take down the Big Snake City first, and take off the head of Kurozumi Big Snake. Ashera boy reminded. Compared with Kinemon and the others, he hasn't seen Momonosuke for 20 years. 20 years can make a person's longing dim. Even if that person used to be his master, or the most important person he ever was. He can take revenge for that person, but he will never die for him easily. Therefore, he naturally did not have the empathy of Kinemon. Kurozumi Orochi, come with me and chop off his head. Kinemon said angrily. After all, he ran straight away. At the same time, the Red Sheath 9 heroes also led the prisoners in the quarry, and followed suit. Watching them leave, Ace suddenly turned his head and looked at the nameless Marine Vice Admiral. Hey, Nameless, you bring someone to cooperate with them. I'm going to Ghost Island. Hearing this, Wuming was stunned. According to the plan, aren't you going to deal with the Big Snake? Could it be that you want to disobey Yifei's order? Nameless expressed doubts. It was clear that Ace was defying Yifei's orders. As a Marine Vice Admiral, he knows that he must absolutely obey the orders of his superiors. Although I really want to go to Ghost Island. But he cared more about Yi Zai's order. Wu Ming, there are the Red Sheath 9 heroes, and you, I believe that the Big Snake will be dealt with. Advertisement. So, I went, and it didn't work. Might as well go to Ghost Island. Ace replied. The samurai of Wano Kuni, together with Marine Vice Admiral, took the city of Snakes only in the blink of an eye. On the contrary, he was a little worried about Yifei. You know, that was directly facing the 4 emperors Kaido. Even to disobey Yifei's order, he will go this time. Then you go, I'd better go to Big Snake City. Wu Ming spread his hands. Ace is not his subordinate, nor can he control him. After all, Wu Ming took a group of people and followed them to Big Snake City. Ace took the rest of the people and started rushing to Ghost Island. At the same time, fierce battles are raging above Ghost Island. The 2 giant dragons have fought back and forth for hundreds of rounds. Both sides, the 2 people in the dragon form, have no way to defeat their opponents. Soon, the battle escalated. The 2 transformed into human beast forms at the same time. And the form that Kaido just transformed. Immediately locked by Yifei's star eyes. Name. Kaido. Height. 1250 human beast form. Fruit ability. Fish fruit. Phantom beast species. Blue dragon form. Zone. Weapon. 8 fasts weapon level. Quasi S. Skills. Heat breath S level. Thunder 8 trigrams S level. King Kong dysprosium S level. Advertisement. Combat level. S level. The level of Marine Admiral is above Quasi S. Star Eyes grants Kaido's level combat ratings. Then, it means that he is an existence beyond Marine Admiral. However, Yifei was not afraid of S-level characters, on the contrary, he was even more excited. Hey, Yifei, where did your devil fruit come from? Kaido snapped. Yifei's moves are almost exactly the same as his. This made him very strange. Didn't you let devil fruit produce it? Yi Fei asked intentionally. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Kaido looked puzzled. I let people produce it. This guy took the fruit from De Res Rosa. Why haven't I heard of it before? Then, I didn't think about it. Yi Fei, I think you are quite powerful, how about we form an alliance and win the whole world together? In the contest between the two just now, Kaido already felt that this guy was difficult to deal with. Rather than being an opponent, it is better to form an alliance with him. Alliance. That's impossible. Unless you become my subordinate and obey my orders, then I can promise to let you go. Yi Fei smiled lightly. Hearing this, Kaido was furious. Chapter 389. The Broken 8 Fasts. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. What? Let me be your subordinate. Hey, Yi Fei, you kid is too arrogant. Say it like you can beat me. After saying that, Kaido immediately jumped on top of Yi Fei's head. Spinning 8 fasts, hit Yi Fei below him. Zhang Sanshi Yin Naraku. The shock wave with lightning blasted towards Yi Fei. Accompanied by a loud noise. The roof of Ghost Island was instantly blown open by the shock wave of Ghost Island. Haki is overflowing. Even in the distant sea, you can feel it. This move hit Yi Fei impartially. Even people with weapons fell into the Ghost Island together. Hey, Yi Fei, are you okay? Yamato, who had been watching from a distance, suddenly came to Yi Fei's side. Although she has never seen Yi Fei, but she already knew Yi Fei's name. Are you Yamato? Yi Fei opened his eyes, only to see a young girl with wide-eyed eyes, looking at him anxiously. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. You know me. Yamato looked surprised. Ace talks about you often. After being reminded by Yi Fei, Yamato remembered. It turned out that Ace said it. Immediately, he looked Yi Fei up and down. Advertisement. I saw him lying on the ground, motionless. In your situation, can you still fight? Yamato asked suspiciously. The big pirate who offered a reward of 5.1 billion berry was defeated so easily. Yamato naturally didn't believe it. It's okay. Yi Fei smiled. Just now, I didn't dodge, the purpose was to try Kaido's attack power. I have to say, he is really strong. Then, he stood up directly. Looking up, he heard Kaido's voice again. Hey, Yi Fei, I know you're fine, come out. Kaido just finished speaking. Below, a figure flashed across like lightning. In the blink of an eye, Yi Fei had already appeared beside him. Kaido secretly surprised. So fast. Yi Fei's dragon tooth with lightning has already fallen. Kaido instinctively stretched out the 8 fasts to resist. When a crisp sound passed by, the two weapons collided. Then, the conquerors of the two collided, spreading in all directions from the sky above Onigashima. The extremely strong momentum cut a huge hole in the sky. At the same time, Fire Fist Ace, who was coming, also saw the scene above Ghost Island from a distance. Yi Fei. Ace read a sentence. Then, he quickly headed towards Ghost Island. Advertisement. Just entered the Ghost Island, saw the duel between the two is still the same. On the sea, fierce battle is in full swing. The dozens of ships of the Whitebeard pirates began to be at a disadvantage under the attack of the Beast's pirates. Looks like I'm right this time. After saying that, Ace turned into a flame and flew towards the sea. Originally, the White Regiment battleship that had long been unable to withstand the opponent's attack. Seeing the flames in the sky, his morale was immediately boosted. They knew it was Fire Fist Ace coming. Fire punch. In the sky, a huge fist of fire came overwhelmingly. In an instant, several enemy ships were sunk in an instant. Woohoo! Captain Ace is really amazing. This time, we won. Kill the Beast's pirates. The appearance of Ace gave them great encouragement. When Yi Fei was gone, Ace became their backbone. Call me. Ace landed on the bow, up to the front. The white battleships, under the command of Ace, quickly assembled into a regiment. Surrounded by enemy ships, they quickly launched a counterattack. Originally, the Beast's pirates, who had an extremely high number advantage, were suddenly stunned. Facing the sudden flames and cannons, their warships were suddenly thrown into disarray. The formation that the Beast's pirates had just formed was also broken, and now, they only had to be chased and fought. Next, there is chaos. At sea, the situation has turned. Above the Ghost Island, the confrontation between the two remained. Advertisement. No matter how hard Kaido tried, he couldn't push Yi Fei away. Instead, it was his own strength that seemed to be gradually disappearing. This made Kaido feel incredible. Soon, he found out. Sea Stone. Seeing the mace in Yi Fei's hand, Yi Fei uses a weapon that interferes with his abilities. You feel it. Yi Fei smiled coldly. The mace in his hand is the nemesis of those with abilities. Despite not touching Kaido, but the two put all their strength on the weapon. Dragon Tooth's ability, through the 8 fasts, affects Kaido. In addition, the weapon level of the 8 fasts is only quasi-S. The Dragon Tooth in Yi Fei's hand was S level, a whole level higher than Kaido's. Creak. Kaido's 8 fasts, cracks soon appeared. Quote. Kaido broke out in a cold sweat. For so many years, no matter how he used the weapon, this has never happened to Bajai. At the same time, Yi Fei also discovered this. Immediately exert force. Kaido's 8 fasts break directly. The dragon's tooth fell, and Kaido was sent flying. Taking advantage of Kaido being knocked into the air, Yifei rushed forward and swung his dragon teeth continuously. Kaido, who has no weapon defense, can only resist with his hands. But every time he touched Yifei's weapon, he felt powerless. Chapter 390 Defeating Kaido. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Therefore, it hit him solidly every time. Even if he wanted to fight back, it was very difficult for him to do so in the face of Yifei. What? Each time he was hit, Kaido let out a cry of pain. After so many years, this is the first time for him. This young opponent actually has such formidable strength. He has no power to fight back after hitting continuously. Even if his fighting ability is number 1 in the world. Boom, a loud bang. Kaido hits Onijima hard. Hateful. Facing many subordinates watching, the expression on Kaido's face was extremely unnatural. The scene is indeed a bit embarrassing. Suppressing the pain, Kaido struggled to stand up. It is definitely not that easy to eliminate him who is known as the world's strongest creature. Of course, Yifei is also very clear. Just as Kaido stood up, a bolt of lightning fell rapidly. Knocked Kaido down again. At the same time, Yifei was already standing in front of him. Seeing Yifei, those subordinates backed away in fright. Yifei. Kaido's teeth itched with hatred. He clenched his fist and rushed towards Yifei again. Even if he didn't have a weapon, he couldn't just let it go. This time, like last time, Yifei didn't dodge at all. You little brat, you look down on people too much. Kaido's fist is about to hit. With sharp eyes and quick hands, Yifei immediately took out a pair of handcuffs. Advertisement. Seastone handcuffs. Kaido's eyes widened, but there was no time to withdraw his hand. Then, Yifei put the handcuffs directly on his hands. Immediately afterwards, Kaido's fist hit Yifei directly. The two flew out together. After 2 loud bangs, both of them lay on the ground. Kaido's punch just now hit Yifei directly in the face. In an instant, the entire face began to swell. Fortunately, Yifei has a strong recovery ability. The lumps disappeared at a speed visible to the naked eye. He stood up and looked at Kaido who was lying on the ground. Yifei, what do you mean? Kaido, who was locked by Seastone, looked puzzled. At this moment, he has no way to move. I didn't intend to kill you. Yifei smiled. Previously, although Yifei had told people that he wanted to remove Kaido's head. But that wasn't his idea. What are you going to do? Kaido still couldn't understand. You will know. Yifei replied flatly. Quote. Damn it, where are you sending me? Lousy, don't go to that kind of place. Kaido struggled to get up. However, the seastone in his hand made him weak as if it was absorbing his strength. In his opinion, Yifei is going to give him to Marine in exchange for being recognized by the world government as a seafarer. Advertisement. Ha ha. Yifei smiled and shook his head, even if he wanted to give Kaido to Marine. It is estimated that the gang of Wano-kuni will not be willing either. Hey, Yifei, what do you mean? Kaido yelled. In the blink of an eye, Yamato was already here. Look at Kaido who fell to the ground. She didn't take another look, but turned to Yifei. Your Excellency Yifei, are you okay? The operation in front of him made Kaido completely doubt his life. His father was arrested. This son is still caring about others. Should have killed him long ago. I'm fine. Why haven't your handcuffs been removed yet? After Yifei finished speaking, he looked at the handcuffs in Yamato's hands. Reach out directly. Yifei, no, this one will explode. Yamato immediately retracted his hand. Let me try it out. Yifei's tone was particularly firm. Quote. Kaido. Ace. Oh, it's Ace. Yifei was dumbfounded by the smooth operation. Kaido looked aside with disdain. At the same time. Just now, he took the fleet and wiped out the enemy army on the sea. Advertisement. Yamato. Yamato's eyes widened. Practice Kaido immediately, and ask him to send someone to increase his staff immediately. Yifei was a little puzzled. She didn't expect that her father would really be so ruthless to her. Just in doubt, Yifei had already released her handcuffs. Seeing his own people fall down in batches, Kurozumi screamed anxiously. What? Ace was about to answer when he saw Yamato. Since you are so ruthless, don't blame me. Immediately, they called Seastone and locked Kaido's hands, ankles and neck. Kurozumi Orochi looked terrified. There was a loud noise, and a deep pit was blasted out on the ground in the distance. She didn't know why she listened to Yifei all of a sudden. I saw people rushing over densely. How can that be? Just before he could react. Yifei. The two quickly chatted and left Yifei aside. Yifei had already thrown the handcuffs far away. Yamato reached out instinctively. At the same time, Fire Fist Ace has brought people into the Ghost Island. Sure enough, as expected of a father and daughter, their personalities are so straightforward. It turned out that the handcuffs would really explode. Boom. Yamato looked at his father angrily. Didn't you go to the capital of flowers? Big Snake City, High Place. Chapter 391 Kurozumi Orochi, Kanjuro was arrested. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Report to the general, Kaido has been captured. Following the reports of his subordinates, Kurozumi Orochi, who heard the news, was like a bolt from the blue. Kurozumi Orochi never expected that the man who was as strong as a monster not only lost, but was also arrested. What? Soon, Junimon and his party had already rushed downstairs with their people. Knowing that there is no way to win, Kurozumi immediately thought of running away. Immediately, he turned into Yamato no Orochi, ready to escape. However, it had only just flown into the air. It was cut down by a flame slash. What? Kurozumi turns back into human form. The chest was slashed, and blood gushed out. And just when he wanted to run away again, a figure suddenly appeared in front of him. Kanamon. Kurozumi Orochi broke out in a cold sweat. Then, he saw a Nuerishi, Kat Mamushi. Advertisement. The Red Sheath 9 heroes appeared in front of him one after another. At that moment, Kurozumi finally knew that he had no way to escape this time. She was so frightened that she trembled all over, and then, she begged for mercy. The appearance of Kurozumi Orochi reminded Kanamon of the jumping clown in front of Kazuki Oden more than 20 years ago. When he has no strength, he is extremely humble in front of Oden. After taking power, he became extremely arrogant. This time, the ugly scene was staged again, making Kanamon feel sick for a while. Kanamon didn't pay attention, but asked coldly. Where's Kanjuro? Speaking of Shower Kanjuro, Kanamon unconsciously grasped the sword in his hand. That traitor, he wished he could kill him on the spot. When you attacked, you didn't see him. It was he who took the initiative to tell me the news about Master Momonosuke. He also advised me to kill Momonosuke early to avoid future troubles. Quote. While Kurozumi Orochi begged for mercy, he did not forget to shirk responsibility. But no matter how he quibbles, in the eyes of the Red Sheath 9 heroes, they are all so shameful, pale and powerless. Momonosuke was taken away by him, and he also killed him. How could this responsibility be shirked so easily? The actions of Kurozumi Orochi soon attracted countless insults. Kanamon said nothing. Advertisement. He just slowly pulled out the sword and clenched his hands tightly. The long sword in his hand immediately turned into a flame, aiming directly at Kurozumi's forehead. Momonosuke is dead, and he has no extra thoughts now, just want to kill Kurozumi Orochi immediately. Seeing this, Kurozumi Orochi backed away in fright. Kanamon, isn't it too cheap for them to kill him like this? How about, wait until Yifei defeats Kaido. We'll execute them in public again. Ashera boy blocked Kanamon's sword. Back then, it was Kaido and Kurozumi Orochi who killed Oden together. The best way is to let them be executed together. Although he doesn't know the battle situation on Onijima. Hearing this, Kanamon put away his long sword, but he still didn't say a word. Soon, the news of Kaido's defeat spread back to Orochi City. At the same time, Denjiro was also rescued from prison. Wuming also came over with Kanjuro Shower. While walking, he shouted, Hey, this is your traitor. He wanted to run away, but I caught him. That man, who came to Wano-kuni with them, no one expected him to be a traitor. Let me go. Being grabbed by the collar by Wuming, Kanjuro Yuyu had no way to resist, so he could only shout loudly. Nameless threw him to the ground. Advertisement. Just after finishing his clothes, he raised his head and saw the Red Sheath 9 heroes glaring at him. Immediately, I was stunned there. Kanjuro, if it weren't for you, Momonosuke-sama would never have died. You traitor, go to hell. The Red Sheath 9 heroes cursed one after another. No one believed the man who went to the frying pan with him, but that was the truth. Of course, their feelings are very complicated. Especially Kanamon, he never dared to imagine that Kanjuro has been undercover for Kurozumi Orochi all this time. It's just because you believe me too easily. Kanjuro replied helplessly. He didn't have any remorse for killing Momonosuke. Then, his words were once again scolded by the Red Sheath 9 heroes. At the same time, Yifei is on his way to the Flower City with Kaido. Wuming also received a notification from Admiral Yexi. Afterwards, the Red Sheath 9 heroes, Marine Vice Admiral Wuming, took Kurozumi Orochi and Shower Kanjuro to the Flower City. After half an hour, the people and horses of both sides will meet in the City of Flowers. The capital of Flowers is not only the capital of Wano-kuni, but also the center here. Hearing that Kurozumi Orochi and Kaido were arrested, people from all over the City of Flowers immediately poured in to watch. In the square, everyone saw the two being pressed on the execution platform. Seeing this scene, the people of Wano-kuni applauded. Chapter 392 Akainu's phone bug. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Hey, what are you going to do with them? Yifei raised his head and looked at the Red Sheath 9 heroes. That goes without saying, kill it. 20 years ago, Lord Oden was killed by them here. Today, we will execute both of them in the same way. Red Sheath 9 heroes reacted particularly fiercely. Since you have decided, then, do as you said. In this regard, Yifei has no disagreement. This is something inside Wano-kuni, and he doesn't want to get involved. Seeing that Yifei agreed, the Red Sheath 9 heroes quickly reached an agreement. Cooked them in a frying pan, just like 20 years ago. This move immediately welcomed the approval of all Wano-kuni residents. Kill them, under the violent rule of Kaido and Kurozumi Orochi. They lived a life of darkness. Now, finally karma reincarnation. Soon, 3 large oil pans were set up on the square. Then, it is to light the fire and burn the pot. During the period, Kurozumi Orochi and Kanjuro trembled from fright. And Kaido looked at them with contempt. Cooperating with you is the greatest tragedy in my life. He finally understands the difference between Kurozumi Orochi and Kazuki Oden. Yamato, who was sitting next to Yifei, was also a little stunned. Advertisement. All along, she wanted to solve Kaido herself. But when everyone wants to really execute Kaido, her heart is very complicated. 20 years ago, she witnessed Kazuki Oden's execution. 20 years later, it was his father again. Although she had avenged Oden, she was not happy at all. As for what it was, she couldn't say it herself. After finishing executing them, I think we should go back. Marine Yifei said to himself. Vice Admiral Wuming suddenly turned to Yifei beside him. Boss, does the credit for defeating Kaido this time go to Yifei and the others? This time, it was the attack on Wano Kuni in the name of the White Corps. So, Marine sent only one warship. In his opinion, all the credit this time belongs to the pirates. Hearing this, Yifei turned around and thought for a while. Almost, our task this time is mainly to cooperate with them. It was taken advantage of by them. Boss, do you think Naval Headquarters will reward us this time? Nameless asked again. Could it be that you hope so much? Yifei laughed. He didn't know what Wuming's idea was. No, no more, even if there is credit, it belongs to the boss. Nameless waved his hand awkwardly. Advertisement. He realized what he said, and was misunderstood as a credit grab. Then immediately explained. In fact, it was just a random question just now. We must also have credit, but it depends on what Naval Headquarters has to say. While speaking, the oil pan in front of him was already steaming. The hot oil also starts to boil. It's time to cook. A group of people escorted Kaido, Orochi, Kanjuro and walked forward. When it was about to be sent to the frying pan, the golden phone bug in Yifei's arm suddenly rang. Akainu, look at the head of the phone bug. Yifei looked puzzled. At this time, what do you mean by contacting me? Without thinking too much, I connected directly. Yes, see, the matter of Wano Kuni has been dealt with. On the other end of the phone bug, Akainu asked suddenly. Yifei looked in front of him, then at the phone bug. How does this guy know how the Wano Kuni thing ended? Marshal Sakazuki, that's right, Kaido has been captured, and now he is waiting to be blamed. In this case, the only answer is truthful. Go to the pot. Naval Headquarters has issued an order to bring Kaido back. Advertisement. Akainu ordered directly. Yifei was a little surprised. He knew very well that Naval Headquarters' order was, in fact, what Akainu meant. As the Admiral of Headquarters, you must have the ability to bring him back. Remember, bring him back. Akainu didn't say much, but ordered again. All right, although I don't know what Akainu is thinking, but the current identity is still Marine after all, and immediately agreed to Akainu's request. After hanging up the phone, Yifei looked at Wuming. It was you who reported the situation here to Marine. Naval Headquarters is bringing back Kaido. Yifei was a little puzzled, why Akainu would know the current situation. Right now, besides Wuming, there is no one else who can directly contact Naval Headquarters. Therefore, in his opinion, it should be reported by Anonymous. Thinking of this, Yifei was still a little angry. This guy came and went every day, but he didn't expect to contact Naval Headquarters directly secretly. If you really respect yourself, then you will definitely tell yourself in advance. However, Wuming directly shook his head at Yifei's question. Boss, without your order, I wouldn't be in the mood to report. Hearing this, Yifei was slightly startled. Listening to nameless words doesn't sound like you're lying. It appears that Marine has someone else in place at Wano Kuni as well. Naval Headquarters wanted to bring Kaido back, so he had to do so. Chapter 393 Give Kaido to Marine. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Marine Yifei walked up to Pirate Yifei and whispered in his ear. This move is particularly striking. Of course, Yamato and the Red Sheath 9 heroes are also included. He didn't know what Marine Admiral was going to say to Yifei. As soon as the two finished talking, the Pirate Yifei stood up and suddenly said to the person in front of him who was about to execute, stop for a moment. Yifei's words made everyone shocked. Immediately, all the Red Sheath 9 heroes immediately stood up. Captain Yifei, what do you mean, are you going to let them go? At this critical juncture, do you want to stop? How does this make them accountable to Oden? Kurozumi Orochi, Kanjuro you can deal with. But I hope you hand Kaido over to Marine, not let him go. Yifei replied unhurriedly. He knew very well that the Red Sheath 9 heroes would not agree so easily. Everyone present stayed there completely. He didn't expect that Yifei would make this decision suddenly. Kaido also looked surprised. Surrender yourself to Marine. And the person from Marine, isn't it Admiral Yesi? Advertisement. How did he suddenly appear in Wano Kuni? On Ghost Island, but I didn't see him. Could it be that he helped Yifei and the others destroy the Kurozumi Orochi? At the same time, Kurozumi Orochi also looked puzzled. Could it be that Admiral Yeshi helped them deal with Kaido? Hey, Captain Yifei, what does this mean? Kaido killed Oden-sama. The Red Sheath 9 heroes immediately expressed their attitude. 20 years ago, if not for Kaido, Kazuki Oden will not be caught at all. In the past 20 years, Kaido and Kurozumi Orochi have committed many crimes in Wano Kuni. Now is the best time to execute them. Hand him over to Marine for no reason. It was too cheap for him. Of course they don't want to. Facing their different opinions, Yi Fei shouted loudly, I implore everyone to give me face. In an instant, the square fell silent. They finally remembered. If there is no Yi Fei this time, with them alone, there is absolutely no way to beat Kaido and Kurozumi Orochi, and there is absolutely no way to take down Wano Kuni. Now, he asked to give him face. Is there anyone who would say no? Advertisement. After a while of silence, someone replied in a low voice, Captain Yi Fei, you defeated Kaido with your own hands. We can give it to you. There is no problem with it, but why should it be handed over to Marine? What are Marines? Soon, this question won the approval of many people present. They'd love to know why. After all, Kaido's crimes at Wano Kuni are heinous. Leave it to Yi Fei. They have nothing to say. You know, Yi Fei is a member of the Whitebeard pirates, and so is Oden. Can it be given to Marine? This made everyone a little puzzled. Yi Fei couldn't be bothered with this question. Yi Fei replied methodically. No one dared not listen to his words. Humph. As a pirate, he knows very well that being taken away by Marine is not a good thing. Seeing her seemed relieved. Another point is that if Wano Kuni wants to start a country, it needs to be recognized by the whole world. And his own fate is very likely to be the same as Roger's. In the end, being taken away by Marine, he didn't have any good results. The Red Sheath 9 heroes did not have this strength. Yi Fei said, yes, Marine also gave a lot of help, but you didn't see it. Marine, Yi Fei said politely. Yi Fei's answer left everyone speechless. Kaido was taken away by Marine. There are only two ways, either to be killed, or to be imprisoned and impelled down, no matter which one is not a good way. Advertisement. After Kaido was taken away, Kurozumi Orochi and Kanjuro were pushed directly into the frying pan, and with screams, their lives ended. Kurozumi Orochi yelled immediately, you're right, I beat Kaido this time. After speaking, he glanced at Yamato beside him. Roger is a lesson from the past. If you want to seek development, you must establish a country and be recognized by the whole world. Kaido sneered. You can rest assured. You don't have to die, but it's no different from death. After all, the one who defeated Kaido this time was Yi Fei. The Kurozumi Orochi, who was out of proportion, was almost crazy. Everyone agrees, now, you Marines can take Kaido. Besides, the best ending is to be imprisoned and impelled down. As long as there is no frying pan now, he wants to fight for it. Then, thank you Yi Fei for being in charge. After a moment of silence, everyone then compromised with Yi Fei. Captain Yi Fei and Lord Oden are both crew members of the White Regiment, and now they help us recapture Wano Kuni. We believe your actions are just. Kaido, can Marine take me away too? So, I hope you will agree to my request this time. All the while, Wano Kuni has been closed. The guy had no idea what was going on. Immediately, let Wuming lead the people towards Kaido. Chapter 394 Yi Fei, Wano Kuni's new general. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The two had just been executed, and the Red Sheath 9 heroes walked up to Yi Fei one after another. Everyone fell to the ground with a plop. The leader is none other than Foxfire Kinemon. Captain Yi Fei, the defeat of Kaido and Kurozumi Orochi this time is all thanks to you, please accept our thanks. After Kinemon finished speaking, he suddenly burst into tears. Kaido has been defeated, but Momonosuke-sama died unexpectedly, and Kinemon is in pain. But Yi Fei has always helped them, and his gratitude must be expressed. Therefore, they have to kneel down. Even though Momonosuke was dead, Yi Fei still saved Wano Kuni. He is the benefactor of the whole Wano Kuni. I'm sorry about Momonosuke, if I had kept him in Res Rosa, maybe it wouldn't have happened. Before Yi Fei finished speaking, he was immediately interrupted by Kinemon. Captain Yi Fei, the matter of Momonosuke has nothing to do with you. It's Kanjuro and Kurozumi Orochi, we're the ones who got it wrong. Please don't blame yourself, we are not optimistic about Momonosuke-sama. I am the sinner. Kinemon's tone was particularly firm. Advertisement. He has already assigned all the responsibility for Momonosuke's death to himself. At this moment, he knew that he had no way to face Kazuki Oden. Maybe it's not your fault. No one would have expected that someone who has been with Oden for so many years would be a traitor. It's a shame Momonosuke. Yi Fei sighed, and couldn't bear to continue. At the same time, the Red Sheath 9 heroes burst into tears. When they stopped crying, Kinemon suddenly said loudly, please take Captain Yi Fei to the post of General Wano Kuni. Hearing this, Yi Fei was shocked. At the same time, the people present felt a little shocked. Yi Fei becomes General Wano Kuni. What? I assume General Wano Kuni. It won't work, absolutely not. I am a pirate. Yi Fei immediately shook his head and refused. But the Red Sheath 9 heroes didn't pay any attention to Yi Fei's words. They just knelt down and begged Yi Fei to take office. This made Yi Fei extremely embarrassed. Hey, what are you doing? I am not suitable for the position of general at all. The Red Sheath 9 heroes stopped shouting, and Kinemon spoke again. Master Odin, you were also a pirate of the White Group before. Advertisement. Now Momonosuke-sama and his younger sister Shaozi have been killed. Lord Odin's bloodline no longer exists. Whoever can avenge them is the general of Wano Kuni. Please Captain Yifei, don't refuse again. There is no one left in the Kazuki family. The position of Wano Kuni's top leading general can only be reserved for Yifei. That's what they think. But Yifei still refused their request. Soon, the two sides were at a stalemate. Yifei, there is no one more suitable to be the general of Wano Kuni than you. Seeing this situation, Ace suddenly turned to Yifei. The Red Sheath 9 heroes in front of them simply cannot take on the great task of General Wano Kuni. The current Wano Kuni must have an absolutely strong leader. Ace is right, Wano Kuni needs a general now. If you don't want to, I'm afraid Wano Kuni will fall into chaos again. Yamato, who had been silent all this time, suddenly began to persuade Yifei. Originally, Yamato wanted to help Momonosuke reset. But now that he was dead, her hopes were shattered. Now, only Yifei can take on this big task. The Red Sheath 9, plus Ace and Yamato, and the people of Wano Kuni. Yifei finally started to loosen. Advertisement. I was originally here to help Kazuki Odin get revenge. But now you make me Wano Kuni's general. Although I didn't intend to do so, since you have requested this, for the sake of Wano Kuni's development, I will temporarily act as the general. When there is a more suitable person in the future, I will hand over this position to him as soon as possible. Yifei replied helplessly. The implication is that he agreed. However, Yifei also made a statement in advance, that is, interim. Hearing this, the Red Sheath 9 heroes were finally satisfied, and kowtowed again, Master General. The people present also immediately cheered. The capital of flowers, at this moment, is already crowded with people, and it is full of excitement. They were very excited about the new general. The vice captain of the Whitebeard pirates became Wano Kuni's general, giving them a sense of security. At this moment, all eyes are on Yifei. At this moment, he is the hero of Wano Kuni, admired by all. After dealing with the corpses of Kurozumi Orochi and Shower Kanjuro, Yifei summoned Ace, Yamato and the Red Sheath 9 heroes together. You are all retainers of Kazuki Odin. Although I promise you to act as general temporarily. For Wano Kuni, I hope to get everyone's help to govern Wano Kuni together. After everyone sat down, Yifei began to speak. If you want to manage Wano Kuni well, you must have the help of these people. Chapter 395, the newest celebrity candidate. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Hearing this, everyone nodded slightly. Yifei is right. According to my understanding, Wano Kuni has Julie, Nozomi, Tuin, Ringo, and Baiwu. These places, before, all had the highest leaders in the region. Nowadays these daimyos are all from Kurozumi Orochi, I will remove them immediately. I hope one of you will take over here and become the new daimyo. In Wano Kuni, the supreme leader is the general. The general's subordinates are daimyo. The leaders of the daimyo's various regions serve the generals. To appease Wano Kuni, Kazuki Odin's retainers must become the daimyo here. In this way, working in Wano Kuni will be much smoother. This is Yifei's idea. Under the rule of the Kurozumi Orochi, Wano Kuni is dark. Those big names who are lazy and oppress the people must be eliminated. Only in this way can the 9 heroes of the Red Sheath be tied into their own system. The Red Sheath 9 heroes who came this time are Foxfire Kinemon, Denjiro, Kikunojo, Raizo, Ashera Doji, Kawamatsu, Anarashi, and Nekomushi. Yifei hopes very much that the daimyos of each region will be selected from among them. Everyone was surprised by Yifei's words. Let them become daimyo and manage Wano Kuni together. Advertisement. I'm afraid we can't afford this responsibility, most of us are rough people. Soon, someone raised doubts. Facing everyone's worries, Yifei answered them decisively. You are all selected by Kazuki Odin. I believe in his ability, and at the same time I believe that you can do well. Hearing this, everyone was speechless. Although they don't know Yifei yet. But Yifei's words touched them deeply. The 9 heroes of the Red Sheath has no problem becoming a daimyo. The daimyo of Kebaimai is Shimotsuki Yasui, and he is still alive, so his position cannot be cancelled. Just when everyone was at a loss, Kinemon suddenly said. Shimotsuki Yasui was originally a member of the Kazuki family, and has always been loyal to the Kazuki family. Naturally, there is no problem with this. Bai Wu can be handed over to him. Yifei nodded thoughtfully. Shimotsuki Yasui's prestige in Wano Kuni is very high, so that he can win the hearts of the people and let him succeed Bai Wu, which is very reasonable. Others, how do you choose? Yifei asked again. Selecting 4 daimyos from among the 8 of them, it was not easy for Yifei to give orders directly. Simply let them choose. Everyone looked at Kinemon. Kinemon, what do you think about this? Advertisement. For a long time, among the 9 heroes of the Red Sheath, Kinemon has been the most trusted person of Kazuki Odin. Anuarashi, Nekomushi and the others are going back to Zo. I have no interest in becoming a daimyo anymore, my wish is to go to Odin Castle to redeem my sins. The remaining 5 people, you can figure it out for yourself. Inulanshi Malmushi and the 2 of them are not suitable because Zo still has many fur tribes waiting for them to go back. And he, Kinemon, has no interest in the position of daimyo. Kinemon's voice was a little choked up. This made everyone bow their heads and fell silent. For a while, Yifei didn't know what to do. At the venue, it was extremely peaceful. At this moment, Kinemon suddenly stood up. Everyone, I'm not feeling well. I want to go back and have a rest. Let's talk slowly. Looking at Kinemon, Yifei saw him with a tired face. It's not easy to say too much, let him go. Seeing his leaving back, Yifei always has a bad feeling. Kinemon did not intend to become a daimyo, and Yifei did not force him to stay, but decided to keep him by his side in the future. After Jinwaiman left, Yifei continued to discuss. Ashera boy gave up voluntarily. His character is not suitable to be a daimyo at all, and he said that he will become a bandit, so that he can be free. Soon, everyone discussed the result. Denjiro served as the daimyo of Kuri. Advertisement. Hikunojo Ren Nozomi daimyo. Lei Zhang Ren Rabbit Bowl daimyo. Hisong served as the queen name of the bell. Shimotsuki Yasui continues as Haku my daimyo. Yifei didn't say much about Ashera boy's thoughts, after all, there are only 4 daimyo. However, he was given the title of Wanokuni Patrol Commander, responsible for the defense of Wanokuni. For this position, Ashera boy is quite satisfied, after all, he is a person who likes to run around. Soon, everyone unanimously agreed on the result. Sending off the Red Sheath 9 heroes, there were only 3 people present, Yifei, Ace, and Yamato. Yifei, thank you very much this time. Yamato turned his head and looked directly at Yifei. Yifei turned around, already knowing what she was going to say. You want to talk about Kaido? Yamato nodded slightly. Yeah. Yamato, don't you always say you want to kill Kaido? You thank me because I didn't kill him. It's not in your character. Yifei laughed. In Wanokuni, Yamato said more than once that he wanted to kill Kaido. Suddenly, this appearance is unbelievable. Chapter 396 Marco arrives at Wanokuni, Kinemon's death. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Yifei, you are right. I've always wanted to kill him. But seeing that he was really about to be executed, I couldn't bear it. However, the moment he was taken away by Marine, I felt very relaxed. Yamato smiled awkwardly. She didn't know what happened to herself. Taken away by Marine, maybe also killed. Yifei reminded. Yamato sighed. That's none of my business, maybe I just don't want to see him die in front of me. Yifei could tell that she felt a little bit reluctant in her heart. Perhaps, this is human instinct. Although the mouth is very strong, but the heart is. After destroying Beast's pirates and Kurozumi Orochi, Yifei successfully became General Wanokuni. That afternoon, Marco, the first team leader of the white team, arrived in Wanokuni. This time, he brought 3 captains, dozens of captains, and tens of thousands of crew members. The purpose is to help Yifei deal with Kaido. But when he arrived at Wanokuni, he found that Wanokuni had been captured. This time, it was too late. The news that Kaido was defeated by Yifei made the whole white group completely excited. During the Summit War, Kaido took advantage of the White Regiment to attack Marineford and launched a sneak attack from behind. The Whitebeard pirates lost a lot to the rear. Advertisement. This time Yifei successfully defeated Kaido, which is regarded as revenge for the white group. When Marco learned that Momonosuke was killed and Yifei became General Wanokuni, he was extremely shocked. Oden's son, Momonosuke is dead. Marco couldn't believe it. Under the protection of the 2 superpowers of the Whitebeard pirates, the Kurozumi Orochi killed Momonosuke. This is my fault. This incident was caused by my mistake. Yifei was the first to admit his mistake. The responsibility for Momonosuke's death naturally lies with the coach, and Yifei did not abdicate responsibility. Hey, Yifei, you don't have to take care of everything, do you? It's our fault for not protecting him well, not your fault alone. But no one expected that there would be the ghost of Kurozumi Orochi among them, and it would become like this. Ace argued for Yifei. It is precisely for this reason that Ace did not take the initiative to report to Dad. Since Marco asked, he naturally wanted to clarify the matter. The ghost. Marco looked puzzled. Soon, Ace told Marco the reasons one by one. If that's the case, there's no other way. Daddy doesn't know about it yet. I don't know how he will react. Advertisement. You should report to him yourself, lest he lose his temper in the future. Marco sighed. Kazuki Oden is a veteran of the White Corps. He was very sorry about this incident. Besides, he knew very well that Papa Whitebeard liked Oden very much. This time, the death of Oden's son will definitely hit him very hard. Therefore, it must be reported. Don't make yourself too tired. Because he was worried about the Shinjuku Islands, Yifei arranged for Marco to lead the team back. Moreover, he directly became Wanokuni's general, which Marco never expected. Yifei nodded. For Marco, Yifei still respects him from the bottom of his heart, even though his position in the Baidwan is higher than him. Occupying Wanokuni, it is indeed a pity to lose de Rosa. Yifei didn't want to do that. These days, Yifei has been having some bad premonition, it turns out, here. Although de Rosa is small, it is the foundation of Yifei. In addition, it is also the economic backbone of the Yifei Baitwan branch. Facing the person he brought out, Marco was very happy in his heart. He once again proved his strength in front of himself. Everything was unexpected, but within expectations. The celebration has just ended. After hanging up the bug. Not only has Rosa been occupied, but now Wano-kuni is in control. Advertisement. Whitebeard listened, after a long silence. Finally sighed. Perhaps I should have thought of that earlier. Next, Wano-kuni held a 3-day celebration. Even if it is the father himself, it is estimated that it will be difficult to do it. Just as Marco was being sent away, Yifei suddenly received a bad news. Kinemon committed suicide in Oden Castle. After the two finished talking, Yifei and the others, together with Marco, met the White Regiment who came to reinforce this time. Ever since Yifei left Papa, he has been working for the Whitebeard pirates. One can imagine how hard it was for him. Perhaps, his fate is like this, don't be too sad. Marco looked at Yifei again. Yifei, now, you have become the general of Wano-kuni, what about Rosa? Yifei just thought he would ask Oden to guard the grave, but he didn't expect it to be suicide. Immediately, report the matter truthfully. Yifei immediately took out the phone bug and contacted Whitebeard Edward Newgate. Last time, Kinemon said that he would atone for his sins at Oden Castle. However, Yifei could also hear that Dad was very sad. Captain Marco, I see. Marco shook his head. Regarding Yifei telling the truth, Whitebeard didn't say a word of accusation, but instead comforted Yifei. All right. Yifei thought for a while, then replied, maybe I have to run back and forth. Chapter 397. Fulfilling Oden's Dream. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. For Kinemon's death, Yifei felt infinitely regretful. This kind of thing, even if there is a premonition in advance, it is impossible to stop it. Kinemon is indeed loyal, perhaps, this is the spirit of the samurai. Since he wanted to follow Kazuki Oden, Yifei decided to fulfill his request and buried him in Oden Castle. The death of Kinemon was unexpected to Yifei, but it reminded him of a serious matter. The original Red Sheath 9 heroes, and now Wano-kuni's daimyo, are basically retainers of the Kazuki family. Since Kinemon can die for the Kazuki family, then the remaining people will follow Kinemon to do the same thing. In this regard, Yifei can't guarantee that they can both be the 9 heroes of the Red Sheath and be loyal to Oden. Once they follow Kinemon's example and die, they will lose a group of important subordinates. Therefore, they must not be allowed to do so now. After thinking for a while, Yifei called the Red Sheath 9 heroes together. Seeing that they were all depressed, Yifei could only comfort him. I'm sorry for Kinemon's death. There was still silence in the venue. Although they didn't speak, Yifei could feel their grief. They can't be allowed to follow Kinemon's old path now. Therefore, the most urgent task is to brainwash them. Advertisement. Seeing no response, Yifei spoke again. Although Kinemon is loyal, we can learn from it. However, in my opinion, that is nothing but stupid loyalty, a very stupid thing. Yifei just finished speaking. Everyone raised their heads in shock. They didn't expect that Yifei would say such a thing. They were originally Kazuki Oden's retainers. There is nothing wrong with being loyal to your master, even if you die. Yifei said Kinemon was stupid and loyal, which made them a little unconvinced. Soon, someone spoke up. My lord, what do you mean? Ashera boy was the first to speak. Before becoming Oden's subordinate, he was a bandit who wreaked havoc on the country. Since being conquered by Oden, I have been deeply impressed by Oden. Since then, I have been loyal to him. If Kinemon is Yuchu, what is he? What is the Red Sheath 9 heroes? Isn't it? Yifei asked back. Of course, he wanted to provoke their wrath. Although you are a general, we are always Oden's retainers. There is no way to change this. I hope the general will make it clear to us. Advertisement. Ashera boy continued to ask. Although he is Yifei's subordinate now, in his heart, he always recognizes Kazuki Oden. He doesn't allow Yifei to say such things, even though he is Wano-kuni's general. As soon as the Ashera boy finished speaking, the Red Sheath 9 heroes nodded one after another, hoping that Yifei could make it clear. Yifei just smiled coldly. He didn't answer directly, just asked a rhetorical question. I would like to ask you, what is Kazuki Oden's dream? Soon someone answered. Master Oden's dream is to make Wano-kuni a country and let the people here live a good life. This has always been Kazuki Oden's dream. Fortunately, do you still remember? Yifei laughed. Soon, someone asked. What does that have to do with this matter? It is hard for them to imagine that this matter has anything to do with Kinemon's stupid loyalty. However, what Yifei said next made them feel ashamed. Hehe, has Oden's dream come true? Certainly not. We only defeated Orochi and Kaido, and Wano-kuni began to regenerate. Oden is dead and needs someone to fulfill his dream. And you, of course, are the people he expects. Kinemon only knows how to follow Momonosuke and die with all his heart, and disregard the whole country of Wano-kuni. This is not stupid loyalty, so what is it? Death is not terrible, what is terrible is dying without a sense of responsibility. Advertisement. Everyone was stunned by Yifei's answer. He was right. The reason why Kazuki Oden took the initiative to die was for the people of Wano-kuni. And Kinemon's death, just loyal to Kazuki Oden, and forget the whole country. Suddenly, everyone suddenly realized. It turns out that the person who knows Oden-sama best is someone other than Wano-kuni. We are too stupid. General, I admit my mistake. The general is right, we will stay and fulfill Master Oden's last wish. In the future, if anyone wants to die easily, then, I am sorry to Oden-sama, I am sorry to Wano-kuni, and I am not qualified to be a retainer of the Kazuki family at all. All of a sudden, the venue suddenly became lively. Yi Fei's words were affirmed by everyone. Seeing this, Yi Fei finally nodded in satisfaction. Brainwashing finally worked. Immediately, Yi Fei decided to strike while the iron was hot. It's best if you have this consciousness. I don't want to see what happened to Kinemon again. The reason why I listed you as Wano-kuni is because I want to help Oden fulfill his last wish. So, you now know that you absolutely cannot die like Kinemon. Otherwise, even if you get down there, Oden will be mad at you. Yi Fei's tone was cold. Chapter 398 Recruiting the Three Disasters. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. However, the effect of these words was exceptionally good, and everyone nodded. Immediately, everyone immediately changed their views on Yi Fei. Originally, they just thought that Yi Fei's length was not bad, and his strength was very strong. But he never imagined that he could think so far for Wano-kuni. No one is more suitable than him for the position of general. We are willing to follow the general to protect Wano-kuni. Everyone expressed their opinions one after another. Seeing this, Yi Fei finally nodded in approval. The stone hanging in my heart finally fell to the ground. This matter should be suppressed. After appeasing the Red Sheath 9 heroes, Yi Fei got a message. Jin, the leader of Kaido's three disasters, has been captured. A few days ago, while intercepting Yi Fei's fleet, he was shot down to the bottom of the sea by Yi Fei. Then, it was washed ashore by the sea. In a coma, locked by sea stone. Soon, Jin was brought in front of Yi Fei. Advertisement. Learned that Kaido was captured. Jin was extremely shocked. He never thought that Kaido, known as the strongest creature in the world, would be defeated by Yi Fei. Facing Yi Fei, Jin didn't say a word. If you are willing to be my subordinate, I can let you go. Seeing the unruly Jin in front of him, Yi Fei suddenly wanted to recruit him. After all, he is the head of Kaido's three most powerful subordinates, and he is powerful. It would be a pity to kill them directly. If the recruitment is successful, the White Group will add another powerful helper. Yi Fei's words soon met with opposition from everyone around him. Master General, this guy, but Kaido's most important subordinate, should be sentenced to death. This guy is a pervert. Yes, you should kill him. Hey, Yi Fei, you are right. Recruiting Jin, the Red Sheath 9 heroes, immediately expressed his opposition. Even Ace is incomprehensible. Yi Fei didn't take the objections from the people around him to heart and tried his best to overcome all opinions. Under Yi Fei's pressure, no one spoke anymore. Yi Fei, want to recruit me? I advise you not to waste this thought. Advertisement. In my eyes, only Kaido, you can't compare to him. Even if you beat him, so what? Jin's tone was full of sarcasm, he didn't appreciate Yi Fei's affection. Being one of the first to follow Kaido. He is loyal to Kaido. Kaido also gave him great trust. He has long since bowed to no one but Kaido. Even though, that person is Yi Fei. Hey, what do you mean, the general wants to recruit you, that's because he respects you. Don't show shame. If it were me, you wouldn't have a chance to speak at all. Jin mocked Yi Fei, causing everyone to curse at him immediately. This guy followed Kaido and did a lot of unscrupulous things in Wano-kuni. Each of these crimes is punishable by death. Yi Fei thought highly of him and wanted to recruit him, but he still reacted like this. Jin's words embarrass Yi Fei, who originally intended to recruit him. I recruited him against the crowd, and it's fine that the other party didn't appreciate it, but it turned out to be this attitude. Originally, he was recruited because of his strength. In the end, they refused, and even made themselves lose face. Advertisement. Since you don't want to, then wait for the trial. Of course, Yi Fei is not the kind of person who likes to be entangled. Since you don't want to use it for me, then I can't help you. In that way, it saves a lot of other troubles. After all, he turned and left without looking back. After the celebration, Yi Fei turned around and did the two most urgent things. The first thing is to announce the official founding of Wano-kuni. The second is the trial of the Beast's pirates and the rest of the Kurozumi Orochi. Announcing the founding of Wano-kuni, let this closed country, which never accepts outsiders, officially begin to integrate into the world, which is conducive to the development of Wano-kuni. And judging the guilty can appease the people of Wano-kuni. To deal with the Beast's pirates and the rest of the Kurozumi Orochi, Yi Fei adopted the most fair trial. The Beast's pirates cadres headed by Jin were all killed, and the rest were punished according to the severity of the crime. Killed, imprisoned, exiled, and the last remaining directly incorporated into the Wano-kuni defense force, led by the Ashera boy. Wano-kuni, who was persecuted by Orochi and Kaido, now has hope. Two initiatives by Yi Fei have won the hearts and minds of Wano-kuni. They all applauded. Since then, Yi Fei's prestige in Wano-kuni has grown exponentially. Yi Fei is Wano-kuni's savior. Cheers came and went. And Kurozumi Orochi and Wano-kuni, which Kaido has been running for many years, have nothing to do with them. The news of defeating Kaido quickly spread to the whole world. Chapter 399 Four Emperors Ye Fei. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. What? The Four Emperors Kaido was defeated. That's the strongest creature in the world, isn't it? Fake news. Fake news. It has spread all over the world now. If it was fake, Kaido would have stood up long ago. It is said that this time is a joint operation between Marine Admiral Yi Shi and the pirate Ye Fei. It's the Marine Admiral who was recruited by the world a while ago. Isn't that the pirate's nightmare? Will he join forces with the Black Thief? Night Goose is the pirate's nightmare. Alright, although Admiral Yexi also deals with pirates, he is much more merciful. Anyway, Ye Fei has defeated Kaido. It is estimated that the position of the Four Emperors is him now. That's right, all along, as long as someone beats the Four Emperors, that's the new Four Emperors. Also, Ye Fei is now Wano Kuni's general. Why would Wano Kuni let an outsider become the general? Interesting. Although some people suspect that the news of Kaido's defeat is false. But it was quickly confirmed by the world government and naval headquarters. Kaido is defeated and, moreover, taken away by Marine. Everyone knows that Kaido lost to Ye Fei. As soon as the news was confirmed, pirates all over the world recognized Ye Fei as New World's new Four Emperors. In New World, Ye Fei officially began to be as famous as Red-Haired Shanks, Big O, Whitebeard Edward Newgate. Wait until the identity of the Ye Fei Four Emperors is revealed. Only then did everyone find out. Advertisement. It turned out that in the Whitebeard pirates, there were two Four Emperors, Ye Fei, Whitebeard. In a pirate group, two Four Emperors appeared. This has never happened before in the New World. Ye Fei set a precedent for New World. Now, in New World, the Whitebeard pirates, deservedly, should be the strongest. This point of view was quickly recognized by the whole world. In New World, the strength of the White group has reached 3 pieces, 1 for Whitebeard and 2 for Ye Fei. This is something no other Four Emperors regiment has ever achieved. Today, the overall strength of the Whitebeard pirates has already far surpassed that of the other Four Emperors. Ye Fei has completely established a reputation in the New World, and many pirates have joined him. At the same time, Admiral Yexi, escorting Kaido, arrived at Naval Headquarters Marineford smoothly. Yi Shi, thank you for your hard work this time. As soon as the two met, Akainu came out to greet them with a smile all over his face. He originally thought that Ye Fei would never agree to Marine bringing Kaido back. After all, Ye Fei is quite a tricky guy. But I didn't expect that things would go so smoothly. Since you're here, let's discuss this with us. Advertisement. By eliminating the Beast's pirates, the Marine has lost a formidable foe in New World. From his point of view, there was nothing to talk about at all. Therefore, it is so easy to give Kaido to him. Marine's 40 billion berry, no white flowers. In this regard, Ye Fei decided to continue to use this identity to pretend. Marine didn't want to see this. Not only lost one enemy, but also firmly occupied Wano Kuni. At least, it can bring a lot of benefits to the White group. But his words immediately aroused doubts from others. According to Ye Fei's guess, Akainu should know this. However, this identity is beneficial. If you kill Kaido directly, the most proud person should be Ye Fei. Of course, from his heart, he wanted to do this. Because killing him can deter pirates to the greatest extent. Soon, Akainu once again summoned top executives such as Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral. Although there were some twists and turns in the middle, the task was finally completed. Using 40 billion berry to exchange for 1 Four Emperors, this account, no matter how it is calculated, is cost-effective. Advertisement. Discuss how to deal with Kaido. I don't know how Marshal Sakazuki plans to deal with Kaido. If the experience of Roger before. It is estimated that even Ye Fei is very afraid of Admiral Yi Shi. Ye Fei said politely. Ye Fei asked curiously. But on the other hand, he also didn't want to do it. To Akainu, Ye Fei is extremely annoying. Kaido will most likely be executed. Immediately, he replied directly. This, we have to wait until Naval Headquarters discusses it. This was indeed beyond his expectation. Killing Kaido can deter the pirates and prevent them from doing anything wrong. As soon as the meeting started, the Vice Admiral Ghost Spider said immediately. Akainu laughed. What's there to say? That guy Kaido should be executed in front of the whole world, just like Roger. It is estimated that he will be even more arrogant in New World. If it wasn't for his identity, he would probably have attacked him long ago. Chapter 400 Marine's Plan. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. You don't have to kill him. Shutting him down in Impel Down can also deter pirates. Also, killing Roger at the beginning didn't seem like a good thing. One sentence before his death attracted countless pirates to New World. It was Huo Shaoshan Vice Admiral who spoke. He was also present in the town of Rog more than 20 years ago. Roger's words before leaving, do you want my treasure? If you want, I can give you all, go find it, I put all the treasure there, completely ignited everyone, and successfully opened the era of great pirates. With Roger's lessons learned, it might not be a good way to deal with such a big pirate. Huo Shaoshan, what do you mean? Could it be that you still want to protect Kaido? Being attacked on the spot, Ghost Spider was very dissatisfied. Seeing that the two disagreed, Akainu spoke immediately. Stop arguing, both of you. What they both said makes sense. Ghost Spider wanted to kill Kaido to save trouble, and that's right. But Akainu is more in favor of Huoshaoshan. Whitebeard pirates Yifei, who wiped out the Kaido department this time as the final winner. Not only was he aided by Marine's 40 billion berry, but he also occupied Wano and became Wano general. Now, he has become the four emperors recognized by the new world. This kid may be more powerful than we imagined. Advertisement. If we kill Kaido like this, Yifei will end up taking advantage of it, and he will be even more arrogant. My idea is to keep Kaido and put a little pressure on Yifei. As long as he doesn't obey, we can release Kaido. I believe that on the first day of release, the person he was looking for must be Yifei. Akainu laughed. Marine can use Yifei to eliminate Kaido. Kaido can also be used in reverse to deter Yifei. Make him behave. That's why he brought back Admiral Yeshi. Hearing Akainu's words, the Vice Admiral Ghost Spider realized that he was reckless, and then stopped speaking. Hearing this, everyone immediately began to discuss in private. Then, they all nodded in agreement. Sengoku was a little surprised. In the past, he liked to enforce absolute justice, but today he would react like this. He didn't expect Akainu to do this time. Currently, there are many Kaido's subordinates in Impel Down. As long as they are released, Kaido's strength can basically be restored by half. Frankly speaking, he thought so too, but he didn't say it. Yifei in the position of Admiral was also a little surprised. I just don't want to fight against Marine at the moment, but I didn't expect that Marine's purpose is this. If Kaido is not killed, but locked up, maybe one day he will be released. Advertisement. Then, when the time comes, I will have to face him again. Akainu's move is really insidious. He's already prepared to limit himself. This guy also has some thoughts. However, Yifei is not worried. Kaido's strength is no longer his opponent. Even if he is released, with his current strength, he can defeat him again. Since he was no longer on his mind, even if he came out at that time, he had nothing to worry about. Then, agree with Akainu's idea. Since everyone agrees, then we have decided on it. Akainu was finally satisfied. A few days later, Kaido was sent to Impel Down under Marine's escort. Soon, he was locked up with his two confidants, Quinn, Jack. After dealing with Kaido's matter, Akainu didn't feel that the matter was over. Yifei's growing strength worried him. Now he has no way to directly attack Yifei, because that is the 7 warlords of the sea recognized by the world government. Since you can't do it directly, let's do it indirectly. Previously, Akainu had always been worried about the fact that Jufeng Trading Company provided arms and warships to Yifei. I have long wanted to find a chance to clean them up. Advertisement. The reason why they didn't do that was entirely because Yifei needed to deal with Kaido and Jufeng Trading Company, which would arouse Yifei's vigilance. Due to the situation at that time, Akainu did not take action against Jufeng Trading Company. Now, Kaido has been defeated. It's time to speak out. As for how to do it, Akainu has already thought about it. Jufeng Trading Company also has a certain connection with world government. Part of the supplies of the Holy Land Mariajoy was transported by their merchant ships. Therefore, to deal with them, first of all, the approval of the world government must be obtained. When 5 elders learned that Akainu was going to take action against Jufeng Trading Company, they were very surprised. At first, they disagreed. However, after they learned that Jufeng Trading Company was secretly dealing with Yifei, immediately, he agreed to Akainu's plan. Jufeng Trading Company, Limited has always taken business as its own responsibility, and has never participated in the Battle of One Piece World. But this time, they actually cooperated with Yifei. This annoyed the world government a lot. In the words of the 5 elders, they've broken the rules. Moreover, Yifei has now become the new 4 emperors. 2 4 emperors emerged from the Whitebeard pirates. This makes the world government also have to start worrying that New World may have been out of control.